A 20-year rebuild is something that has been suggested for many months now, and with such a long timeline, it enhances the importance of many different factors. Had a bad draft class? That can set you back a few seasons. Overpaid mediocre players on long-term deals? Now you can't re-sign 3 starters next year. A ton of money. Oh god, am I screwed? Traded all your future picks to draft a bust? Yeah, get ready to start learning Chinese, buddy. By the way, I am not Chinese, so yeah. So for today, we'll be taking over the Carolina Panthers for 20 full seasons with the simple goal of turning this franchise into a true dynasty. And yeah, enjoy. And let's start it off at quarterback, of course. Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick last season. Was he good as a rookie? No. Is he a bad player? Also no. Now, I like Bryce, but what I don't like is the surrounding cast that he had around him in his rookie season. Just no chance to succeed. It was a pitiful group, and what makes things worse, of course, is CJ Stroud going 1 pick after him and looking as good as he did. Honestly, as a Dolphins fan, this really reminds me of Tua and Herbert. Of course, Herbert ran 1 pick after him, an elite quarterback nowadays, awesome in year #1, but dude, our first 2 seasons with Tua, I would rather rip my hair out than watch that again. We had a god-awful all-line, no weapons at all. We had like Jakeem Grant, Preston Williams, guys that aren't even in the league anymore. Myles Gaskin was our RB1 too. It was terrible to watch, but obviously we have surrounded him now with some weapons, a decent O-line, a nerd as our head coach, and he has blossomed into a quality starter now, so hopefully we can find that same success in this rebuild with Bryce Young, if not even more. Although more than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle is maybe impossible, but I'll try my best. Like genuinely though, if Bryce Young could speak his mind, he would probably say this.
You guys could help, you know.
Now at pick number 46, the Panthers selected Jonathon Brooks, running back out of Texas. The first running back off the board and my favorite running back in the class, hence why I did end up giving him that superstar development. And honestly, if it wasn't for him tearing his ACL last year, he could have been a fringe round 1 guy. I love Jonathon Brooks. He's going to be a dynamic weapon at the backfield and just gives them a run game, right? Makes the defense guess. Sometimes that's just all you need to relieve some pressure off of your quarterback. So I'm very excited to see how he develops with us today. Hopefully he can become one of the best in the league. Receivers, and it's better than last season at least, right? Adding in guys like Deontay Johnson, Xavier, Legette in the draft now, but last year, man, it was Thielen, Mingo, Terrace Marshall, whoever was at quarterback probably looked like this. The Deontay Johnson trade was a W though in my books. It's just nice to give Bryce a weapon that actually knows how to separate. Xavier Legette, they traded into the first round to grab him at pick 32, get that 5th-year option, and I like him. 6'3", 227, he's got that bigger build. He doesn't have the most adept route tree, I will say, but I feel like they could use him in similarly in like a Debo type of role. Funnily enough, he went to South Carolina as well. Just give him these short, fast catches and let him work in open field. You know, he's got that bowling ball build. He's gonna run you over. So a fun little weapon to have and just adds another dynamic element to our team. Jonathan Mingo wasn't the biggest fan of his rookie season, but hopefully he can still develop here for us today. Adam Thielen is just 33 years old now and is good for one thing nowadays and one thing only. And hold up, is that David Moore? Too soon? Now in round 4, pick 101, the Panthers got themselves Jatavion Sanders, and I love this pick. Great value. He can be a deadly weapon for them because this is a guy that was getting a lot of buzz in the draft cycle to potentially go in round 2, maybe even round 1, but definitely was getting buzzed to be the 2nd tight end off the board. He fell though because he just really didn't test good at all, or as good as we have hoped for once upon a time, but he was still really good at Texas. The film still popped, so there's definitely upside. And you know, at the end of the day, we're not asking for our tight ends to do a whole bunch, right? It's just the basics.
Block, catch, don't murder.
Offensive line, and I mean the way they were playing last season, it was like they wanted 5'10" Bryce Young to get crushed every time, but they have made some improvements with guys like Damian Lewis and my guy Robert Hunt. As we did give Rob his fat old 5-year, $100 million contract, and as I mentioned earlier, as a Dolphins fan, I love Robert Hunt, right? He's an awesome right guard to have. Just add some stability to your group, and he can also give you one of these at any given moment. Now, Ika Mekwonu has not been anything too special as of yet, but he's still really early in his career, still a superstar depth for us, which is awesome, so just praying for an Andrew Thomas type leap. Now, defensively, man, things don't really get much better over here, right? They once had a spine of like a Jeremy Chin, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, Frankie Louvu, JC Horn. I honestly thought this defense was going to be quite underrated last season, but it still really wasn't great, was it? You know who was though? Derek Brown, their first round pick in like 2020, I believe it was. He was record breaking. Actually, he had the most tackles ever for a defensive tackle, so he had an awesome year, which granted him with that beautiful gold background that he had. He's going to need some help though, Shy. Mashawn Robinson, please help a brother out. Now our CB1 is JC Horn, and I'm a big fan of JC. I think he's honestly a pretty underrated player, but there's one glaring problem: injuries. He has 3 seasons into the league now, and in his rookie year only played 3 games. Year 2 though, played 13, looked awesome. This Panthers defense was quite stingy if I can recall as well, and then last season only played 6 games once again. And remember, this is a guy they chose very early, pick number 8. This was right before Patrick Surtain, right before other guys like Devontae Smith, Micah Parsons, Mac Jones. But crossing my fingers, he can remain healthy and develop into, you know, a true standout CB1 that we all know he can be. He's going to need help around him, though, which seems to be a familiar story on this team. Troy Hill, Dane Jackson, they did draft Charles Smith-Wade. It's something. This safety group is all right. Xavier Woods, Jordan Fuller at strong safety. They'll do fine for just now, but definitely not in our long-term plans. Same with the linebackers here, too. They lost out on Frankie Louvu last season, who I thought actually played really well for them. Signed Jadavion and Clowney. DJ want him now. We're definitely going to need help at pass rush. Shaq Thompson's pretty good. Josie Jewell will do for now. They did draft Trevin Wallace, so hopefully he can become something. If only this team just had like that demon of a pass rusher, though. You know what I mean? And with Thielen's regression inevitably going to hit him like crack, I'm going to make him our number 4 because I want guys like Jonathon Mingo and Xavier Legette to, of course, develop and become the main dudes on this team that we have here in year number 1, where we're going to start off 20 years down the line. I can't wait to see how extremely different it looks. Hopefully a lot of success, hopefully a lot of Super Bowls, but if there's one thing I can promise you, I'll be better than this dude.
Woo! Woo!
Now, before we officially hop in, though, I did get myself a nice little checklist to complete off and check off throughout this entire video, throughout this 20-year span. Hopefully, we can do that in that long of time. However, I didn't hold back on a few of them. So the first one is team success, of course, and our first goal is going to be to win 4.5 Super Bowls. Don't know what half means, but we'll ride with it, right? Number 2 is going to be to win the division 10 times. It sounds like a lot. 20-year span, though, just 50% of that. I hope we can do it. Hopefully, we can build a juggernaut, a dynasty. That's really the goal at the end of the day, right? The third one and final one here is going to be to finish as the number 1 seed in the NFC 5 total times. Section number 2 is going to be specifically for Bryce Young. I'm not gonna lie with you, these are kind of Mickey Mousey. My participation award. Number 1, though, is going to be Bryce Young to win league MVP. If we can win one, that'd be awesome. Number 2 is going to be for Bryce Young to lead the league in total touchdowns and yards, at least once in each. Doesn't have to be the same season. And then the third and final one is for Bryce Young to win best quarterback in the NFC 5 total times. Now the final section here is for the NFL draft, right? Our first one is to simply draft an X factor on offense and defense. If I cannot do that in a 20-year span, I will deactivate my channel. Number 2 is tough, though. Draft a franchise fullback, kicker, punter. What the hell does that mean? Just for them to be hidden dev, really. And then the third and final one is a bit of an odd one, but kind of a fun one at the same time. Draft 8 players with the last name Cam Newton. Obviously a Carolina Panthers legend. He has 8 children. That boy is going crazy out there, so I guess we can draft a player to represent each of them. I don't know. It's just for fun. Thought it was kind of entertaining. But you know what? Let's add one last goal to our checklist to give us a nice number of 10, right? And that's simply going to be for you all to like the video. These 20-year rebuilds are no joke. The recording sessions take a fat minute. The editing sessions take an even fatter minute. So that'll be greatly appreciated. Would help out the channel a ton. And just show me that you guys, you know, maybe want more 20-year rebuilds in the future. I'll keep it a buck with you, though. I've been on YouTube for over a decade. I don't really like going on videos. So for those that don't, I kind of feel you. But for this special 20-year rebuild of the Carolina Panthers, please leave it a like. That would truly mean the world. That would be amazing. I just did the majority of these and got nothing. Yo, check this out though, right? Oh wait, we got ourselves a mentor rookie. Oh, and it's gonna be for the rookie, Xavier Legette. I thought it was gonna be for Mingo, but Legette gets me excited. And I believe the wave here is long-term development, and watch this. Sim just 1 week and Deontay Johnson has an update. Xavier Legette really impressed me. Me too. That's why we traded up into round 1 to get him, and now he goes up to a superstar dev, baby. What a way to start off. Men just want one thing, and it's disgusting. Yo, check this out. The top 5 players in the class, 3 of them are receivers. That's kind of wild, but hey, Deontay Johnson really isn't the youngest, so, you know, if one of these guys falls to us or looks generational, I wouldn't hesitate. That being said, though, I think our 3-star scout is going to remain on corner. We need help there desperately. Outside linebacker for the 2-star, then defensive end, tackle, and wide receivers to round it off. And tell you what, one last change here. Let's actually start Trevin Wallace, the rookie linebacker out of Kentucky, over Josie Jewell, because he is in our long-term plans. And let me make this clear. If you weren't supporting us when we were 2-15 last year, I don't want to see you when we are 0-17 this season. Like, damn, what the hell? Bryce, is everything okay, buddy? No. It actually isn't. Jesus. On the bright side, though, Jonathan Brooks is feasting. Only 1 touchdown, but 5 a carry. Extremely efficient. But tell you what, I expected this, right? I didn't think we would be good. We were the worst team in the league last year, so we're not going to make some significant jump. You know what I'm saying? And let me make this abundantly clear. Every move, every decision I make is going to be for the long term. This is a long rebuild. I got to be smart with the decisions we make, the contracts we give out, the players that, you know, I keep around and draft and all that stuff. So everything is really geared towards the future. For these beginning years, we're going to be bad. But I promise you, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, we will be a juggernaut. As for now, though, we're giving away free lunch money. Player negotiations and, yeah. Who? Week 8 against the Texans and Stroud. This was the game the Panthers Won last season. Oh my god. We might literally be the worst team of all time. The Bears are 1-8 though. Can we get this one? This would feel good, by the way. Obviously, DJ Moore, Caleb Willie. Oh my god. Assistant GM, I need you more than ever, brother. I need you to find me the next Luke Kuechly or something. Instead, he gives us a defensive tackle by the name Nelson Dixon. No, Carlos Nickerson, who does not look too shabby, especially as a round 2 to 3 projection. However, to of course keep up the realism, I did give us our real picks for 2025. I know it says 2024 there, but bear with us, right? So we have our first, but not our second. That of course belongs to Chicago in that Bryce Young trade. Please work out, Bryce. We need it. In terms of prospects, the receivers all look good, of course. Bradley Wright, though, looks like the best. Out of Kansas State, a little older, though. Already 23 years old, physical archetype. But man, look at those ratings. For a guy that's 6'3". Say no more. Number 1's going on him. And you know what? I think I'm going to do the number 1 guy in the class as well. Jalen Peters, a speed rush out of UCLA. If he's a top 5 talent at edge, I think that's more important for us. Ooh, in terms of corners, though, the scouting's doing its work. Round 1. Micah McCree is going in round 2 to 3 projection. Day 1 or round 1 talent as well. Not so much Ricky Ballard. And for our last one here, I think I'm gonna slap it on Dallas Moorhead, a middle linebacker out of Wazoo. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to sim game by game until we win one, because this is kind of historic, right? We got an easy team up next. Let's go. Good God, man, we might never see the light. However, we have a breakout DB. JC Horn, superstar, please. It's going to be Jordan Fuller to superstar as well. That wouldn't be too bad. We got the 3-7 Titans as well. You know, not a super juggernaut of a team. We beat them, but barely, or they beat us, but barely. As Jordan Fuller had a pretty quiet game out there, I think everybody on this team has been pretty quiet, because we are 0-11. I am not having fun anymore. Oh my god. This video might just be an 0-17 to 17-0 challenge. Never mind. A divisional matchup as well makes it even that much sweeter. Beating out Derek Carr, Bryce Young. Yeah. How did we win this game? Chuba Hubbard with 2 touchdowns. Let's go, Chuba. What? Talisa Fu.
Watch your profanity. Right, I'm sorry.
We also had 0 sacks, 0 interceptions. How did we just win that? Hey, look, I'm satisfied. I just needed to see one, you know what I mean? As one is quite literally all we saw. That is definitely something. Bryce Young, 3,500 yards, almost a 2020 season there, 65% completion rate. It's not great, but we still got faith. Especially if the rookie Jonathan Brooks can keep this up. 7 touchdowns, 4.2 a carry, 1,100 yards. He was efficient. He put up touchdowns. He put up yards. He had a really good rookie year. In terms of receivers, not much going on here. Nobody broke even 900 yards, but Xavier, Legette, and Deontay over 850 there, which is cool to see. They combined for 12 touchdowns. Mingo was okay with 671. Jatavion Sanders as a rookie tight end, not too bad. Offensive line better. It's improving, but Austin Corbett giving 7 sacks from center is a little concerning. 106 for Shaq Thompson, of course. 18 TFLs for Derek Brown. Ashawn Robinson, 14. 13 for Clowney. 11 for DJ Wanham. Not bad there, as Derek Brown also leads us for sacks with 8.5. 6 for Clowney. 2 for DJ Wanham. If that edge at the top of the board is top 5, we might have to grab him more than anything. JC Horn, 3 picks. Shout out to him. Matter of fact, can we check them out right now? He is a top 5. How do we have him and not... Oh, I didn't do Bradley Wright, did I? I swear I did, though. I don't know. Jalen Peters, though, we now know is a top 5 guy. He's 21 years old. He's a speed rusher, a straight up demon off of the edge. This might need to be our guy. Man, I can't even lie, though. The thought of that trade back and getting all of those assets and picks would hit like crack. Yearly awards, Bryce Young did not win MVP. Goes to Dak. We did not win Coach of the Year either. The disrespect. As Jaden Daniels of the Commanders wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Caleb at 4 there. I do see our guy Jonathon Brooks at number 6 though. Oh, as Jared Verse wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Dallas Turner number 2 there. I don't believe any of our guys even sniffed it. I guess we can check out some Devies. I would assume we got nobody because we were terrible. We literally won 1 game. Offense has nada. Defensively though, Derek Brown, we actually love that. Going up to Superstar X Factor is pretty cool to see. I think Clowney may have went up, but I don't really care. Wait, do I see you see CSW going up to freaking star? I guess I'm calling him that now. I don't want to say his full name. He did get himself a little Debbie. Actually, and don't think I didn't see you up there either, Xavier Woods. I believe he went up to star. Don't quote me on it though. I guess I could quite literally just check. Nice. Oh yeah. This is Madden, all right. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Is there a reason we only have 3.1 mil? Like, who was eating up the freaking moolah here? Taylor Mullen, good God. 30 mil cap hit. Rob Hunt, obviously, we just saw it. Deontay Johnson's even getting a bit. Damian Lewis. Can I even cook in free agency? Like, what in the world? We would save the most by cutting Rob Hunt and Damian Lewis. Obviously, not gonna do that, though, because they just signed them. Same with Deontay Johnson. Corbett, we'd save about 3 mil. Is that really gonna move the needle, though? Probably not, you know? So, like, damn, we're kind of stuck between, you know, a Rock and Lizzo right now. Gonna accept JC Horton fifth year. As we head into free agency with a solid 4 mil. And for a team that quite literally just went 1-16, I am not finding any enjoyment in this. And by the way, yes, I went around the league and gave some of the top end rookies their dev traits and contracts to make sure that they stay with their team. So Rome and Caleb, of course, are superstar. Marv, as you can see, is superstar X Factor, which I think he will be. And hey, even went around the league, gave some people their real contracts. So Baker got a 3-year, $100 million deal. I try my best. Dude, this is bad, man. I can't even sign a Kello Will. I'm just gonna chalk it. Honestly, if we go 0-17 next season, we go 0-17. Like I said, these early years, they're gonna be tough, but that's okay. We want our high draft picks. We want the blue chip generational guys to transform our franchise around and help Bryce Young out. So just stick with me. As we do have some more private workouts, I think I did do Bradley Bright, but he was only at a 50%, but I think I'm definitely leaning Jalen Peters. The middle linebacker is just Tell you what, I would love Micah McCree in round 3. And you know what? Honestly, that defensive tackle that the assistant GM recommended kind of looks nice. And if we go check out mock draft number 5 here, we do have pick number 1. Bro, Jalen Peters might just be generational. Look at the ratings. Look at the combine as well. Right now, 4, 5, 6. Also number 1 in the broad jump, the 3-cone drill, the 20-yard shuttle. Nah, bro, I always speak about having a demon off the edge. This guy suits that to a T. And he's only 21 as well, bro. Don't tell Dre. Let's go ahead and start this joint, though, and we are on the clock. Next pick, round 3, pick 1 puts a tear down my face, bro. I just kind of want to see what we would get offered for in a future first. 3 first rounders. Oh my God, the Buccaneers giving up 3 firsts in 3 seconds in the future as well. Man, this is crazy capital. Like, I can't even front it, right? But guess what? No amount of picks, no amount of players is going to get me to trade out of number 1 when we have a player, a prospect like Jalen Peters, maybe a player like Christian McCaffrey. He'd be pretty awesome here, but that's besides the point. You guys have seen his ratings. You guys have seen his stats. We know he's a top 5 talent. He's going to be an absolute game changer, franchise changing piece off the edge, and our number 1 piece on our defense. Also, just want to mention 6'1", 258. Yeah, 92 acceleration, 89 agility, 87 speed, 85 strength, 84 jumping. This dude has it all. And tell you what, let's actually go ahead and sim to round 2 and see like where the corners are going to end up going. Oh, we hate you, Chicago. Is the corner we want gone? No, he's all the way down here at 29, Micah McCree. That is most definitely the guy I have my eyes on. I think I'm going to go to like maybe like 14, 12-ish. What? I don't know if you saw the Bears' first pick, but they went with a tight end for whatever reason. Now at number 4, their original pick, they go Terrence Howard, quarterback, Arizona State. This game, man. Like, I literally showed you guys too. I made Caleb Williams a superstar. I gave him his 5-year contract as well. Just makes no sense. Okay, I'm nearing that point now. However, I think Seattle's not going to take a corner. I don't think the Browns will take a corner as well. The Chargers might. I'm going to move up with them. Actually, I suppose we can go check out the other players we put a private workout on. 90% now for Nickerson. Dude, he looks damn good too, hey? 22. Yeah, it's going to be tough to get him and this corner, but I might try, honestly. He's only 22, speed rusher, 6'4", 305. We could use that type of pass rush ability at defensive tackles. His rating looks amazing as well. Holy. I mean, A awareness, A play rec, A finesse, B power move, C block shed. Dude, this is a gem in round 2 to 3. Like, I want to be stingy, but I really do not want to miss out on these guys. Yo, Philly would take Deontay Johnson straight up for 47. I'm a little tempted. Deontay, I believe, is nearing that 30-year-old mark and only has 1 year left, you know. Maybe we try to add like a 4 and a 5 just to sweeten up the deal a little bit. Oh, okay, then how about we get rid of the 4th? All right, straight up 1 for 1. Honestly, I'm gonna take it because of Xavier Legette going up to superstar. I would love for him to develop into our number 1 Mingo as well. We're gonna need something else, but I think for long term, this is gonna be huge for us. I also just realized I traded with the wrong team. If the Chargers take him here, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my God, they went with corner. Bro, my heart dropped. But look, at the end of the day, we just went 1-16 with Deontay Johnson. So what? Without him, what? We're gonna go 0-17. Oh, what a big difference that is. Micah McCree is gonna be an absolute staple of our team for many, many years to come. Maybe a decade down the line, right? In years 11, years 12, we're gonna see his name still pop up. Deontay Johnson, no. Honestly, no. I'm gonna just be straight up with you. He's a round 1 talent. He goes alongside JC Horn with Wade, whatever his name was. Micah McCree is a hidden dev, has 91 acceleration, 96 change direction, 90 agility, 90 speed, 89 jumping. He looks awesome. Our DB room now, I'm quite content with it. And honestly, I'm going to sim to like number 20, 22 here, and I'm going to trade up and try to get that DT. Hey, that was easy. Trading up to 22 with Miami for Miles Sanders, our 3rd round pick this year, which was number 1, of course, and then a 5th rounder this year. Oh my God, Alex Flowers, hold up. Receiver out of Ohio State. Of course, just traded away Deontay. We could use him as well. Maybe I should have kept my 3rd round pick. He's only 21 years old, 6'2" physical archetype. Damn, ratings all around looks pretty good as well, especially for a physical archetype. A catch in traffic, catching, spec catch. Damn, route running, not the best, but He'd be fun. This draft class is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. However, let's take the man we traded up to initially get, defensive tackle Carlos Nickerson. Not just that, he was the prospect spotlight assistant GM. I got faith in you, my boy. Hidden dev. That is 3 hidden devs on our defense, which should massively improve us for next season and like a decade down the line as well. These guys are all gonna be big pieces to our team. Bro, is there a world we like trade up and get that receiver if he falls into round 3 and he goes to the Super Bowl champs, the Dallas Cowboys? Words I thought I'd never say. And hold up, is there anybody with the last name Newton? Round 4 now. I think I kind of found a receiver I like, right? I don't love the FD Prado release, no, but he's a slot archetype out of LSU, still just 21 years old, a pretty good wide receiver university, if you ask me. Great speed there. Everything else is just okay. His attributes though look good. A catching, A to B awareness. Hey, it's round 4. We're not going to find a player like Amon-Ra St. Brown in this round, so let's go ahead and take him. And at the end of the day, if he can just impact our team in any way possible, that's a W. And by the way, if any of you guys don't get my sarcasm, shame on you, as I am now actively in the hunt for somebody with the last name Newton. There genuinely is no one. Is this a sick joke? Is that going to be a little harder than I expected? Round 5, taking this dude. A catching, B man, B press. I've seen enough. Ooh. And an hidden dev? I ain't complaining at all. Do you know why we're in round freaking 6 making a pick? That is because the main man right here, Isaiah Reed, the kicker out of Washington, UW 5'9", but he's got elite kick power and elite strength, elite change of direction, a kick accuracy, which means that's a generational kicker for your boy. 99 kick power as well. Let's go. As much as this is a Carolina Panthers 20-year, but it's really just as much an Isaiah Reed career simulation. I ain't gonna lie with you. There may have not been a better way to start off the freaking video. 83 as a pass rusher is ridiculous. You like almost never seen that. Hey, if there was ever a year for us to go 1-17, it was year 1 to get a man, a player, a prospect like this. 88 finesse moves, 81 tackles, 71 power moves. Ain't even terrible to start off with, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the athlete is otherworldly to say already. He's already the 11th ranked right end in the league. Nah, bro, Jalen Peters hasn't even stepped on the field for us yet, and he's changed my life. He's changed all of our lives, right? McCree, 76 hidden. Nickerson, 76 hidden. Royal, 72. Hey, that'll do for a number 3 option. Isaiah Reed might be the best kicker of all time at the end of this video. 83 accuracy with it as well. 76 acceleration, 72 speed. Versatile kicker. Might have to move that boy around. I swear to you, he can do some damage. Where's that other receiver? Oh, he's also an 83. What in the world is this class? Bradley Wright fell to number 5 to the Pats as they get themselves a nice little weapon for Drake May. He's a superstar. That's okay though. Our guy's an X factor. I'm just saying, yeah, 2 83s is wild. Patrick Gray, who went number 3, is 79 overall. Witherspoon, how much help does Tua need? Dominic Hears here went round 2, 25, 77. And he didn't. Goodness gracious, Dominic Hurst, you know, a star. Oh, you know who I'm interested in? That receiver in round 2, Alex Flowers. He's a 74, goes to Dallas, hidden as well. Should I have made the move up for him? Potentially, you could say. He's only a star though, so you know what? I got my boy Royal all day. As the Bears took this guy in round 2, pick 4. Madden for you. Here for your number 2 now. We're officially up to an 81 overall squad. I can't complain, and tell you what, I kind of forgot we even had Adam Thielen, so welcome back to the team. However, you are getting relegated to the number 3 because Xavier Legette, I want him to improve. Mingo hopefully can get better as well. Bryce Young, this is a big year for you. Like, if we don't win more than 3 games, you might have to start learning XFL, buddy. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get Bryce Young to the promised land. Yo, our defensive line now is amazing. Look at our DB room with McCree sandwiched on the board at a 69 to go ahead and make him our number 3 as well. This defense is much improved. I cannot wait to find out what this guy is. And no doubt about it, he's starting right away at rush left end. Derek Brown and Nickerson at rush defensive tackle with Clowney on the other side. Yo, the pass rush, the front 7 is not half bad at all. Trevin Willis, let's go ahead and make number 2. As for training camp, I might do a few every here and there, but nothing more than that. If I did do them all, I'd be here for roughly, what, 57 hours maybe? No, I didn't mean to. I'm done. You'll never see me here again. No mentor rookie? I just did one for JC Horn. I hate myself. This season, I think we look for an absolute stud wide receiver 1 to help out Bryce. I just simmed week 1 and we just put up 41 points. We may have just arrived, boys. I'm just saying, 41-14. We beat the Chargers. Bryce Young is here. Who knew Adam Thielen would be the key to our success? And look who got himself his first sack in the NFL, the first of maybe hundreds. Also, my coach name, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't think of anything clever. I don't know, man. 2020 vision. I was sitting there for 20 minutes. Mid-season, and I can't complain. We have 3 times the amount of wins we had last season. But the bigger story will be our hidden devs that we have for our rookies now. The right end, Jalen Peters. I'm looking at Superstar X Factor. Superstar X Factor McCree ends up being a star. We still do not have Nickerson. However, I think we all knew what Jalen Peters would be. No doubt a Superstar X Factor type talent. I'm going to change his number from 75. I'm just not a big fan in it. Ooh, number 1 would kind of be tough. But maybe not for like a pass rusher though. I think 5 would kind of suit him. Change his face too so he looks cooler. I am doing too much for a damn 20-year rebuild. Ooh, as for player contracts, Derek Brown is here. No interest at all. I need to keep him around at all costs. Xavier Woods, Corbett, Shaq Thompson. We definitely got some players here. We got the money to re-sign him though. As for Derek Brown, I kind of don't care. I'm willing to give you the world because you're our best player by far, and I want you for this your entire career, to be honest. As for everybody else though, I'm gonna just ride the wave for now. Ooh, right off rip, Ricky McLeod, receiver out of Bama, is a top 5 guy. That Wilson looks awesome too. This guy doesn't even look that crazy off his base stats. However, we do have receivers scouted. We got round 1 to 2 for Jose Akins there. Any other gems down here? Whoa, Chris Scott out of South Carolina, buddies of Xavier Legette, round 1 to 2. That's a little gem. Oh my, oh, Chester McKenzie is a round 1 talent. He's our guy. He is for sure our guy. Bro, what a gem. Oh my god, Trent Mann, right end power rusher here out of Tennessee. If block shed and finesse moves could be at least a B, he would be a demon too. As I really would like a linebacker, please. Mac Hartwell out of Iowa State. We also may need help at safety down the line. Marco Sullivan's gonna be our last one. A round 1 talent with F deep route, F release is kind of crazy, to be honest with you. His ratings look awesome. I may have found something else I kind of like. Damn, actually a really disappointing second half of the season, only ending up 7-10 there. However, our defense looked incredible. One of the best in the league. The offense though still needs more help. I'm sorry, Bryce, I really am. I promise you though, this offseason we will get you a really good weapon. 3,400 yards from 23 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions this time around. There is improvements, and as of right now, that's all we could really ask for, right? Jonathon Brooks, 7 touchdowns. The efficiency kind of went down though, as well as the yards. Love seeing Legette though break the 1,000-yard mark for the first time in the NFL for him. 7 touchdowns to add on to that. Mingo decent as a number 2. Thielen is just about to be in a retirement home. Shaq Thompson once again leads the way for tackles made with 115. Derek Brown, 15 TFLs, 13 for Clowney, 12 for Peters, 11 for Trevin Wallace there, as Derek Brown is the only man to get into double-digit sacks for us. Jalen Peters, 5.5. Not too bad in just year number 1. 4.5 for Clowney, 3 for Nickerson, who is star. Damn. Still good though. I think we got him at the end of round 2, right? JC Horn, 5 picks. Shaq Thompson with 4. Smith Wade with 2 themselves. Nobody else with even 1 though. How did the future go do though? 20 for 22 for field goal attempts for Isaiah Reed. 38 for 38 though, extra points. Wow, yeah, our defense was top 4 in the league. Our offense was 29th. So still not great, yes, but a massive improvement from the 1 win we had last season. Super Bowl, nope. MVP goes to Lamar. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bradley Crawford in our division. Who? Defensive Rookie of the Year though, Matt Smith, also in our division. Peters ends up being number 3 there. McCree makes it as well as Nickerson, number 9. Ooh, did I just see that right? JC Horn just won best defensive back. So I am praying and crossing everything I have for him to go up to superstar development. That would be nice. As offensively, nothing around here. The offense was quite dreadful to say the very least. However, defense, we could get someone like a JC Horn up to superstar dev. Still do not have Sandridge. I think that's the only one we got actually, which is kind of disappointing for how good this unit was as a whole. And looking at it again, I definitely probably should have moved him to right outside linebacker, started a Sean Robinson here, which probably would have been fine. His numbers definitely could have been way better. I utilized him a little wrong. I'll take the blame for that one. I don't know if you saw the Super Bowl, but the 9-8 Falcons made it all the way. They lost though, 37-31 to the Chiefs. Mahomes is a GOAT. 5th-year option for Ike Mekwonu, I will accept that. But as for guys like Xavier Woods, 30 years old, Corbett, 29, Shaq Thompson, 31, Chip Hubbard, don't really need, DJ Wanham, don't really need. I think I'm gonna let everybody here probably go. And let's go to the offseason with 72 mil, and let's see how we can improve our team. Wyatt Teller, Nick Bolton would be amazing. However, the interest is just near little. Justin Reed, Deion Dawkins, nobody wants to be here. To be honest with you though, this is probably all we're gonna do. Aleem McNeil being the standout name. There's just not really anybody there that really wows you, right? Besides maybe a Wyatt Teller, who we don't really need. Nick Bolton, I gave him a player-friendly contract. It still wasn't even close to being enough for him, so we would have had to overpay a disgusting amount. However, we do go 3 for 3. Aleem McNeil, I'm very happy with, as that now enables us to put Jalen Peters out to right outside linebacker. Oh my god, I just saw that in the corner of my eye. Josh Sandridge is a superstar. Huh? I didn't even play him last season. What? Bro, wasn't this the dude I manually picked in round 5? That's crazy. I don't even know what I was doing there. Oh, Isaiah Reed's a superstar. Generational kicker. We Ben knew that though. Okay then. Okay then. Now I'm hyped. That was an amazing draft class. Draft time, and our plan here is simple. Offense, offense, offense. Because last season we went heavy on the D. But hell, with Chester McKenzie likely being available in like round 3, round 4, we might just be able to take BPA right away. Believe I did this dude, and he looks like the real deal. I'm gonna throw another one. And I wouldn't hate adding in another pass rusher too, as Jadeveon Clowney is not getting any younger. Trent Mann doesn't really look anything crazy. I'm gonna throw one on Randy Birch. Why not? Washington State speed rusher. Not gonna lie, this center class is kind of dumpster. So I guess I'll throw one on a guard, Frank Shields here. In terms of our pick, we will be at number 11, where they have us take. Sure. Okay, Frank Shields and Randy Birch are both round 1 talents, going a little bit later in the draft. Is there a world we can trade down, potentially end up getting both? Honestly, I think I might try to. Let's see what I can do. Okay, that was kind of easy. I think I may have kind of undercut myself a little bit. We're trading back all the way to 27 here with the Raiders, getting their 2nd and future 3rd and 5th there. I probably could have asked for a lot more, not gonna lie. Kind of rushed into that one. I don't know why. Well, okay, then with this pick, I think I'm gonna go Randy Birch, and then I might trade up to 28 and try to grab Frank Shields as well. Randy Birch will be our first one, the partner alongside the Superstar X Factor generational Jalen Peters. Hopefully Randy Birch can, you know, it's gonna be hard to live up to that expectation, but hopefully he can be a great piece alongside him. No. Not even close. All right, the trade up to 28 was kind of easy. Adam Thielen, our 2nd round pick this year, a 4th this year, and then a future 3rd. I think the one we just traded for. As we saw from the Bills in real life, they don't mind trading down a few times. Frank Shields is going to be our starting center for probably the majority of this video if he is decent at least. D run block finesse I don't love. C pass block finesse I don't love. However, if he's hitting dev, all is good. As we're now at pick number 27 in round 2, and Mac Hartwell is a round 1 to 2 talent at linebacker. We just lost out on Shaq Thompson due to free agency, did not decide to re-sign him, so Mac Hartwell could be the like for like replacement, and him alongside Trevin Wallace for the future could be exactly what the doctor ordered. And now in round 3, let's not wait any longer on our guy Chester McKenzie, the Florida State slot receiver, who we know is our round 1 true talent, one of the biggest draft steals of this entire class. Get on the team. Ends up only being normal, sadly, but I don't mind. He should be a good overall. Oh, I just went with the tight end here in round 5 who ended up being hidden. Okay, Chris Boston. But later on in round 5, it's time to go with my guy, Archer Medlock, who I've been scouting from the very second we were available to watch film on any of these players. He looks like a generational fullback, if you ask me, and that's something we desperately need. Okay, kicker and fullback are checked off. I need to find some Newtons though.
2 hours later.
Bruh, 2 draft classes in, and there are 0 players with the last name Newton at the end of the end of the draft here. Kind of starting to question if that's even gonna be possible. I don't know. And I made it so it's not only just find them, but I gotta draft them. I gotta get them onto the team as well. Randy Birch ends up being a 75, not bad. Frank Shields 75, 73 for Hatwell, 76 for McKenzie, who I was about to say is our highest rated player. No, it's Archer freaking Medlock. The next Kyle Juszczyk, hidden development as well, 78 overall off rip. He's going to transform our offense. He's already the number 4 ranked fullback in the freaking league. Safe to say, not as eye-popping as our last draft. Of course, Lamar Whiting, 79. McLeod, we saw. Donnell goes to the Titans, number 1, the only 80 rated in this class as a whole. Archer Medlock was a top 5 talent if I messed around and private worked out him to 100%. That would have been something. Not gonna lie, I saw this center who's actually a center. Instead, I drafted Frank Shields, who's a guard to play center. Should I have just gone this dude? What's the name? Tyson Ramsey here. Why didn't I just go with the actual center? What am I doing? Texans draft Stroud's brother, literally, out of Ohio State too. As this time around, we do have enough to go ahead and reveal somebody. The odds I just do Archer Medlock himself. I mean, nobody here is really that special, is it? I might freaking do Archer Medlock. I did Archer Medlock, and I don't care what you say. He is going to be a star. God damn it. Year 3, we're 83s across the board. Now, this is definitely the best the team's ever been. We improved massively in year number 2 from 1 win to 7 and 10, I believe. Is there a chance at the playoffs this season? Now, as for the defense, I think Ali McNeil is going to make a big impact for our team. Our cornerbacks look awesome as well. We do have Terrell Burgess starting at free safety now, which is kind of like, it'll do for just now only. I think I'm going to start Randy Birch just because of the, you know, the youth side of him. Clowney's getting really old now. If we're in midseason and Clowney, Jewel, and Taylor Moton, I think I'm looking at as well. If we're bad, I might look to move them on. Did I get a Devi, you may ask? No. Ooh, JC Horn has a breakout after week 1. You know how Babe Ruth called his shot back in the day? No. Of course we lose 24-14, as JC's horn did not work. That just didn't sound right. Yo, it took a little while, but we may just be ready for prime time, 5-2. Oh yeah, he ain't playing fair no more. In terms of contracts, JC Horn's here, the big one. Everybody else, though, not gonna lie, we might move on from. JC Horn, though, as green interest, is one of the best cornerbacks in the league now. Say no more. And let's see, at midseason, we're actually kind of decent now, but let's try to see what we can get for Clowney. Honestly, anything we'll probably do, but these are worse than anything. Oh, Denver just took him on for a 3rd round pick this season. Hey, you don't gotta ask me twice. Not gonna lie, I just missed week 11, and we're also 500 now, so I'm just gonna go kill myself. How did I even do that? I don't know. We made the playoffs. We only went 8-9, though. I guess it is an improvement, as Bryce Young definitely had his best season. 3,878 yards, 27 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions as well. Was extremely accurate, 228 yards a game. Bryce Young is definitely getting up there. Can that season warrant him a superstar dev? I sure hope so, but I don't feel like it will. 12 touchdowns, 4.2 a carry, 1,100 yards for Jonathon Brooks. Xavier Legette, once again, the only man above 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns as well. He had an awesome year. Chester McKenzie, the rookie in the slot, 964 as well. 7 touchdowns. Mingo as their 3rd option, not bad. Ooh, big season from Trevin Wallace with no Shaq Thompson anymore. 126 tackles, leads the way. 13 TFLs for Derek Brown. Nickerson, 12 for Ali McNeil. Their sack numbers still a little disappointing. However, Nickerson getting 8.5 is pretty cool to see. 5.5 for McNeil. Jalen Peters, my guy. Not the numbers I was expecting out of you. Trevin Wallace had a season. This should be a devy. I believe he's only normal, right? And yeah, our matchup in the wildcard round is going to be the absolutely loaded 91 overall San Francisco 49ers. Let's go ahead and hop in. Just watch how the team performs in our very first postseason appearance. Absolutely nobody and their moms is expecting us to win this game, but let's put up a fight at least. Let's show some promise here, as it's a tie ball game at the end of 1. They get another touchdown there, but we drive down 2. We are keeping pace with the Niners, you know, and we take the first lead of the game. For us, that is 21-21 into the 4th now. We have a touchdown lead on the Niners. What am I watching? What am I watching? How did the Niners just equalize that quick? Just an insane turn of events there. It seems we turned the ball over. 3rd and 8 with under 2 minutes to go. Bryce Young, we need this down more than ever, my boy. All right, let's see it. Can our defense hold strong here against like 9 superstars that they have on this offense? George Kittle is going to start them off with a huge chunk. If we could just hold them to at least a field goal, I wouldn't be that mad. You know, it seems like our offense has been humming this game, putting up 35 points. However, the Niners are slicing us right now. 2nd and 5. Purdy hands it off to McCaffrey again here. And honestly, just let him go in. Just let him go in. All right, I'll take our chances with a minute to drive down. Man, we had like a 2-possession lead, though, in the 4th quarter. So that is kind of a tough pill to swallow. Bryce, you got to get rid of it, my boy. You gotta get rid of it, man. Taking a sack in that situation is probably the worst thing you could have done. A lot of time off the clock as well. We only have 1 timeout remaining. We probably got to use it right here. Nope, we're gonna run another hurry up 4-second run off there. Not too bad, but it's only 22 seconds left on the clock. We gotta drive down. What is that, 63 freaking yards? Bryce Young, though, with a bomb. Had him over the top. He just threw it out of bounds. 1st and 10. Bryce Young out of the gun. 10 seconds remaining. Steps up in the pocket. This is fine until you took the sack. Why didn't you just run? Yeah, there's the game. We lost to the Niners. We put up a pretty good fight, though, and that's all I was really asking for, especially in our first postseason appearance, the first playoff appearance for Bryce Young and this young overall team as a whole. So I'm pretty happy that we, you know, put up a match against the Niners. Yep, and right here with 2:42 to go, Charvarius Ward picks off Bryce Young for 64 yards, and they pretty much tied up the game. The momentum completely shifted there. Hey, how about that, though, for your postseason debut? Not too shabby. I'm not gonna lie, though, we have ourselves an 87 overall squad already, which is actually a way bigger number than I thought. So, like, the signs are definitely good, right? We're definitely headed into the right direction. Lions, Jaguars, Super Bowl. Would you rather fight a lion or a jaguar? Let me know in the comments down below. Dak MVP. As we got ourselves absolutely nothing else. You know what we got, though? Bryce Young not going up to superstar. Sadly, Boston ends up being a star too. McKenzie could have went up to star. Wouldn't have hated that, but not that on offense, sadly. Defensively, however, we're going to see Trevin Wallace go up to star, which we were expecting. However, no Randy Birch, nothing else. As Frank Shields is also just a star dev. Lions fans, stand up. You paid Jared Goff that new contract, and it has paid out. They win 14-10. Alex Anzalone is your Super Bowl MVP as well. Now, we do have a 5th-year option for Bryce Young that I am going to accept. However, with 122 mil left in the bag, I think we're going to go to free agency with all of that and hopefully upgrade on a lot of positions. Let's see it. Any big names? Mark Andrews. Whoa. 97 overall. Trent Brown would be awesome. 33 years old now, though. Same with Tyron Smith, 35. Trey Hendrickson, another big name. Zach Tom would be an awesome replacement for the outgoing Taylor Moton, of course. There's some decent freaking names here. Derrick Henry, huh? As much as I would love Mark Andrews, he just has no interest, has 16 other teams interested. I even put in a player-friendly deal, and we still weren't even close. These are the 5 guys I'm gonna try to get, though. Derrick Henry, Zach Tom, the big one. Trey Hendrickson as well would be a nice addition to our defensive group as a whole. Everybody's gone, but Trey Hendrickson, we did go 4 for 4 with the others. All right, also picked up Juwan Bentley on a little 1 year. This corner, Larry Craig, looks unbelievable as well out of Georgia Tech. Deion Hopkins, the defensive tackle out of Oregon State, also looks just unreal. Only 21 years old as well. Elite jumping speed and strength there. Holy goodness. I'm gonna throw one on him. He looks just way too good. Larry Craig ran a 4.31 with elite acceleration and speed. Great strength too. This might be a generational type corner, bro. What is this class? However, I'm gonna throw a second one on Sean Preston, center out of Iowa. And our final one's gonna go on Dion Poole, a hybrid safety out of USF. Ooh, this mock draft is actually kind of interesting. Deion Hopkins is going at number 6. Mike Hudson all the way down here at 7 to the Chiefs. We are pick 19. I kind of forgot we made the playoffs. When have the Chiefs on Madden, though, ever picked inside the top 10? That's kind of crazy. As for the draft, I really don't know what to do here. To trade it with Chicago to take that defensive tackle would just take so freaking much. However, I think I'm going to trade up to number 9 with the Commanders here. I'm giving away Smith Wade because I think I'm going to take that corner. He might be my favorite prospect in this class as well as our first and then a future third. We have 2 of them. Remember the Clowney trade as well. So you know what? Let's go ahead and grab our guy, an absolute stud partner alongside our 90+ overall superstar JC Horn in Larry Craig here. We've seen the ratings, we've seen the skills. He looks utterly ridiculous. Hopefully he can be at least a superstar dev, if not more, with 97 speed, 95 acceleration. This dude is nuts. Tell you what, I was gonna take the center here in round 2, but free safety Julian DeBose has caught my eye. 21 years old, out of Alabama as well. You love to see that. His ratings all around look pretty dang good, right? He finished number 1 in the 20-yard shuttle and the 40-yard dash and the vert jump, actually. This dude's awesome. A awareness, A catching as well. We need a safety after losing in on Jordan Fuller. We already added in the corner in round 1. Our DB group could be completely revamped with the addition of Julian DeBose as well. Round 3, I'm gonna go with center Easton Elliott. I think Damian Lewis might be on his last year, so we'll move the guy we have at center right now to left back to his natural position, and Easton Elliott will not be the man under center. Are you kidding me? He actually looks really good too, and before you ask, yes, there are 0 guys with the last name Newton in this class, as I will happily sim all the way to round 6 to grab ourselves punter Brock Moyer out of University of Southern Carolina. Elite kick power, elite agility, and A accuracy. No, B accuracy, but A injury and A awareness is all I need to see. No, we did not get a generational punter. He has 99 kick power, but only normal dev. All right, Larry Craig, moment of truth, 84. Oh yeah, he's generational. He is freaking generational. He was my favorite prospect, bro. I'm telling you, 87 catching as well is crazy. He can even tackle with 70. Play rec is good. Man in zone are honestly awesome. 84 overall might be the highest rated corner I've ever drafted. Most definitely the right choice then. Most definitely. DeBose is a 75. 73 for Elliott. He sucks, let's be honest. We got a nice backup running back in DJ Armstrong. Moyer's a 76, but we still need a punter. Man, I'm hyped for Larry Craig now, though. He surely is the #1 player in this class, and he is. Jonathon Fields is 80 overall, as well as LaMarcus Hardy, who goes in round 1, pick 20. Here's Mike Hudson, who we saw was a top 5 talent, goes to the Chiefs. They get themselves a nice little weapon for Mahomes. Superstar dev. Where's the defensive tackle? Dion something Hopkins here goes to the Bears and is going to be a star. I flirted with it. Imagine I did that and we missed out on Larry Craig, bro. That would have been terrible. Alrighty, year 4, let's start off with a bang. Let's go ahead and reveal Larry Craig. And I mean, being an 84 overall corner, this should almost guaranteedly be a superstar X Factor alongside JC Horn. Oh man. Oh man. Ooh, hold up. Harwell? The guy we chose last year is a superstar? Are you kidding me? My God, Derrick Henry kind of scared me for a second. I was like, who's that? Year 4 now. We're up to 87s across the board. We're coming off the best season we had, a playoff appearance. I just need and want Bryce Young to go up to superstar and hopefully build upon the season he just had. Brooks has now hit the 90s. I'm not gonna lie, we still kind of need like a #1 stud dude for Bryce Young to pass to. Don't really have that. This O-line though looks awesome. Just like the defense with Craig now here. DeBose, I made a strong safety. We know Hartwell's a freaking superstar development as well. This defense is definitely the best it's been. That might be the highest score I've ever gotten on target passing. Why am I still doing? Okay, mid-season. I've seen this story before. I will not be fooled this time around. As for contracts, we are going to have Icky here, Trevin Wallace, Jonathon Mingo, Derrick Henry, we can let walk Lee McNeil, Damian Lewis, like we saw. Ika Mikwanu, I kind of want to keep at all costs for as long as possible, to be honest with you. I'm going to give him 10 mil. I'm going to give him a fat deal. He's an 88 superstar dev, so just 25. I would like him to be here for a large chunk of this rebuild, as he has actually developed into one of the top left tackles in the league now, which is cool to see. Trevin Wallace has no interest either. I do actually kind of like him. He's an 80 overall star dev, and he's back for another 5. Mingo, I'm likely going to let walk. We'll wait on everybody else. I got to start being stingy with the money a little bit, though, because Bryce Young is going to need a payday real soon, the same as this guy. Ooh, okay, and off rip, Devon Phillips, we now know is top 5. We also have Vince Clifford down here round 3 to 4. Round 1 talent, which is awesome, but like, is he going to be the dev tree that we need to take us to the next level, you know? I swear, every safety prospect has just not looked good at all. I guess I'll throw one on Sidney Ridley. Maybe we throw one on a tight end. Drew Nails here out of Bama. Jatavion Sanders hasn't really developed the way we've hoped. Final one, let's do Marcus Judge, a DT out of Oklahoma, going way later. And based off where we just left off, are we even going to make the playoffs? We do. We actually end up going 11-6. Okay, more improvements. This division is tough, though. The Bucks and Falcons both finishing 12-5. Good second half. Holy crap, what happened? I didn't change the playbooks from last season. The offense was 2. The defense was top 10. Bryce Young, what got into you, my guy? 4,406 yards, 39 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions. Like I said, I didn't change the playbooks from last season. He just improved himself. Jonathan Brooks, probably his best season. 11 touchdowns, 4.7 a carry, 1,230 yards as he's up to a 95 overall. Now, I feel like he should be going a little more crazier than that, you know? Wow. Huge season. Oh my god, massive season for Xavier. Legette, almost 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, but Chester McKenzie in the slot just put up 15 touchdowns, 1,054 yards. Mingo, 900 yards, and Jatavion Sanders was 730, as well as 11 touchdowns. Bryce Young was feeding everybody. Okay, then I thought this was going to be a same old season as the ones before, but no, our numbers look awesome this year. Trevin Wallace, Juwan Bentley, over 100 tackles there. Jalen Peters has finally arrived with 18 TFLs, 14 for Ali McNeil, 13 for Nickerson, 12 for Brown, 9.5 for Peters there in terms of sacks, 9 for Derek Brown, 7.5 for my boy Carlos there. But yeah, not a bad season. The numbers for interceptions weren't really anything crazy. A few people with 1. Well, okay, then those stats kind of have me juiced up, amped up a little bit, kind of excited to see what we can do in the playoffs. We beat the Eagles in round 1 there, but we have inter-division Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 12-5. We're heading to Tampa, and we lose 13-10. What an ugly game, man. But we got our first playoff win. We have been improving literally year by year. We're up to an 89 as well. And honestly, there's a good chance some of our players can win some awards this season. Brock Purdy wins MVP, but Bryce Young finds himself top 6. Craig and Dubose finished number 10 and number 8 for defensive rookie of the year. That's kind of disappointing. Who the hell is that? Willie Gay? What'd they do to my guy? Devies, we could have a few on offense. Bryce Young, Legette, Chester McKenzie, Jatavion Sanders. I think we just about got... Now, how did Legette not go up? That's crazy. Bryce Young, though, is now up to superstar. McKenzie up to star development, and Jatavion Sanders up to superstar after I was looking for some tight ends. Legette had a monster season as well, though. Kind of upset about that. Don't think anything over here, as Larry Craig, after just his rookie season, is already up to a 90 overall, as it is a fellow NFC South team in the Falcons winning the Super Bowl 34-17, beating out the Ravens in the Battle of the Birds. Bijan is your Super Bowl MVP. Coach of the Year is Arthur Smith. What are they cooking? And also, who was their freaking quarterback? It's Penix. Wow, they won it all with Penix in year 5. 5th year option for Jalen Peters, absolutely. All 90 million our bag. Lermy Tunsil, Ronnie Stanley, some older tackles. Tyron Smith, what's going on here? Ryan, is this just a retirement home? What is going on here? Justin Simmons as well. Jair Brown's a superstar. 85 overall would be a pretty good addition to our defense. Honestly, I wouldn't hate this deal. I can move Julian DeBose back to a free safety as well, his original position. Seems like Ali McNeil was the best option we can get. I'm only gonna do a 2-year though. Low key, he has no interest, but I would not hate Tuli Pilotu coming off the edge alongside Jalen Peters. He's only 24, 80 overall. We are currently the top offer. Also seems like Bryce Young finally got the franchise QB tag, which is good to see. And okay, just up the deal on Jair Brown, so now we're ahead of the Rams. I didn't even realize they were ahead of us here. Only 3 players, but all 3 of these guys would be immediate starters on our team. We go 3 for 3. Here we go. Tis the season, baby. Year 5's about to be a movie. Private workouts, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tempted to trade up for Devon Phillips, man. It's gonna take a bag, though, isn't it? We did win a playoff game, too. Ooh, Drew Nails is a true round 1 talent. 22 years old out of Bama, 6'5" vert threat as well. Whoa. Whoa, this might be like the worst interior offensive line class I've ever seen, and we kind of need one. I'm gonna throw one on the both of them. F it. This defensive tackle class is nuts. There's so many good ones, but I'm gonna throw our last one on Marcus Judge, get him to 100. Real question is though, when is that receiver projected to go? Number 4. There's just no shot we trade up that much, man. So I think we just sit where we're at and just see who falls to us, honestly. Marcus Judge ends up only being around 2 to 3 talent. But out of the right guards here, Corbin Hayes looks a little better. Bro, why is there nobody with the last name Newton? I thought it would be a lot more common than it is. If we get to next season and there still isn't a Newton, I might have to change that freaking goal, man. What the hell? Okay, big trade here. Looks like a lot. We're trading away the backup center, Byron Cook, now that we have Jair Brown. And our first, moving back to 42. We're also getting their 3rd round pick, a future 2nd, and then some 6th rounders this year too. Kind of a lot there, but I didn't really like anybody at 26, so I'm gonna trade back to 10, and let's go ahead and take the guys that we have been scouting. Let's go with the tight end, Drew Nails. I know Jatavian Sanders is coming off a great season, just got superstar dev too, but his contract is gonna be running out soon. I'm not sure if we can sign him long term, so Drew Nails hopefully can be that next guy up. Hidden dev. Our original pick in round 2 now, I'm going to go ahead and take the right guard, Corbin Hayes, right now. We cannot afford to lose him because we don't got anything out at left guard right now. So Corbin Hayes, another hidden dev. He's still just 21 as well. There's a lot. He's a little raw as a prospect, but the future is bright. And now with the Bears pick in round 3, I'm going to go ahead and take... He went already, didn't he? The round 1 receiver that we had. Oh, no. Well, okay, then my plan is ruined. Because, man, everything leading up to that kind of looked real good so far. I'm going to take Marcus Judge. We know he's around 2 to 3 talent. Still good value here in round 3. 22-year-old speed rusher out of Oklahoma. Another hidden dev. Can we get a little ace here? Can we get all hidden developments with our first 5 picks? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go with another defensive tackle. We need help there. The only player we have there at this moment is Lee McNeil, and the guy we just drafted, 21 years old, out of Utah, Marshall Tarrant here. Kind of looks like a beast. Great acceleration, great speed, great strength, great change of direction. Awesome combine too. This dude is kind of a gem alongside the other defensive tackle we just got. Oh my God. One more. Give me that ace, baby. That trade back is looking real good now because every player we have hit on so far, they're going to play a role next season one way or another. Sean Rudd is going to be our choice. Cornerback here, 6'3", slot archetype out of Wazoo there. His ratings honestly look really good all around for a day 4 guy here. B awareness, B catching, A tackle, C man, B to D zone. Sean Rudd, can we go 5 for 5? You ruined it. You ruined my moment, man. Awesome draft, no doubt, but I'm still kind of salty that we haven't found a Newton. 76 for Drew Nails, 72 for Hayes, 72 for Marcus Judge, 73 for Toronto, 73 for Rudd as well. The CPU didn't do much, did it? Damn, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy with all the hiddens we got, but they're kind of a low overall. I was hoping for something just a little juice here, you know what I mean? Amari Straight here, receiver. Here's McLaughlin, the defensive tackle. Devon Phillips was the guy that we saw as a top 5 guy. Is there a world we traded up? Maybe, but it would have been so much. I wish I freaking did, though. And tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the tight end Drew Nails. If he is superstar, I wouldn't mind trading away Jatavian Sanders right now and just simply getting value while we can. He's still on his rookie contract. I'm not sure if I'm going to give him a long-term one. Drew Nails, his only star. So, okay, here now in year 5, and I know one thing's for sure. We're going to be eating a whole lot of W's. And I kind of want to get aggressive. I want to see if I can go find maybe a stud wide receiver 1. Who's this, man? What the heck? Bengals, you do not need T and this dude. Really? This is the greed they talk about in the Bible right here. T. Higgins only has 1 year left. Oh my God. What about like a Terry McLaurin? 31 years old now. You want Jonathan Brooks or are you the Jets have this scrub at quarterback, 79 overall. Normal devs. Somebody save Garrett Wilson. It might be me. What if I offer you both our 2nd round picks? Oh my God. Our 1st round pick? Oh my God. Plus the 2 2nd round picks? There's just no way. Yeah, there's just no way, right? Every team is asking for world peace. What in the mid is going on over here? Jordan Addison? What if I said please, though? All right, well, that was uber unsuccessful. We still have Legette, McKenzie, and Royal hopefully can step up. Defensively, we look kind of nasty, right? Tarrant, Judge here now. The D-line remains the same. Linebacker room with Tui Pelotu and Jalen Peters off the edge. Wallace and Hartwell are going to be starting finally. Jair Brown, we added in. Craig and JC Horn, 290 overall cornerbacks. DeBoe's back in his preferred position, too. Can we make a run this year? As for the 3rd season in a row, we are 5-2 at the midseason point. So you have Jonathan Brooks and Bryce Young and Xavier Legette and oh God, that's a lot of money. Let's start off with Bryce Young. I'd love to keep him for another 7 seasons. Honestly, this contract really isn't the worst. On the worst, you know, especially of the contracts we've seen in real life. Now everybody's getting 50 mil pretty much. This is only about 39. He doesn't like it though. Jonathan Brooks, another guy I gotta keep at all costs here. I'll bump up the money and he's back for another 6. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared now. We have a lot of people that I like and want to keep around, but I don't got the money to do it. Like even Isaiah Reed wants a little bit. I kind of want to keep him, but I don't know. I think for our guy Carlos here, I'm gonna bump it up to 4 mil. He's not asking for the most at an 85 overall at left end, a valuable position. He's back. I love it. I guess we can just try an offer right now. Nope. And okay, this class seems to have another Jalen Peters in it in Richard Ballard. He looks literally ridiculous out of Ohio State as well. A good pass rush school. He is 23 though, a little bit older, but those ratings, man. Whew. Not a ton of great looking receivers, but Keith Snow around 1 to 2 projection looks like the best. I'm going to do center Luke Dunn here out of Texas. And then I guess our final one, I'll throw on Dom Farrell, a run stopper out of Miami. As when I left off, we were top of the division. And we win our very first NFC South title, which is awesome to see. Host our first playoff game of the video as well. We're going to be playing the Commanders. And Bryce Young has led the league in total yards, as our offense in total was #1 in the league with almost 6,500 yards there. What happened to the defense? We can now check off though Bryce Young leading the league in yards, 33 touchdowns, 6 interceptions for him as well, 75% completion rate, almost another really good year. But Jonathan Brooks really took a lot of the workload this time around. 19 touchdowns for him, 4.5 a carry, 1,300 yards out the backfield. And Chester McKenzie has stepped up to be our wide receiver 1, 11 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Legette, who still needs a contract, 7 touchdowns for him, and Royale, who is our number 3 option. Legette had 1,200 yards. Jatavion Sanders, down year after last one. Trevin Wallace, 124 tackles. TFLs, Nickerson with 15, the new contract man. Sack numbers, nothing crazy. Have I gotten a double-digit sack total this entire video? Where is Tui Peloto? 2 sacks for Tui? That is crazy. Did I? Was he at rush right end? I'm not really too sure. Trevin Wallace, 3 picks. Burgess, Jair Brown, McCree with 2 there. Let's get the wild card round out of the way, though. We beat the Commanders 20-13. Now we have the 12-5 Philadelphia Eagles, a team that we beat last year in Philly. They now come to Carolina, and we beat them 41-35. And for our first ever conference championship game, we get our 3rd NFC East team in a row. Now the Cowboys, though, the juggernaut on Madden, of course. We have a better team. We're a 90. They're an 88. We're looking to get our first ticket to the Super Bowl here. Let's get things on its way in AT&T Stadium. We score the first touchdown of the game. Stop the Cowboys from scoring. I don't know. Their offense has been on the field for so long. Very low scoring game, 7-0. Nobody can find the back of the end zone in the second quarter there. It is 10-0. The Cowboys offense has not moved. Our defense is our number 19th ranked defense, remember. We're in the middle of the 4th quarter now. It's a close game, but I hope we can just close this one out. It was a stingy one, not gonna lie, but we come away with our win 17-10, and for the first time ever, we're in the Super Bowl. That was a very weird game. Usually the Cowboys offense on simulation goes crazy, so for us to keep them in check is quite interesting. We have the 9-8 Steelers in the Super Bowl here. Okay. Dak wins MVP. Yeah, nice 10 points in the playoffs, buddy. Bryce Young 4. We're creeping up. Bryce Young put up some great numbers, but is it enough for him to go up to X Factor? And it is. Okay, then you absolutely love to see that. As you can see, his dev trait has increased, and he's up to a 94 overall now with morale and looking to win the Panthers their first ever Super Bowl. 5 years later, baby. Jonathan Brooks somehow did not go up to X Factor after a monster 19 touchdown season. McKenzie, though, up to superstar is awesome to see. Defensively, the unit that just shut down Dak Prescott and the Cowboys defense did not get a single upgrade. We also haven't seen any of our hidden dev guys in specialist section. Tui Peloto was not starting at rush right end. That is on me. Also, Burgess was starting at sub linebacker. Man, that's on me. That's on me, but at the end of the day, who cares? We're in the freaking Super Bowl, baby. Who is on this Steelers team? Justin Fields up to an 88 now, 5 years down the line. He has developed to be their franchise quarterback. Okay, it looks like they have a lot of their just main squad, right? Fatanu's there, of course. All right, let's get into it. One of our big goals is to win 4.5 Super Bowls. So if we could start off one with just in year number 5 here, that would be great. We take a lead there. We take a 2-possession lead now, 14-3. End of the first half, they do find the end zone, sadly. We get a field goal to go up by 7 now. Goal 14, 2-touchdown lead into the 4th quarter. It is a 1-possession game now with under 4 to go. We are driving. Bryce Young, I got all the faith in the world in you, my guy. We're on the Steelers 33. Any points here are good points because we'd be taking a 2-possession lead. Good blocking from the O-line. Bryce Young has room to run and is going to get us a big first down. What a rush. Fresh first down now inside the 30. Bryce Young slings it, and it's another chunk. Bryce Young's having a phenomenal game. He's looking to win that Super Bowl MVP. 3rd and 11 now. 2-minute warning is gone. Like I said, any points are good points here. Just don't make any mistakes. Do not force it. Do not get a turnover because 3 points is all we need. Holy crap, I thought Joey Porter was about to cut that. A little disappointing not to find the end zone after that drive. However, Isaiah Reed should kick a little chip shot here and get us up by 10 total points with under 2 to go. And now now we just got to rely on our awesome defense to get a stop here against Justin Fields. And I got all the faith in the world in my boys. Justin Fields is 6 for 13 with 80 yards. That brother is doing cardio out there in this Super Bowl. 2nd and 10 now. Fields drops back to pass for the 14th time this game. Does end up completing it to Najee, but it's short of a first. As there goes Pittsburgh's first timeout. Fields drops back to pass once again here. Nowhere to go. Scrambles on left. Derrick Brown, the main man himself. I think our best, highest overall player shows up when we need him most, baby. Huge sack. Huge sacks, giving the Steelers a 4th and 8 and the Super Bowl on the line on this down. And Justin Fields finds a wide open Pat Freiermuth. Okay, they got a mountain to climb still, but it most certainly isn't over. It's the same exact play, however, we read it this time around. It's going to be Jamal Dubose, or something Dubose. The man we drafted, I believe, just 2 years ago. Fields drops back to pass once again now. It's completed. 1st down, but the clock is not on their side. They not only have to find the end zone or get points here, but they have to get the onside kick afterwards as well. Najee gets them. Oh, is that a face mask? Roughing the pass. Steelers inside the 10 now. They have 1 timeout remaining, but the clock is under 30 seconds to go. They got to get in the end zone quick here, or at least kick a field goal. They actually do. They actually do find the end zone. It all comes down now to this onside kick. All right, here we go. Super Bowl on the line. It's simple. We recover this. We win our very first Super Bowl in year 5. Let's just go down, please. Just go down. Ice the game, baby. Let's go. As Bryce Young sets up this Carolina offense in victory formation. Super Bowl number 1. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect to get a Super Bowl this early, but the team just caught fire. Bryce Young has now developed into a true standout elite number 1. Look at Jalen Royale putting up numbers in the Super Bowl. Legette 100 yards as well as an end zone appearance. Chester McKenzie. Look at Drew Nails, who actually outperformed JT Sanders by a long shot. 1 touchdown, 57 yards, 5 catches. Maybe it wasn't the wrong choice after all. Bryce Young will probably win MVP, but let's not forget Derrick Brown's huge contributions there at the end of the game. He had a great game all around. Okay, yeah, absolutely love to see it. A Super Bowl in just year 5. Super Bowl MVP goes to Bryce Young, of course, but we got some tough decisions to make now. Bryce Young, let's go ahead and bump this up to 20.5, and then we'll do 22 mil here. The Super Bowl MVP, we got to keep him at all costs. Oh my God. He will get tagged. Do not even worry about it. And after winning the Super Bowl, Xavier Legette's interest is actually not too bad now. I'm going to offer him the same deal. Crap. JT Sanders, Micah McCree, I'm probably going to let walk. Josh Sandridge is asking for literal dirt. I'm going to give him a 7-year deal. We always got to trick up our sleeves, though. Let's go ahead and do unlock 1 player in re-signing who is not interested. I'm going to throw it on Bryce Young because the longer we wait on him, the more the money's going to go up. So I kind of want to do it as early as possible. Hell, I wish I did it when he wasn't this good yet. It would have been like when the Warriors paid Steph Curry before he boomed. That would have been amazing. I'm just going to bump this up a ton, to be honest with you. Let's get this up to like 25 and 22 mil over here. And he's back. Thank God. My heart kind of dropped for a second. I'm not going to lie. If Bryce Young would have declined, I would have been playing Marvin's Room. And then let's go ahead and tag Legette for 36 mil. That's kind of crazy. Oh, we're actually going to lose a lot here. And we don't got the money. Oh, no. How have I let this happen? How have I let this happen? Oh, hold up. We got 13.5 mil now. I know this is probably not wise, but like I said, this is an Isaiah Reed career simulation. I want him long term. Reed, please accept your freaking deal. It's not like anybody else is offering you. Okay, he's finally gone. We did end up getting him, and I added City Sal as well. That was probably kind of stupid. Okay, Keith Snow's going to be a round 1 talent. I like it. Same with Dom Farrell, and you know what? I'm going to do him and Luke Dunn again to see their true talent. And then we weren't able to re-sign a few corners, so let's do Jamal Blaylock here. Oh, and we not only have pick 32, but number 8 in round 2, courtesy of the Bears, hey? We won at the end of the day. The center is round 1. The linebacker is round 1 to 2. I'll take it. And the corner looks trash. And I'm not going to lie, despite losing a lot of people, our squad is actually relatively still kind of insane. We have pretty much everything we need. Is there any way we can trade up to number 1? Jesus. I'm willing to give up next year's first. We'll add in next year's 3rd as well. It's an absolute haul. It's still not really even close though. Who am I kidding? 32 to 1 is way too tough, but man, that edge at 1 is going to be insane. No, the Steelers just took our receiver from us. Are you kidding me? Okay, I've kind of been flip-flopping around on what I should do with pick number 32. I think at the end, I'm just going to take Aris Ridgeway here, who's this pass rusher. I feel like we could still use some help there. I contemplated trading this pick away, but I'm just going to take BPA and hopefully Aris Ridgeway turns I should have traded it. God. Okay, Dunn is projected to go 31 here. We're at pick 8. We have 32 as well. I think I'm going to trade up for him, but let's take somebody higher up the board here. Like a Damian Gamble. I know we have a ton of defensive tackles, I'm not going to lie, but we're going to lose a Lee McNeil next year, and it never hurts just beefing out the trenches as much as possible, get as much help as possible alongside Derek Brown. Damian Gamble looks like the BPA. Only 21 years of age as well, and hidden development. Hopefully, though, he's more than what those other guys were. Actually, I didn't even check them out. Imagine they're like both X Factor or something. Tarrant is star. Judge is also star. Trading up from 64 to 53 here. The Vikings were very annoying and stingy to deal with, though. But we really didn't have to give up too much, so it ain't a problem. Luke Dunn is still available. Thank God. I had no idea where he was going to go. 21 years old, out of Texas, center with awesome ratings around. Round 1 true talent as well. Probably going to be starting day 1. Hell yeah, baby. Hidden dev again. The rich get richer. Can we go back to back potentially? Wait, didn't I have a linebacker I wanted? Yeah, he's gone. He was looking good too. But okay, Pat Huffman himself looks pretty awesome. Elite acceleration, agility, change of direction, and jumping there. Linebacker out of the Oregon State. I don't know why I said the. Oh, the hidden dev though. Actually, wait, I was about to sim it. Is there anybody named Newton, please? The last name Newton is just not a thing. Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I might just make the goal find one Newton and just cross it off, man. Also, this is already a 20-year rebuild, and now I'm just scrolling through every single player trying to find a last name. What am I doing to my mental health? There's genuinely not one, bro. I don't know what to say. It's actually like making me mad now. I don't really know. Ridgeway, 73. What a reach. Terrible pick in round 1 after winning a Super Bowl. However, Gamble, Dunn, and Huffman, all amazing, all hidden dev as well, which is great. God, I wish I traded out of number 32. What is this class? How many freaking 80 overalls are there? Here's Richard Bullard, who I was interested in. He is a little older at 23 years old. However, he's gonna come out the gate firing. Okay, he's a superstar. Honestly, if I trade up for him, I probably wouldn't have been too happy, you know? I mean, obviously he's great, but like you want that X factor. You want maybe an 84, 85 overall. Sean Lowry here, number 3. Where was that receiver? Here's Keith Snow, who got sniped right in front of me. Actually, he's who I would have picked at 32, and I would have never gotten that bum edge rusher. Okay, he is only a star, but still, it would have been better. Year 6 now, we got an 89 overall squad. We are fresh off a Super Bowl, but is this roster good enough to go back to back? On the defensive side, nothing really changed too much over here, too. We've kept our core intact. We do have Tui starting at rush right end. This time, Craig's going to be in the slot. McKenzie at slot receiver, of course, and Huffman's a higher sub linebacker than Hartwell off rip. Can we get our 4th 5-2 in a row? We actually do. What is going on? Luke Dunn, our center, is going to be superstar X Factor. Nope, he's only a star. Yeah, and miss me with that offensive lineman can't be X Factor. Yes, it can. I've not only done it before, but a dude tweeted me on Twitter seeing one as well. It can happen. But it is honestly probably the rarest thing you can find on franchise mode. And here we go. Jalen Peters, Xavier Legette, Chester McKenzie. We have about 50 mil to spend on 3 of them. Frank Shields is even here too. I mean, Jalen Peters is going to eat up a chunk of it, isn't he? Yeah, we still got 27 mil remaining. He's 25 years old now. Yeah, 6 years. Actually, I'm gonna bump it down a little bit, a little disrespectful, but he does have interest, so that's on me. That's on me, Jalen. Wow, we just got smoked in week 8 by Baltimore. Just back here to give another deal to Jalen Peters. He should accept this one. Welcome back, my guy. The very first pick of the video, right? Definitely want him to retire here, dude. Both our top 2 receivers are here, and I don't even know if I can re-sign him. Not gonna lie, I've kind of left ourselves in a bad spot. I think the Tui deal was not great. Nickerson, I don't think we had to re-sign him either to a long-term deal because we have such an abundance at defensive tackle. Ooh, Tyler Pruitt out of Mississippi State. Oh, another guy, Dakota Reynolds. Okay. Oh my God, projected undrafted. What a name. It's Levy St. Louis. Fire name. Or Levi. Who the hell goes by Levy? Sidney Young, round 2 to 3 corner, looks incredible. We may be in the market for a tackle this season. Terry Green looks kind of like the real deal. And let's do the linebacker Juan Rice here out of Utah. We're like the most consistent team ever. I don't really know. Every year we're 5-2 in the midseason. Every year we end 12-5. Win another division though. That's 2 now. Did Bryce Young lead the league in touchdowns? He was 4th with 33 there. Offensively, we were 7th in the league. Defense, 8th. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Bryce Young's yards went down a bit. Under 4K this season. Still good touchdowns though. Only 3 interceptions is lovely. He's just seeing the field nicely. Doesn't matter if you're 5'10 or 6'10. If you're him, you're him. 1337 elite yards. If you know, 4.5 carries and 10 tuds for Jonathon Brooks. Hasn't really exploded though. I kind of want him to explode. Xavier Legette is proven to me. He wants a contract. 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, and I might just have to keep him around. I love Chester McKenzie though, man. He's developed into a gem now. Superstar dev. I believe we got him like round 3-2. Mark Murphy, Drew Nails, Trevin Wallace, monster tackling numbers, 144 there. 4 people above 10 TFLs, and we have 2 people in the double-digit sack totals for the first time in a long time, if not ever. 11 for Jalen Peters, 10.5 for Tui, 6.5 for, I almost said Jalen Brown, Derek Brown, and Carlos gets that as well, as Wallace and Craig and Sandridge get 2 picks. Let's see if we can defend our belt, though. We got a tough matchup in the wildcard round. The San Francisco 49ers coming to Arizona. Nope, where? Who? What? Coming to Carolina to, face us off. We beat them 24-14, have another NFC West opponent now in the Seattle Seahawks. However, we're going to be in the 12th man. We beat them though, and the Giants were the #1 pick last year, are now 14-3. I almost traded back with them when I was talking about trading out of 32. And they beat us. What are they cooking over there? What? How did they just go from the #1 pick to a Super Bowl appearance? What in the hell, EA? This game is so dumb, man. I mean, just look at that. It just doesn't look right at all. Kind of sucks, though, to miss out on the bowl. 1 game short. Josh Allen is MVP. How am I going to get Bryce Young into the top group? He's been putting up good stats, but not like super elite stats. I mean, I guess 3 interceptions was good, but he does win best QB for the first time. We do need 5 of those, so, nice. Still haven't finished with a bye week either, which is a little concerning, considering how freaking awesome our team looks right now. Xavier Legette finally gets himself his deservedly so superstar X Factor. Nothing else on offense by the looks of it. Defensively, though, I think Trevin Wallace finally goes up to superstar. He's been pretty awesome year in, year out for us. I don't think anything else, though. We still don't know what gamble is. The Giants quite literally just went from the #1 overall pick to Super Bowl winners. Has that ever happened before? And look at the Super Bowl MVP was. It was a #1 edge rusher, Richard Ballard. What in the world? As we find ourselves here again, Larry Craig, let's go ahead and accept that 5th-year option. I'm going to have to pay him next year, too, and he has no interest in rejoining us. I gotta keep Legette, right? No, Archer. Yo, why is he kind of demanding a bit as well? Oh, we don't even have enough for Legette. This is not good. I might have to let him go. Honestly, he's 28 now, and I've made some mistakes with other contracts, but we got to keep one of these receivers, though. Chester McKenzie is 2 years younger, and the guy I think I want to build around. He does have less interest, though, so I'm going to have to give him a little bit more money than he initially was asking for, but we do get Chester back. Legette, though, it was a good ride. He has actually developed into a top-tier wide receiver for us, put up great numbers every season, has a Super Bowl ring with us as well, so that draft pick was certainly a boom. Actually, 1 sec. We just lower the money a ton here and offer him that. Yes. With only 6 mil remaining, I probably wouldn't be able to do much anyway, so Xavier Legette, you're getting tagged again, buddy. Okay, well now we definitely can't do anything. Just kidding, we were able to squeeze just enough to get ourselves Jonathon and Moody and Cole Bishop from free agency. League-changing moves. You want to know my favorite part of this rebuild so far, though, is that the 2024 draft picks of the Panthers have all kind of boomed. Jonathon Brooks is a 98 now. Legette is a 92 superstar X Factor, and Trevin Wallace is even developed into an 86 superstar now. And wherever the heck Jatavion Sanders went, he developed into a superstar himself. Oh, and what do you know? He's on this freaking giant super team, which also means he just won back-to-back Super Bowls with 2 different teams. That's kind of fire. This right tackle down the board looks awesome. I'm going to throw another one on him. Same thing with the corner, Sidney Young. Juan Rice only around 2 to 3. And I don't know, last one, I guess I'll throw it on another center. We'll move him out if we need to. Nate Barnett, safety out of Florida State, DBU. He looks really good, I'm not gonna lie. That right tackle, oh, okay. What about that corner that we saw? Sidney Young's the real deal. This Nate Barnett fella looks just too good of a prospect to pass up. This kind of reminds me of when Kyle Hamilton was falling down the board. It's like, yeah, it's a safety. Do you really want to take him? Look at it nowadays. Best safety in the league, arguably. Nate Barnett is going to be that a few years down the line because he just looks utter ridiculous. And it's going to be hidden dev, 21 years old. Look at the athletic ratings, 94 excel, 93 speed, 90 jumping, 88 agility, 84 change of direction. This dude is going to be a demon. He just looked way too good. Okay, the receivers, one of them is still here. I feel like I got to take him. He's a playmaker archetype out of Kansas State, 22 years old. There is almost zero chance we re-sign Xavier Legette next season, so let's draft his replacement early. Only normal dev, though. Pain. Wait, I just forgot about the corner. Crap, I totally forgot about him. Round 3, I'm gonna go with Joey Frost here and just bank on his upside. Out of Oklahoma, 22 years of age. We might have to move him out to I almost said safety, to tackle potentially as well. He actually doesn't look half bad, to be fair. And he's in, so I cannot complain with that at all. And would you look at that? Nate Barnett is an 80 overall with hidden dev, 76 for Dakota Reynolds, 74 for Joey Frost. Ain't too bad either. Here's Sidney Young, who went in 24 in round 2. We would have had to trade up just a tiny bit, though. And maybe I should have, although cornerback is not the most dying need for us. Only a star anyway. And first things first, let's go ahead and reveal the safety Nate Barnett. And I don't believe we've drafted a superstar X Factor on this offense yet, so we got to do that soon as I have to generate the best lineup, you idiot. He's at strong safety. Bang. Superstar. We'll take a superstar. But here we are, year 7. The squad looks amazing. 93 Bryce Young, 98 Jonathon Brooks. We managed to keep Legette around on another franchise tag. Joey Frost has moved out to right tackle now in this kind of makeshift O-line. And defensively, we added in a superstar in the draft and Nate Barnett. This side looks good. No more Lee McNeil, but Gamble and Tarrant, Nickerson, and even this Givens dude can hopefully take over the reins. As Nate Barnett is going to play in the nickel, Huffman, let's make him sub linebacker 2, and then I'll move Tui to rush right end again. And let's see how we do. I would like to change playbooks down the line and see if we can get some more crazier numbers, but for now, we've been consistently pretty freaking fire. Okay, you know what? I don't have to change a thing. We're 6-0. And I mean, you're going to also tell me Joey Frost is a super... Okay. Player contracts, I'm scared here. We have 30 mil. Oh no. Oh no, look at some of the names. Okay, it actually kind of falls off a little bit. Crap, we don't even have the money to re-sign Derek Brown. Damn, he's 31 now. Time flies. But at the same time, because he's 31, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year then. We're 7-0. I might just have to sim week by week right now. The 1-6 Saints. Easy. Oh, we got a big clash though against the 7-1 Buffalo Bills up next. We beat him 28-25. Oh my god, what are we cooking right now? Wait, dude, that one, wasn't there a round 1-2 guy that was like undrafted, a receiver? That Levi St. Louis fella. I totally forgot about him. Nah, I'm genuinely upset now. I gotta go find him. I needed that brother. Oh no, I found him. He's in our division on the Falcons. He is only normal dev, but damn. Look at the league nowadays though. 599 overall receivers. Jamar Chase, Marv, Jetta, St. Brown, and Puka up here. What was I doing? Yeah, focus players. And for the first time in a long time, I have no idea what to do with my focus scouts. I'm gonna throw one on a running back. Let's do this right tackle, Warren Beckham down the board. And I'll throw the last one on Marion Shepard, middle linebacker out of Georgia. I guess we'll just keep simming here. The 2-7 Bucks up next. It's another W. We got the 500 Falcons. Interdivision never easy though, but we do beat them again, 26-24. Now we have CJ Stroud. I haven't seen them win a Super Bowl, but you know who has one? Bryce Young. We will beat them as well. We are 12-0. The 6-6 Minnesota Vikings up next, 500, 35-14. I was talking about changing playbooks. Why would I ever change this? Because if it ain't broke, do not freaking change a thing. What does this even mean? Because the brother is already an X Factor. But I mean, sure, I'll never say no to more XP here. The Giants went from the 1 pick to the Super Bowl to now 6-8. This is the most bipolar team I've ever seen in my life. Out of all, really? The lights were too bright for Bryce. Playoff time, I'm going to assume we just get the number 1 seed, you feel me? That's our first one. And I'm not going to lie, that was actually ridiculous. How did we just go 16-1? That was crazy. And our only loss came to the 6-8 Giants, bro. Come on. Crazy though. 16-1. Bryce Young 3rd in the league in touchdowns this time around. Number 1 offense, number 1 defense. Bryce, another great season. 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, only 4 picks. As Jonathon Brooks had his best season yet. 16 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, and over 5 a carry for maybe the first time. Yeah, he's never had over 5 a carry. He's been putting up monstrous yards and touchdown numbers every season, but this season, his most efficient yet. Dude, how am I going to let go of Xavier Legette? He has been so good. 12 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. McKenzie, awesome as well. 8 touchdowns for him, 8 touchdowns for Drew Nails. Murphy didn't do much as our number 3, though. But that's fine with me. Who am I to really complain, right? 17 TF. Wow. What happened this year, bro? Oh my God. We just put up a 30, 45, 56, 57 sacks, almost 60 sacks from our pass rush duel. That, or dual combination, our pass rushers, I don't freaking know. You know what I mean, though? That is insane. Nate Barnett has transformed this team. I guess the first round pick by you boys. Yeah, 2 picks for a few people. Yeah, if you can tell, it's really late. We're in year 7, so I've kind of lost the ability to talk. We beat the Rams there in the divisional 42-10. Good God. 11-6 Carolina. Nope. Arizona Cardinal. Why do I keep getting those 2 mixed up? I don't really know. We beat them 31-24, and here we are back in the Super Bowl. We could finish off this season with one of the best of all times, going 16-1, what, 19-1 in total? 18-1? I don't know. I can't talk. I'm not gonna do math either. 19-1. Yeah. We just went 16-1. Bryce Young, like, should automatically win MVP because of that. It goes to Jane Daniels. What do you want us to do? Honestly, a 16-1 quarterback is going to win MVP, bro. Hey, there's our first coach of the year, though. Wait, is Jaden Daniels just going to hijack every award then? He is. He genuinely is. 16-1 to finish as the 4th best QB. Okay. Oh, but I see a best running back for Jonathon Brooks for the first time. How did Xavier like, man, go ahead and hop in against this Colts roster. Jonathan Taylor, Josh Downs, John Perez, a tight end. They're an 86, we're a 92. We should be heavy favorites here, especially after that season we just had. Especially when you look at our team, the superstar players that we have, the camaraderie that we've had. This unit has been together for a long time. The chemistry is most definitely booming as we come off with a 7-7 start here in the first half. We take the lead right at the end of it and remain that it's the number 1 overall pick against the number 4 overall pick in the same draft class. It looks like we're kind of running away with this one. Colts drive down. They don't get any points. They didn't get any points there. Yeah, call it a wraps, baby. That's Super Bowl number 2. What a freaking season, man. Didn't even have to hop in and watch. We had a cushion pretty much all game. Why did DJ Armstrong get 15 carries? Guess it doesn't really matter. We won at the end of the day anyway, but still. Didn't Derek Brown come through big time in the last Super Bowl too? Once again, he's the main man. Wouldn't hate a little Super Bowl MVP for our guy, but it's going to go to Bryce Young. That's his second of the video now. So we're now in 2029. That is 2 Super Bowls though in the last 3 seasons for us. All right, looking over our contract situation now, there's nobody we could really cut right now and save some money. However, our cap hit in 2030, 2031, we have some big ones. Bryce Young especially, 63 mil, 60 mil. Although in 2033 and 2034, it's only about 35 and 40 mil. So would probably be a good idea to try to restructure his contract. We would free about 16.5 mil, add another 4 mil for the final 4 years. I think that's the wise move. Although next year it's now 65, and then the year after that almost 70 mil. That's kind of crazy, man. But whatever, this is after a Super Bowl, a 16-1 season. Things are all good right now. However, I think a few players here are going to have to go. Derek Brown, however, is the main guy that I gotta bring back no matter. No, Derek, you would not be doing that. I'm fine bumping it up a little bit on a 1-year deal. He's 32 years old now, so he's just going to keep going down year after year. Derek Brown's back. I want him to retire. Cannot let him go, however. Legette, Jair Brown, Julian DeBose are all going to have to walk. Oh, hello, Patrick Mahomes in free agency chilling here. 96 overall. TJ Watt here, 35 years old. Jair Alexander, 33. Yeah, we're definitely in the future, all right? Everybody's just old now. Who is this? Roderick Lawson. And we landed everybody. Our new free safety will be Greg Wilkinson. He's a little worse than DeBose, but much cheaper. Damian Pierce, Brennan Bailey, and then Luke Musgrave, just to be some backups, as that will indeed be all we can afford. My first private workout is going on George Lynch, a speed rusher out of the O. I'm going to do Warren Beckham again. And last one, I'm going to do free safety out of Clemson, Joaquin Castillo. I just went through everybody again, and there's nobody with the last name new. Okay, we do know George Lynch is now a round 1 talent. Tui is on his last deal, so I might trade up to 25, 24 to try to grab him. Okay, I'll just go kill him. All right, I actually struck a deal with the Rams. The Chiefs and Eagles were being annoying and don't have any cap room, so I'm just giving away 2 backups, this year's first and then a future 4th and 5th, as we move up to 26 successfully in the year 2030, which doesn't even sound real now. Let's go ahead and take George Lynch, who will be the maybe future replacement for Jalen Peters. He's getting a little up there in age now, still in his prime, no doubt, but we got to start looking forward into the future. You know what I mean? George Lynch. Wow. These speed rushers at the end of the first round have been killing me. I'm not going to lie. Round 2, Levi Jordan, the center out of Michigan, only 21 years old, actually looks kind of ridiculous there, also with elite strength. And a little cheeky hit in dev. I think we lost Nathan and Moody last year, so he's going to be a starter. End of round 3, and Jaron Albert, a defensive tackle out of Florida State, looks like a beast. Looks like a gem at this point of the draft. There, his ratings look awesome, and his attributes: C block shed, B awareness, A power moves, A play rec, A to C finesse moves, B tackling. This dude is he's right up there with one of the best players we're going to draft in this class. He's only normal, though. Not the craziest draft. We were unlucky with 2 normal devs there in Albert and Lynch, but Levi Jordan, 74 overall and hidden, so I guess we're happy with that. As this class only had 180 overall, and it was a left tackle that is in our division now. He went number 1 out of Bama 2, and can we see one? He's superstar. My God, there was a cracked out fullback in this class, 79 overall in round 6 and hidden. I didn't even check, but low-key, we kind of needed a fullback, so maybe I should have. Maybe I freaking should have. Year number 8 now. We're coming off the best ever season in franchise history, but no more Xavier Legette. McKenzie's got to step up. We're Reynolds we drafted last year, and Murphy as well. Defensively, it's pretty much the same old over here. We got a new safety group, though, with Wilkinson starting now, and Barnett elevated into safety number 1. Larry Craig is now the CB1, though, at a 98 overall, still just 26. I'm gonna give him a new number. Men will just look at this and say, hell yeah. Specialist just trying to run everything back. Honestly, we're coming off a 16-1 and Super Bowl season, so I ain't gonna touch a thing. If I had $1 for every time we were 5-2 at the midseason mark, I would have been able to pay Xavier Legette out of pocket. Our left guard is a stud. Ooh, we got some competition this year, though. The Saints are 6-1. Uh-oh, speak of the devil, Larry Craig is here and has no interest. Why? Because he's not close to home in Utah? Bro, the heck, Zach Tom's just chilling in free agency. He also wants a mentor. I'm not sure why, because he's a 98 overall. Why do you need a mentor? Chidobe Awuzie, you're a mentor. Okay, besides him, though, we have JC Horn, Tui, Drew Nails, our tight end, Corbin Hayes, Marshall Tarrant, Mark Murphy, Brandon Bailey. We just signed Derek Brown, of course, who's still a 98 overall. We only got 60 mil. I think we signed JC Horn right now. I'm going to bump it down just a little bit. It's just a 1 year. Larry still says there's no mentors. Yes, there is, buddy. Okay, this class looks nasty at the top. Cameron Ryan's out of Miami. Jaden Canty out of Bama. Honestly, I might trade every single draft pick I have to go up and get this guy. He actually looks ridiculous. Almost Jalen Peters-esque. Looks like we're going to need a new tight end this year. Let's go Orlando Crowder, the next Kyle Pitts, they say. I'm going to throw number 2 on Cameron Ryan's. I just need to know. And then I'm going to do this tackle Rashard Easley going a little bit later on. Larry is still being annoying with his mentor, but you know what? I don't even care anymore. I'm just going to offer him this contract. I guess I got to bump it up just a tiny bit. We'll put it to 11 mil. I mean, he's the best corner in the league nowadays, and he's back for 5 more years. We've definitely been breaking the bank here, but I got to keep the squad intact. You know, we are a juggernaut. We are finishing as the number 1 seed once again with a 14-3 record. Look at the My Team ranks. Mwah. And Bryce Young has done it. Number 1 in passing touchdowns. Let's go. Despite us being 2nd in offensive yards, number 1 on defensive yards, but we can check off Bryce Young's touchdown and yards leader throughout the video. Just praying for that MVP now. And these are MVP type numbers. 4,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, leads the NFL, and 9 interceptions there. 72% completion rate. Feels good. It is about time. Juan Kraft with 39. Nobody else broke into the 40s. JJ McCarthy 38. Looks like he's living good in Minnesota. Looks like Trevor Hoskins. We got some new age quarterbacks. Max Williams. Lamar's still going strong. Emmett Sabry, but Bryce Young is number 1, baby. Jonathan Brooks, just a dog as always. 12 tuds, 1350, almost 5 a carry. And no more Xavier Legette means the ball was spread out a little bit more. We got a lot of people in here. Only one person over 1,000 yards. It ends up being Dakota Reynolds, the sophomore man. Gets himself 9 touchdowns. McKenzie with 10, but only 970 for him. Drew Nails found the end zone 10 times as well. Kind of interesting, not gonna lie. 19 TFLs for Tui, 18 for Carlos there, and then 15 sacks for Jalen Peters, 12.5 for Derek Brown, 9 for Nickerson, 8 for Tui Pelotu. Nobody else really got any. Isaiah Reed, 15 for 19 field goals for 78%. I'm not paying you all this money for nothing, buddy. Divisional round, we got the Minnesota Vikings, of course. We're looking to retain our title. They got a 99 overall. Dallas Turner now in 2030. He has developed into one of the best defenders in the league, but we smoke him. 38-10. Have another NFC North team. 93 Caleb Williams, superstar dev there. They're 12-5. They're headed to Carolina. And we're once again in the Super Bowl. This team is truly a beast in this day and age. Bryce Young is no doubt the best QB in the league. Now, we got the 10-7 Buffalo Bills here. This is what I need, though. Bryce Young MVP. Lamar Jackson. Caleb 2. Josh Allen 3. Bryce Young is 6. Another coach of the year from us, but I don't even care about that. I really don't. He ended up being 3rd for best QB as well. What is this media biased? Like, for real though, how does one win MVP? Lamar got 1,000 yards less than us, way less touchdowns, yes, less picks, but we were also the number 1 seed. You got to factor that in too. Like, what the heck did Caleb Williams do? Really? The voting system is all politics. You're seeing it being exposed right now. I mean, genuinely, what else do you want from us? Number 1 seeds, most touchdowns, most yards, the best record, the best team. I don't know what else we could really do, but you know what? We can throw that aside. Let's just go ahead and win back-to-back Super Bowls and shut them up. It is 20-0 in the first half. The Bills drive down, score their first touchdown of the game, but we equalize 26-7, 33-7, 36-7. This team is truly unbeatable in the year 2030 now. That is back-to-back Super Bowls. Can we do a historic three-peat, though? Bro, that was the most comfortable Super Bowl of my life. Bryce Young is no doubt going to be a 3-time Super Bowl MVP winner now. Jonathan Brooks was also phenomenal. 6.2 a carry and a touchdown. And it's the main Manchester McKenzie leading the way with 9 for 117 and a touchdown. Luke Musgrave, then the guy we signed in the offseason, came through, as well as Drew Nails, the 2 tight ends. Wow, look at Jalen Peters, bro. The very first pick of the video, 8 years later, puts up 3.5 sacks and wins us the Super Bowl. We had, oh my God, we had a ton of sacks that game. 7 or 8 there. This team is genuinely too good. By the way, if you guys want to see the playbooks and stuff I'm using base 3-4, vertical power run with Buffalo offense and Vegas defense. I've never actually really stuck with a 3-4, maybe like once or twice before my rebuilds, but this has been working out to a T. No Xavier Legette, no problem. It's Super Bowl number 3. I forgot to check out Devies again. However, building a dynasty always comes with a cost, and that is now that we only have 8.6 $8.3 mil remaining. Are going to lose a lot of star and quality starting players on our team, but that's when the hard decisions have to be made for a guy like Derek Brown, who I would love for him to stay here his entire career. We're sadly just going to have to let him go now. Ayers Ridgeway, I still hate you. All right, what do we got to do in the offseason in the draft now? I think receiver, we definitely need one. Right guard, we can get away with starting Rudd for a season. Going to need to draft a tight end as well. Defensively, we're probably going to have some holes over here. I mean, we drafted Lynch for a reason last year, so maybe he can step up this season. Going to need something else on the D line, but other than that, the DB room's great. The linebacking room, pretty decent as well. Now, we do got about 31 mil to splash out here in free agency, so let's see what upgrades or just replacements we can make. Who are you, sir? I am interested. Tim Taylor, superstar dev. Lower down the money a tiny bit. Gonna give him a 3-year deal. I wish we could get Derek back, but he's asking for the literal entire save, but I feel you, brother. Go get your bag. So you know what? I wouldn't hate me a 1 year for Justin Madubuike, and we got them both, which is actually incredible. We also got Max Lacey to be our 4th corner, but now my focus is shifting towards the draft and Cameron Ryans, man. Ooh, okay, the majority of the ratings ended up only being great there. It's gonna cost so much if I want to get him, but I can't lie, I really want him, but like, it's probably just not wise, right? Ooh, he's actually dropping a number 5. That gives me a little bit of hope. Look at the oh, they don't have Mahomes anymore. With the little life I have now, if he's a top 5 talent, I will at least try. And that tight end Orlando Crowder, we know is round 1 to 2 now. Yo, let's do the right tackle again. He actually looks really good. And yes, let's do another defensive tackle. Let's do David Barnes. He had a Bama who looks pretty good. Going a little later on with the massive hole that is there now without Derek Brown, we need help. Cameron Ryan, to the surprise of nobody, is indeed a top 5 guy. The right tackle is going to be, look at that, dude. You never see gems like that in the tackle position. How can one trade with the Eagles? And they're asking for 3 first-rounders and 3 second-rounders. I don't know, man. Honestly, though, where we are now at this stage of the rebuild, a lot of our players are starting to age now. It's probably not going to be wise to trade away all our picks. Pick 32, left end, Julius Hankins is going to be my guy. This looks like, honestly, the perfect replacement for Derek Brown. I didn't even scout him earlier, but he's 21. He's a run stopper, 316, 6'5", great acceleration, great strength there. All you need to see as a left end, A block shed, A play rec, B power moves, A tackling as well. This dude looks like the real deal, and the fact that he's only 21 means he's going to have a lot of time to develop. He's a little raw right now, but I've been folding in the first round with defensive linemen or pass rushers in general. I ain't even gonna lie. Like you saw, I didn't even scout him, but I ended up just finding him there, and he looked so good, man. Okay, we're in round 2 now, pick 32. We gotta go Rashard Easley, but also that tight end, I need to grab him as well. I could probably have to trade up. Let's go ahead and take easy, though. You rarely ever find gems like this at right tackle, especially if we have a hole on our offensive line, I believe, at left guard. Maybe we can play him around. We can move him around wherever we want. Really? 3rd and 5th round pick this year, and then a bunch of day 3 futures to move up to something in round 3. Moving up to number 7 here, which may be a little rich, but I had to make sure we got our guy because we don't have anything at tight end currently. 23 years old, a little bit older, out of Florida here, but he looks like an awesome tight end prospect, around 1 to 2 talent. I've been folding in this draft. Please save me. Orlando Crowder, baby. Welcome to the team. He's immediately tight end 1 for the back-to-back reigning Super Bowl champs. And well, yeah, I'll see you later. Man, I feel like we got some great players there. Unfortunately, the dev trades just didn't really work out for us. I mean, only 72 for Hankins. That was not a good pick. Easily, we knew it was a project, but I was at least banking on the upside. Crowder ends up being the best guy we got. Wow, he actually ended up going number 3. Imagine I trade up to 5 just for him to go off the board. He ends up being hidden development, of course. Oh my God. Okay, thank God we didn't do that though. That would have been genuinely terrible. The defensive tackle is the only 80+ in this class. There was a QB that went at 24, 79 overall, 2nd highest rated player in the class. How did that happen? Okay, at my pick, it was either the Hankins dude or this guy, so either way would have been screwed. We just have about enough staff points to reveal our tight end, so why the heck not? As our tight end, Orlando is going to be a star. Woo. It has happened. We have a worse record than 5-2 at the midseason. Trevin Wallace up for a new deal, has developed into a 90 superstar now. Our center, Luke Dunn, Damian Gamble, Nickerson is here, Pat Huffman, JC Horn, of course, is back, Wilkinson. And tell you what, I wouldn't hate Gamble back maybe on a 3-year deal. He's really not asking for the most. However, for the rest, I'm gonna save my money and see what happens in the offseason. There's actually a lot of good pass rushers in this class. I'm gonna throw one on Jelani Foote. We just get the 1 seed with a 12-5 record. You best believe we freaking did. And if I'm not mistaken, that is our 3rd number 1 seed, and we've won the division 5 times now on our checklist. Offense kind of fell down a little. Huh? I guess we did lose Derek Brown, who was our heart and soul. Bryce Young had a pretty standard Bryce Young year, but nothing special. Ooh, maybe one of Jonathan Brooks' best years, though. 18 touchdowns, 5.5 a carry for 1,400 yards. And this year, it's 3,000-yard receivers, 7 touchdowns for McKenzie and Reynolds, 5 for the new addition in Tim Taylor, 9 for the rookie Orlando Crowder at tight end, who had 669 yards. Nice. And tell you what, Rashard Easley as a rookie starting at right tackle, only giving up 6 sacks, is pretty impressive. But it was defensively where we took a massive step back, and when you consider the players we lost, I understand, I guess. 15 TFLs for Peters. George Lynch actually gets himself 16. He was starting this year, as Carlos gets 11 sacks, Matabike 10.5. Peters with a quiet year, weirdly, and Lynch only with 6 there himself. 4 picks to JC Horn, 2 to Craig. Everybody else with just 1. Not to our high standards or expectations, but we are still the #1 seed, so who really cares? You got the 9-8 Commanders in the divisional round. We beat them 35-28. Have the Seattle Seahawks 11-6, who I believe we beat in this round last year. They get their revenge. Our three-peat dreams are over. We lose. That is a tough pill to swallow, but we saw the signs of regression in the regular season as a whole, I guess. Nice. Maybe a little revamp of the team in this offseason. I'm not sure. Maybe we got to change just something up. You know what I mean? No Devies here on offense. Crowder remains at star. Defensively, we got George Lynch actually goes up to star, and now he can actually start to develop. So I kind of like that. JC Horn, I believe, also went up to X Factor, which is cool. But he is 31 now and needs a contract, so I'm not too sure if he's going to come back. And the team that beat us ends up winning it all. The Seahawks win 28-16 against the Colts there. This Trevor Hoskins fella is just a beast. As we got ourselves about 36 mil in cap room, Nate Barnett's getting a 5th year for sure. He's actually been one of my favorite players we've drafted. Still just 24. He's staying for the rest of this video. Luke Dunn gonna let go. It's an easy replacement in the draft. Carlos Nickerson is 30 years old now. Probably gonna have to let him walk as well. Pat Huffman too. We might lose both our linebackers, huh? JC Horn is 32 now. Like, I don't know if we can give him a new contract, you know? Like I said, we might have to revamp the squad a little bit. Trevin Wallace, I'm probably gonna have to let go too. He has no interest in joining us. 93 now, superstar dev. He has developed into, honestly, an awesome player 10 years down the line. But we're going to free agency. Let's try to revamp. Let's try to add some more youth onto the team. Also, this is the last season of Bryce Young's massive cap hit. So after this year, we will get a lot of money back. As it also may be time to start, you know, looking for replacements for Bryce Young. We might have him till his end of his contract, of course, but he's not getting any younger. Who's this? Look who's back in free agency. Should I just sign him on a 1 year? Or do I sign this Shaden McLaughlin fella at defensive tackle? Looks like a demon. Superstar dev is always asking for a bit though. Oh my god, never mind. There's no way we can spend about all our cap on one player. We got everything to fill out. My god, I did not realize it was that bad. This next season might be kind of rough. All right, so taking a new approach here in this offseason, I aimed for kind of mid-tier guys, but gave them really cheap 2 to 3 year deals to just round off our team a little bit more, give us some more depth heading into the future. None of these guys really costed too much, so it shouldn't break the bank at all. Antoine Cheeks, come on. However, I believe we did go 5 for 5 with the rest of the guys. Ben Lennon actually looks like a gem with superstar dev too. But by doing it this way, we do save ourselves some money and fill out a lot of positions of need. Because I'm not gonna lie, times are getting rough now, right? We're in year 9. We're gonna have to kind of shift our timeline a little bit now with Bryce Young above the age of 30 now, and his contract only with 2-3 years left. I did this left guard earlier. He looks awesome. I'm throwing another one on him. Ooh, and I did this pass rusher Jelani Foote here out of USC. He ends up being around 1, but I've been cursed so many times I just know he's gonna be normal. Also, Dorian Scott has around 3 to 4 projection. Yes, please. We actually desperately need help at middle linebacker now, though. I guess I'll throw the last one on Kelvin Lucas. The left guard is just not that guy. I can assure you this cornerback is, though, oh my god, top 5? Not even just round 1 I would have been happy with. Round 1, 2 I would have been happy with. This dude ends up being a top 5 talent. He's only 21 as well. Man-to-man archetype. Yeah, the ratings match. He also has A block shed, A catching, A injury as well. This dude, B tackling, is B hit power. Oh my god. I'm going to trade out a 30 to 42, get 106 and a future 5th as well. There's nobody I really want at this specific spot. So adding just more draft capital never really hurts. Check this out. There are 3 receivers all next to each other down here. John Ellison, we know, is a round 1 talent, but Brian Cloud, Monte Nichols both look really good as well. Now, receiver is currently not our most dying of need, but these guys just look like definitely the top 3 guys in the class, besides that corner we have, of course. Brian Cloud honestly looks really good. Physical archetype strength is elite there. His A catching, B spec catch, B short route, B release, B catch in traffic. He looks really good. However, I think I like John Ellison a little bit more, and we have that reassurance of knowing he is a round 1 true talent right off rip, so we don't have to speculate about that. He's a deep threat, 5'9", ran a 4.35 40 with elite acceleration and speed. Is something you cannot teach at all. So John Ellison is going to be my pick here. in round 2, pick 10. After the trade down, we get ourselves a nice hidden dev receiver with 97 speed, 98 acceleration. Don't mind if I freaking do. Okay, end of round 2 now. Let's not even wait any longer. Let's go ahead and lock our guy down, Dorian Scott, like he's gonna lock every receiver we freaking play in the league. This dude is unbelievable. Top 5 Dorian Scott. Hidden development as well. This might be one of the biggest gems we've gotten all video. And after losing JC Horn in this offseason, this is the most ideal replacement. Okay, end of round 3. That linebacker we scouted is still here, Kelvin Lucas. He's only 21, run stopper out of Tech here. Ratings aren't the best, but at this point, we kind of just need bodies. His attributes honestly look really good though. A, awareness, block shed, impact block, pursuit, B, tackle, B, play rec. Hey, not bad in round 3. He ends up only being normal dev, but as long as he's like 72 plus overall, I'm not complaining. Oh my god, Brian Cloud is still available. That's why he fell, I guess. But I mean, surely with those ratings, he's still going to be a high overall, right? Like, he looked unreal. Okay, this was a good draft, no doubt. Dorian Scott ends up being an 81 overall, which is incredible. Ellison's a 76. Kelvin Lucas, who I said if he's at least 72 plus would be great. He's a 75, not bad at all. And Brian Cloud, 73 too. And Dorian Scott wasn't just a top 5 guy. He was the #1 player in the entire class at an 81 overall, which you just love to see. And you already know what we got to check out right away, right? Let's go ahead and reveal the cornerback, the #1 talent. Dorian Scott, who I'm praying at least is superstar, right? But with the talent, with the abilities that we saw he had, please, give me another X Factor, baby. Oh my god. Dude, round 3? Round 3 X Factor corner. That is actually insane. I believe maybe the 3rd or 4th X Factor we've drafted in this video, and JC Horn is gone. Dorian Scott is next up. That's actually so fire. He's got to start right away at CB2. And tell you what, with Ellison now here, I kind of want him to start, so I might try to move on from a Reynolds or Tim Taylor, who I know we just picked up last season, but he's not really in my plans long term, so we'll see if we can get anything. A superstar left tackle there, linebacker, superstar outside linebacker. He's 28 though. I would like a guy a little bit younger. Who? Monty Stoutmeyer, superstar dev linebacker, 2nd round pick as well. Bradley White, you remember this guy? Wasn't he like year 1, year 2? Not gonna lie, some pretty fire offers there, but I think I'm gonna try to cook up my own somewhere. Okay, I did not expect that to be accepted. I'm trading with the Giants here for this Franklin right end dude, 85 overall star dev. I believe he's like 25 years old, so pretty young, and I'm getting 2 third rounders in the next few years too. I guess I should have asked for more. Taylor is an 88, but hey, I'll take it. Really did not expect that to go through, but as you can see, yeah, 26 years old, star dev. He's a perfect addition to our D-line. We've been needing help there. I think here now in year 10, though, is a good checkpoint to just, you know, sit back and look around the league, see what's been happening, check out our team as well with Jalen Peters and Larry Craig, 2 drafted players by yours truly, up to 99 overall. Jonathon Brooks is still great. Bryce Young, getting a little up there in age now, 31. He's starting to regress just a tiny bit. Same with Ike Bakwanu, but overall, our team is still probably the best in the league, I would say, hey? But look at the Patriots, who seem like they have an entirely new squad besides Christian Gonzalez here. Looks like the Drake May sweepstakes did not work out. They have a new guy from Wyoming. He's a 94 X Factor, just 25 years old. Bernard Knighton looks like a monster as well. Wonder what happened to Drake May, though. The Raiders nowadays have Patrick Mahomes. Weirdly, Brock Bowers is still there. Superstar Dev never went up to Superstar X Factor. I, of course, gave him Superstar Dev. JPJ is still here, 29 years of age now. Mekhi Becton, they have a lot of good players as well. They have a superstar kicker, Rob Howe. Okay, I'm jealous. Their 2 highest rated guys, though, are Gary Spiegel, an X Factor right end, and Jonathan Fields, a receiver. The Rams, Puka, still going strong. Jared Verse, they're drafting in 2024 first round, still going strong. They also have Xavier Legette, who's a 90 overall nowadays, 31 years old. Jair Alexander, this is just a retirement home. They just got a lot of old players. Taylor Springs, superstar quarterback, pretty cool to see. As the Ravens' highest rated player nowadays is Tyler Linderbaum. Kyle Hamilton in here as well. Julian Castle, they had an awesome replacement, and Mark Andrews looked like Dalvin Northcutt really good too. I don't think Lamar is here anymore. It's going to be Roy Marion, who is not looking great. The Saints in our division have never really been great this video. They have Bradley Torrance, quarterback. They also have Justin Herbert. Not really sure what they're cooking. Quincy Henry's an X Factor defensive tackle. Chase Young's still around, 94 overall now. Amari Stray, who I believe was in one of the first draft classes too. He's developed into a monster. JSN, the highest overall on the Seahawks nowadays at a 98. Superstar X Factor LaMarcus Hardy, awesome looking safety there. Derek Brown is chilling over there in Seattle. A Carolina Panther legend, of course. This Hoskins dude up to a 91 overall. overall. Now Byron Murphy is up to an X Factor. They also have his collegiate teammate in Xavier Worthy now, which is pretty cool. The Steelers still have George Pickens. Nate Wiggins has changed sides from the Ravens, of course. Minka's still around. Ronnie McLean is their new quarterback. 87 overall, 24 years old as well. He is not too shabby at all. Wow, look at this Texans team though. Stroud, Will Anderson, Derek Stingley Jr., all 98 plus overalls. They have Johnny Newton now as a 93. Larry Boykin, an awesome looking corner. This team looks absolutely unbelievable. Christian Harris is up to a superstar X Factor now. Tank Dell is still around. What a team. The Titans have an awesome defensive tackle in Patrick Gray here, 30 years old, 96 overall. They have a great quarterback as well in Derek Donald. Marvin Powell left end. Their trenches are definitely filled out. They have a superstar center too. Chop Robinson's here nowadays. That's pretty cool. This Vikings team is disgusting, like 6'7", 90 plus overalls, and these are all guys that are on the team in real life. Dallas Turner, Jetta, Addison, JJ McCarthy is now a superstar X Factor. Darisaw, Ivan Pace still there as well. What a freaking squad they have. The Bears still have Caleb, who's in 95 now, but never went up to X Factor, so it seems like he never reached those high peaks, you know, of like a Bryce Young got to. I'm just saying. Creed Humphrey, they got Trevin Wallace, of course, a pair of Panthers legend as well. Roma Dunze still around. They still had a lot of their players too. Jalen Johnson, Darnell Wright. His Bengals team is still just as cracked as ever with Connor Jones and Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow is still in 96. They have two great corners and Josh Lambert and Walter Humphrey too. This team is actually kind of sick. And look who's the highest rated on Buffalo nowadays. Keon Coleman, the GOAT himself, 95 overall. Now Rousseau still around. Nick Bolton they signed. Andrew Thomas as well. Frank Shields, who we once had, I believe, very early on. Alex Flowers, a receiver that I almost drafted a long time ago as well. Wow. As they have Grayson Parsons at quarterback now. No more Josh Allen for them, who I believe we matched up in the Super Bowl a few years ago. 10 years later, PSU is still the highest overall on Denver, but they have Brian Peterson now. They have a sick punter, 92 overall. I still need a hidden dev punter, by the way. Mike Wint now. Julian DeBose, who was once a part of our team too. Quentin Miner still going strong. This Canty dude was the #1 rated defensive tackle in the other year. He's an X Factor. The Browns only have 3 90 plus overalls, and David Knott, Avery Nash, Devon Moore, all drafted guys. Looks like JOK is still around. AJ Cole they have nowadays. Shane Chamberlain is a nice looking tight end. Who is that QB for them though? Chip Crow. Oh my god. Can I trade for their pick? I'm actually being serious. It's pick 16. There's no way they're that good, right? I will give you my first, and let's add in like a future third, just see what they say. It's close already. Maybe this receiver Lamar Mitchell for good measure. Cleveland. What do you say? Okay, we grab, we pretty much just changed picks there. We're rooting on their downfall. Buccaneers in our division. Matt Smith looks awesome. Tristan Wirfs still going strong. Drake May is over here. He's an 89. Has never developed into a superstar, though. He does have star dev, which I gave him. Graham Barton, of course, a 2024 draft pick, too. Their team is pretty, mid, if I say so myself. We've been owning them this whole video. No surprise here. Marv is now up to a 99 X Factor. Nick Bosa has changed sides to Arizona. Leonard Spearman, Joshua Wheaton, Braxton Simpson. They got some good draft picks. This Juan Kraft dude has been going crazy this video at quarterback for them too. Chargers, and hey, maybe it was the right pick. Joe Alt is their highest rated player nowadays at 95 right tackle, 29 years of age. You take that all day long at pick number 6'5". Tony Winters looks good. Devon Phillips, who is a name I remember very early on. They still got Slater. They still have that crazy tackle tandem. Trent Mann is another name I remember seeing. Luke Dunn, our former center too. Of course, no more Herbert for them. It's Justin Fields. Sure. The Chiefs have weirdly not been a juggernaut this video. I haven't seen them win too much. McDuffie is their highest rated player nowadays. No more Patrick Mahomes, of course. Leo Chenal, though, has developed into an X Factor. I'm not even going to say his name. George Karlaftis. TJ Sermon Pacheco still going around. Their QB is Will Crompton, who is as mid as it gets. The Colts, who I believe just made the Super Bowl of John Perez. Anthony Richardson has developed nicely. Not up to a superstar, though. Josh Downs, TJ Watt, they have now on his deathbed, 37 years of age now in the NFL. That is. AD Mitchell as an 88 now. Pretty cool to see him develop, as well as Latu up to an X Factor. What is going on here? Okay, the Commanders have Lamar and Jane Daniels. What kind of packages are they coming out? And Jalen Richards, Emmanuel Forbes is now a superstar dev, 87 overall, which is pretty cool. Drew Nails, one of our very own. What are they doing with this though? Somebody tell me. Dallas still has their core of CD, Micah, Tyler Smith. They're all 97 plus overall. Pat Phillips, Anthony Ingram. They got some good drafted players as well. Oh, Corbin Hayes, one of our very own too. It's nice to see our guys around the league getting their bag, getting what they deserve. Sakat Stale is their QB. How my Dolphins looking in 2032 now? Javon Hollins, our highest rated player. Tua still going strong up to an X Factor, which is cool. Billy Bell, Nice. Asante Samuels here. J-Dub is still hanging around in Miami too, as Devon Achan. We got a decent team. Highest rated player on the Eagles is Jalen Carter, 94. Jalen Hurts is 34 years of age now. Quinyon Mitchell is up to an X Factor 90 overall. Smitty still around. Cooper DeJean is an 88 now. Malik Brown, they got still a lot of their squad too. Ooh, look at this Falcons team with Josh Allen under helm now. AJ Terrell, Kyle Pitts is a 99. Bijan is still there. They still have their squad, but now with Josh Allen 10 years down the line, which is a scary sight. Hufunga is the Niners highest rated player. Brock Purdy, 94. Superstar dev now. Ayuk still around. Deron Bland is here. They have an awesome right tackle who's a superstar. Jake Mooney is up to an 87, I guess. Look at Malik Neighbors. Seemed like he boomed a little bit, although never went up to X Factor, but is a 97, so how good you can play. And Richard Ballard, remember this guy from way earlier on. JC Horn is now over there. Sexy Dexy's still going strong. Jatavion Sanders. They have a few of our legends. Tim Taylor, we just sent them to two people. They're just taking my formula. Charles Smith Wade? What up? They just have our former team. What's going on? Can't say I blame them because it's been working for us. Andre Cisco is the Jags highest rated player. Kyrie Harris there. T-Law is up to an 89 now. Trayvon Walker up to an 87 with superstar X Factor. Anton Harrison's developed into a really good tackle now. Tyson Campbell. They still have a lot of their guys in real life too. Sauce still a 99 for the Jets. Garrett Wilson's a 92. Quinnen Williams a 90 plus. The only 90s they have. Breece Hall still around. They have their core too. Steve Stroud. Junior Colson's now there with an X Factor ability on him too, which is kind of cool to see. Olu Fashion who's up to an 86. Lions highest rated player is Panay Sewell, 98. Kevin Blackburn, I've been seeing this guy everywhere. He's been a monster. He's only 25, 96 X Factor. Pretty crazy player there. Amon Ross St. Brown, Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch, Terry and Arnold, Sam Laporta. They got a lot of their core in real life as well, but they've drafted well as they always do. Packers have a Devontae Adams regen here and Clyde Harding. He looks unbelievable. Jordan Love's up to a 93 X Factor now. Tayshaun Swan, Shaden McLaughlin, who was in free agency, seems like a big signing for them. Javon Bullard still over there too. And we're back to our squad. Nice. For schemes and playbooks, I did actually change it offensively to West Coast Zone 1 and Dallas now, because the other one we had was like literally 19%. It did us wonders though. We won 3 Super Bowls with it, with a #1 seed a few times, but hopefully Dallas can lead me to even more. Okay, at mid-season, we're only 4-3. The Bucks are actually 7-0. They're kind of killing it right now. Now, Denzel Franklin was easy to trade for because he is on a contract year. Joey Frost is also here, where I moved back to right guard. Our receiver, Dakota Reynolds, is here, but other than that, there's actually not many names. Okay, and after a rough first half, we actually end off strong, finishing 12-5, but second in the division and our first non-bye week in a minute. And even after the regime change, Bryce Young still had a good year. 4,100 yards, 30 touchdowns, 6 picks. Not the elite monstrous numbers he was putting up earlier in the video, but still good enough. Wow, the playbook really helped Jonathan Brooks out though. 24 touchdowns, almost 6 a carry, 1,600 yards. He might be in conversations for MVP. Chester McKenzie, the only man above 1,000 yards, almost had 1,200. He led the way for touchdowns with 9. Dakota Reynolds, good. John Ellison, who I never saw. His development trait is only star. Not bad, not bad. TFL's 22 for Denzel Franklin, monster. 17 for Lynch and Damian Gamble. 15 for Jalen Peters, who leads the way for sacks alongside George Lynch, who's actually been pretty good. Ever since I've started him, he's been getting good sack numbers every single season. Franklin with 8 there, 4 for Gamble, and then the only man with picks this year really was Dorian Scott, the rookie, with 3 there. Everybody else with just 1. As we find ourselves in unfamiliar territory here, not only in the wildcard round, but going away. Not in Carolina for once. We're playing this Lamar Jackson, Jane Daniels type led team in the Commanders. We beat them 42-35 now with the 13-4 #1 seed in the NFC South. In the divisional, we beat them 17-14. Now for the Dallas Cowboys, who are only 9-8 here. Can we get back to the Super Bowl after a revamped year on our squad? We freaking can, because we're like that, baby. We really are. We got the Jags in the Super Bowl now in year number 10. We are back where we belong. As we took down the MVP in the wild card round. Honestly, Bryce Young had some great years for us, but never got MVP. Dorian Scott, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Best QB as well. I feel like he could have won Best QB a handful of times, but for some reason, he's just been getting disrespected. So looks like those checklists are not going to be crossed off, because we're not going to have him for much longer. Jonathan Brooks gets in here too, which is awesome. Ooh, Georgia Lynch, best linebacker. Jalen Peters, #2. He's been mentoring him throughout his young years, and he's been booming. Oh, Isaiah Reed, best kicker? Is there a world he goes up to X Factor? I sure freaking hope so. Offensively, no Debbie's over here. Ellison, Reynolds. Yeah, we got to get another, which, I mean, we're in the Super Bowl. Who cares? It doesn't matter who is around Bryce Young. He's going to do his thing. Georgia Lynch is now up to a superstar development, which is awesome, as he was a normal guy that we drafted in round 1 and it was looking like a bust at first, but is now developing. Dorian Scott's up to a 90 already. He is different. Isaiah Reed is not an X Factor. But let's go ahead and hop into the Super Bowl year 10. I don't believe we've lost a Super Bowl yet, and we're getting 2 former #1 overall picks battling it out. Bama versus Clemson here. The Jags take the lead 7-6. -6. They get another touchdown. We are yet to find the end zone here, which is a little concerning. They're up 21-6 now. Our team is struggling so far, but we get another touchdown. 13-21 now. 19-24, middle of the fourth quarter. The Jags kind of driving inside our 30, 3rd and 4, and it's a massive penalty by Demir Flynn there, and they convert. They convert to Gabe Davis, score a touchdown, take a 12-point lead now. And ladies and gentlemen, this may be our first loss in the Super Bowl in year number 10. We are driving down. There is a chance here. It's a 5-point game with 40 seconds remaining, but they do recover the onside kick. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our first L in the Super Bowl at the hands of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Our offense really just couldn't find a rhythm in the first half there, but Trevor Lawrence had a pretty flawless day. Bryce, who is this? George Driver destroyed us. 6 for 133, 3 touchdowns as well. Who is that? As they also had about 6-7 sacks there. 3 from Kyrie Harris leads the way. I mean, they just had our number. As we now go to 3-1 in the Super Bowl, Trevor Lawrence, though, of course, is the MVP. Now for contracts, we do have Denzel Franklin here, who we just traded for. He was on a contract here. Joey Frost, George Lynch, 5th-year option. He's developed actually into an awesome edge rusher, pass rusher for us now. So I'm going to accept that. Of course, Dakota Reynolds probably going to let go. I feel like I almost kind of have to re-sign Denzel Franklin because I traded for him. He's our highest rated defensive lineman as well on a 3-year deal. I don't hate it. As for free agency, we have just under 40 mil, and I think this may be the last season we're competing at the highest level here. Bryce Young, Jonathan Brooks just getting up there in age now. They're going to start regressing really soon, so I got to kind of have to find out what I want to do after this year, because not gonna lie, a part of me kind of wants to blow it up after and just kind of restart. You know, we've had a good run here. We've got 3 Super Bowls, endless #1 seeds, put up some great stats, drafted some great players, but it might be time to go to another direction. Ooh, I think Crowder went up to superstar. That's actually really nice to see. As for free agency, not much going on. I'm going to try to sign Bosa here and Landon Dickerson. Just kind of try to end this last year off with a bang. Hopefully get ourselves a ring by adding some great quality win now type dudes. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we changed picks with the Browns, right? And their pick is going to end up being 14th, which is much better than our 31st. Okay. We could make a big move here in the draft depending on how the board is looking. And we do know Roman Redmond, who I put a private workout on in the midseason, is a top 5 pass rusher. I also did this center earlier, Brandon Foreman. I'm gonna throw another one on him. I still, however, would like more help at linebacker, Calvin Durham out of Ole Miss. And then we'll throw the last one on this free safety, Deron Murphy, who looks pretty good. Okay, now Roman Redmond is projected to go number 3 to the Saints in our division. That's not good. I can't let that happen. He's a 6'6" power rusher out of Clemson, 22 years old. Ratings aren't like blowing you through the roof though, you know what I mean? And if we were to try to trade up with Houston at number 2, they're still asking for a whole lot. So I think we just stick in pick. However, I will entertain a few trades. The more picks, the merrier. And if I can get a future 1st or 2nd as well, that would be a bonus. That's our pick, isn't it? Ooh, but they're giving us their next year's 1st, which was number 14 this year, remember. Ooh, the Packers are offering me 2 first-rounders for the next 2 seasons. I kind of like this from Miami as well. Next year's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I think I'm going to do the one with Cleveland, though. We're moving back to our original pick at 31, but we're also getting their future first-round pick, too. Remember the quarterback they had? He was not good at all. And I am still focused on this season. However, my mind is definitely shifting towards the future of this rebuild. With pick 31, however, I am going to pick here, and I'm going to go with that center. Brandon Foreman. We have a massive hole in our interior right now, and this guy we know is going to be a round 1 true talent right away. I don't know if he necessarily booms off the paper, but we'll take the gamble anyway. He ends up being hidden, which is cool, but I can't see it being more than star. Round 2, pick 31. I'm gonna go with this free safety, Tevin Winters here, 21 years old, out of Ohio State as well. He looks like probably the best player available. We still have kind of an available spot at free safety as well, with Nate Barnett at strong safety holding it down over there. Could this be his partner in crime for the next decade? I sure hope so. And now we also have pick number 6 here in round 3. I'm not too sure where or how we got this one. I just found an insane looking receiver, Emmanuel Flowers, 6'8". Physical archetype, 21 years old only. Look at the key ratings too. AABB ab there, not bad at all. Here now in round 3, I think it's fine to take a gamble. I think we actually have a receiver role opened up to Emmanuel Flowers. It's only normal though. Damn, even at 6'8", that's a crazy archetype. Ooh, who is this? Dorian Conley. Just seen him, cornerback out of Mississippi State, 6'3", B catching, A man, B press, B zone. Ratings look awesome as well as a day 3 projection. Is this the next Dorian Scott? It just might be. it just might be. Our DB room looks awesome now. And yeah, here now in year 10, I've just scratched that Newton checklist. I literally haven't found anybody, which is just crazy. I thought it would be a common name, you know? I also still need to get a superstar X Factor on offense. Haven't got one yet, but I'm feeling that in the next few years. However, what a draft. Dorian Conley ends up being our highest overall at a 78, who we got at the end of round 3, which is awesome. Flowers is 75, not bad. Safety here in Winter, 73 and 76 for Foreman, the new starting center. This class has 180 overall, and Trevor Medlin, who went number 2 to the Texans. Where is that right end who went 3? In our division now, Roman Redmond, who we of course had our eyes on. We didn't have the capital to trade up though. Maybe I should have. Now this guy's going to be against us. We're in year 11 now, 89 overall squad. I've just seen the CPU draft me a little Cooper Fullen here. 21-year-old rookie quarterback out of Ohio. What are the odds we take this guy to the promised land after Bryce is gone? That'd be pretty dope. He's kind of in that Jordan Love role right now for maybe 1 or 2 more seasons, but that would be pretty elite defensively. We're looking awesome with Conley now here. Who do I reveal? I guess it's going to be Conley. The center is going to get his anyway. We could do Cooper Fullen. No, I'm going to go Conley, as he is going to end up being, and with 2 years left in Bryce Young's contract, maybe his last ride here in Carolina. Hopefully we can end it off with a bang, but I'm looking to get value when I can instead of losing him for free. Kind of just want to check what could we even get for him right now if we put him on the market. Yeah, look at this, 3 first and Jaden Canty. David Knott, oh my god, Joel Alt is here. The receiver Puka is here as well. I mean, a million picks though. That is what we want, right? Okay, our first round pick is projected 28. I think I'm gonna do what I did last season and try to swap it with somebody else, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna be pretty dang good this season. I think I'm gonna do the Bears, pick number 30. Their squad is regressing a little bit. Rome's going down now, and Caleb's even under a 90 overall. So I'm gonna do our pick and then 3 fifth rounders there. We get their 3rd round pick this year too. This could be franchise altering. Here's to us praying for Chicago's downfall. At midseason, we're currently 4-2, the usual. What I would like to see is our centers hit in dev trade. How do you not have it? You are our starting center. And oh, we got some people here, all right. We have a 99 mil though. This is the most money we have seen in that top right corner for a minute. Jonathan Brooks, 30-year-old running back now. Oh, Nate Barnett, low-key asking for a bag. I'm gonna try to bump it down just a tiny bit. Please join back. Thank you. One of our very own. Levi Jordan, I think we're cool with letting walk. Chester McKenzie is 30 years old now, so for a 4-year deal, I'm not sure about that. Been one of our best players though in this rebuild. Lennon can walk. Jonathan Brooks, I think we'll figure out some of these at the end of the year for sure. Week 18 is here. We finished 11-6, win the division at an 11-6, but you know what I want to see most? How did the Browns and how did the Bears do this season? 17-21, not as great as I would have hoped for. I'm not gonna lie. Did the Browns make the playoffs? The Bears made the playoffs too with a 9-8 record. That is annoying. Bryce Young, it's just getting, the numbers are all getting worse and worse year by year. It's not by much, but it is trending downwards. Jonathan Brooks, however, is still going strong. Not gonna lie, I might have to give him a new contract. Chester McKenzie's still a beast. Look at Brian Cloud, 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns for the 6'3" man. John Ellison, decent number 3 option 2. Defensively, Antoine Cheeks had 145 tackles, leads the way by a large margin there. 18 TFLs for Franklin, 14 for Bosa, who had 16 sacks. Jalen Peters with 9 there. Gamble with 7.5. Franklin 5.5. And sadly, the signing of Bosa kind of obviously got in the way of George Lynch there, who's been on a great run of form lately for us. And at just 11-6, definitely not one of our better seasons, but we're still in the wild card. We still won the South, which is cool to see. We do beat the Rams in round 2. However, we have the 11-6 Arizona Cardinals up next with a 99 Marvin Harrison Jr. in the divisional, and they beat us by a point. And just like that, we are out. Okay, it looks like the Browns and the Bears lost as well, but that may just be the end of an era. As sadly, Lamar has just hogged every single MVP from us, dude. As for development traits, I was hoping Brian Cloud would go up. Foreman is a superstar, guys. Foreman is a superstar. I finally got a superstar offensive lineman. It only took me 10, 11 freaking years, but feels good. He will be. Didn't I say he's only going to be a star too? Crazy. I underestimated my ability. You feel me? Defensively, don't think we literally got anything. Nope. Antoine Cheeks went up after 145 tackles. Nice. And the Cardinals, who beat us, end up losing in the Super Bowl 21-35. Patrick Mahomes has won a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP for the Raiders. That is certainly something I did not have on my bingo list. Contracts here, Levi Jordan isn't 87, 25 years old still too. He is going to develop to a beast, isn't he? Tell you what, we're going to get younger. Like I said, I might blow this team up a little bit, but I would like the offensive line to remain intact, you know? However, a guy like Chester McKenzie, 31 now, I might let go. He's been awesome for us. We got him in round 3, pick 11, and every single year we've had him for what, 9 years now. He had multiple 1,000-yard seasons, found the end zone a ton every single year as well. His second season, he had 15 touchdowns, 1,300 yards in year number 3. Chester McKenzie was definitely one of my favorite picks we've had in this video, but sadly, all good things have to come to an end. Ben Lennon, I'm gonna let go. Jonathon Brooks. Tell you what, I wouldn't hate it on a 2-year deal while we try to find our next running back of the future. He's still putting up monster numbers, so how could I not? Ike McQuanu wants so much money. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know about that. Jalen Albert, Will Givens, I think everybody on this side of the ball can go. But man, Icky, are you really asking for that much? I don't think I can do it. However, I don't want to lose these guys for nothing, so I'm going to try to sign Chester McKenzie to a 2-year deal, and there might be maybe a sign-in trade he actually does accept, as I'll be looking for suitors for him. However, Bryce Young, his time may be up here as well. He's 33 years old now, 1 year remaining on his contract. I'm going to give him to a team that is going to throw the biggest bag at me. As you can see, though, his ratings, he has developed now into arguably the best quarterback in the league. Has won 3 Super Bowls for us, 3 Super Bowl MVPs as well in every single game. He put up monstrous numbers and had ice in his veins. Bryce Young was great, and it didn't start out like that as well. The first 2 seasons, in his first year, he almost had a 2020 year for us. Year 2, year 3 weren't the best either. I guess in year 3 he did kind of started to find his footing a little bit, but after that is when he really developed into an elite quarterback, started to read the game much better at a mature level, and put up monstrous numbers every single season. I think he led the league in yards in 2027, led the league in touchdowns in 2030. Bryce Young was definitely incredible and has developed into what a first overall pick should be. Had 5 Pro Bowls, only 1 best quarterback. I had 5 on my checklist. I guess I'll just do that for any quarterback, but I don't know. I feel like he should have won a lot more. We won 3 Super Bowls, so I can't really complain after all. However, he is the oldest player on our team now, alongside Isaiah Reed. Jalen Peters is 31 too. I don't know if I can let him go, though. I'm gonna be honest, that was my very first pick. However, as you can see, Bryce Young, 1 year remaining. He has no interest in rejoining us too, so let's get some value. The trade packages we saw earlier were ridiculous, so hopefully they can stay at that level. It seems like they have died down just a tiny bit. Still really good, though, this left end superstar, as well as 2 firsts, a 2nd-round pick there. Monty Stottmeyer is back here, who we saw earlier. Puka as well. I might try to build my own, though. Ooh, the problem is, though, who can afford him? I think I kind of like what the Rams are offering. I'm not interested in Puka. He's old now, but do they have any young, stars I can get? Julian Baker, 76 superstar defensive tackle. Okay. Another one here, safety Lamar Mincy. Let's try to nab both of those guys as well as some of their 1st-round picks. I'm gonna go 3 firsts and then a current 2nd here for Bryce freaking Young. Come on now. They do accept. Okay, we get 3 firsts, a 2nd, 2 superstar young and developmental guys on our defensive side of the ball that can be staples for years to come. Bryce Young, his time is up. He's heading to LA, back home, I believe, right? So I think a win-win in both parties. Bryce Young accomplished much more than we expected, and will probably go down as our best player in franchise history. I'm gonna put Chester McKenzie on the trade list now, and then let's low-key try Jalen Peters. He's 31. Right, he's going to start regressing at a high rate here, but even with both those guys, the trade packages really aren't anything crazy, are they? Wow, I mean, this guy looks nuts. Chester McKenzie is officially heading to Denver, as well as Wilson, our free safety, a 4th-round pick. We're getting the 1st this year, 2nd next year, the 3rd the year after that. Man, do I have it in me to trade Larry Craig and Jalen Peters? Honestly, I don't really think so. I want him to stay and stay forever. We have 4 1st-round picks this year. Yeah, this is going to be fun. For agency, there's this awesome looking middle linebacker, only 25 years old, superstar X-Factor. Now, he had no interest, so I had to overpay a bit, but we are currently #1 in the top offer, so hopefully he chooses us. Day number 2 is gone. He's still there. Now the Bucks are ahead of us. We cannot let him go to the Bucks. I'm making it player friendly. I'm going to offer him even more, which is disgusting because it's so much. However, our squad is cheaper now with no more Bryce Young. No more. Bro, why are you so stingy? My signings, though, we did go 3 for 3 on the other guys. Got a new starting tackle, then some mentors. Did he not join us? What the hell? He went to the Bucks. Are you kidding me? Bro, that guy genuinely looked unreal. Now I'm kind of mad. Private workout time. Remember, we do have 4 1st-round picks, so whatever I want to do, we got the ammo to do it. Dominique Harris, power rusher, 301 pounds out of Colorado. Top 5 true talent at defensive tackle. Say no more. I'm going to do this middle linebacker, Cliff Aldridge. Left guard, Ben Davis here out of Stanford. And let's try to find that replacement for Jonathon Brooks, John Phillips out of Louisville. Okay, draft time is here. We have 20, 21, 22, and 23 all right next to each other. I'm not going to lie, I did not check out the mock draft, so I have no idea where Harris is going. What am I doing? If he's still there at pick number 4, I will trade up with Buffalo. Giants, don't do it. Okay. Oh, okay. I traded up with Buffalo. I gave away a first this year, a second, and a third this year, so not really too much, to be honest. Managed to keep our other third round picks too, and let's go ahead and grab Dominique Harris, the monster defensive tackle out of Colorado. Jesus Christ. It's been a long time. It's been a long recording session. Just get on the team. Get on the team and be X Factor, please. Thank you. Wearing number 5 is a bold choice though, buddy. I hope you can fill the shoes. All right, though, it's time for some fun. Who do we have available for us? Rich Anderson, quarterback out of Nevada, only 21, 6-foot scrambler archetype there. Elite throw power, elite jumping speed, change of direction, great acceleration, ran a 4.51, had the highest broad jumps, 3-cone drill number 1, 20-yard shuttle number 1. Whoa. Is this our new franchise quarterback? I could take a gamble. We have the ammo. But first, with Jalen Peters now above 30 years of age and starting to regress, we need to find his replacement as soon as we can. Daniel Wall, power rusher here out of A&M, 21 years old, 6'5", looks pretty good all around here. I'm just hoping and banking on the dev trait. He is hidden dev, so I can't complain. Hopefully he can step up and fill the shoes of a Jalen Peters. It ain't gonna be easy, but however, with pick 21, I'm gonna go Rich Anderson, the quarterback out of Nevada, because he's only 21 years old. He is graying already for whatever reason. However, I'm just going to bank on the athlete he is. I mean, you can't teach that jumping, that speed, the throw power, the combine. He was amazing as well. He's a freak. He's a bit of a raw prospect right now, but I trust in my abilities to mold around him and smoothing out the edges a little bit. We have a great squad around him already. So Rich Anderson, you're really going to step in and just be asked to do simple things to start off. Hopefully, though, you can... I just said all that, and he's a normal. I might start the other guy, Cooper Fullen or whatever his name is. Normal dev is crazy. That is not a good start post Bryce Young era. However, I'm going to get him a weapon. Trevor Priester here, 5'10", 23 years old, a little older. Actually, his teammate in college out of Texas A&M as well. He's a deep threat with amazing speed, and hopefully he can be and build and bring that chemistry that they had in college together into the pros. He's hidden dev, thankfully. Round 2, that left guard I had scouted is gone. He was actually pretty dang good. This is also our only pick in round 2, so I gotta make this count. And I'm gonna go with the middle linebacker we scouted earlier, Cliff Ulrich here out of Florida State, 21 years old. I just don't want to miss out on him. He's projected to go a little bit later on, but he looks like an amazing player. And if you're telling me he's hidden dev too, he can start for us right a freaking way. Welcome to the squad, Cliff. I actually can't talk anymore. This will probably be my final season for today. I think we're on year 11. I'm kind of hyped though. I'm glad I kind of reset and just blew everything up a little bit because it's brought some more life into me again. Round 3, pick 21. I'm gonna go with this right tackle, David Almas out of Ohio State. He's only 21 years old, I cannot talk anymore. 21 years of age. His attributes honestly look pretty freaking solid for around 3 to 4 projection, especially at right tackle. So banking on the upside, and he's a hidden dev as well. He might be our starter right away. This is kind of fun. We're getting like a whole squad makeover now. Round 3, pick 26. Yes, center, Billy Klein. We can move him out wherever we want. You already know the drill. The centers are always blessing your boy. Yeah, and sadly, that running back we scouted just looked like a bit of dumpster. I don't know. There's not really any great ones. I think the best looking guy is probably Matt Lacey here, a power back out of Syracuse. We might as well and just hope he's hidden, which he is. Okay, this draft has been awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having fun. Round 5 now, I'm gonna go Tyra Wheatley, Wisconsin linebacker here. We could just use linebacker depth as a whole. I'm not having fun anymore. Round 6, punter, Carl Colombo. Just an awesome name as well. He only has great kick power, but hopefully... Damn it, I still haven't got a generational punter or a hidden punter. I still need one. There's only one thing that would have made that draft an A+, and that would have been for Rich Anderson to be a hidden dev. I cannot believe he's only normal. He's a 77 too. Harris is 77. He was a top 5 talent, which means Rich Anderson was a top 5 talent, but his hidden dev trait makes me mad. Look at this class though. 75 for Priester, Ulrich, 72 for Almas, 73 for Klein. Lacey's a 73. That's not bad either. The punter is trash. Who did I miss out on though with my million picks? Roman Mullins goes number 8, 81 overall. Didn't really have my eyes on any of the top receivers. Wish I did. Rich Anderson ended up being the highest rated quarterback in this class, so that is cool. Here's the left guard that I had, who went actually a little early. We still could have got him. We had about 5 first-round picks. He doesn't matter. So we went Rich Anderson at 21, then Leslie Lamb went 73 overall right after him. 4 picks later. He's only normal too, so I guess the quarterbacks just weren't really the best in this class. I wish I waited till next year now, not gonna lie. As I believe we are into year number 12 now, let's go ahead and reveal somebody. Actually, I have no idea who. I'm gonna do Daniel Wall, the pass rusher we got. If he is a superstar plus, I might consider trading Jalen Peters away. Let's see though, moment of truth. I think I'm going to sim to midseason. I just really want to see everybody's dev trait. We have just crazy rookies everywhere. The pass rusher is a star. Not great at all. I'm going to trade our guy Gamble here to the Colts. He's just a little bit older now. We have a lot of defensive line help now too that are way younger. So I'm getting our first, third, and a fourth this season. I'm actually going to make Priester our #1. I got faith in you, my boy. He's special. Guess we can also start Klein, and I'll start Almas as well. We can try to trade easily. Actually, no, I'm just going to move him to left tackle. He's actually been pretty solid for us. Man, for the past 5, 6, 7 seasons, we were the best team in the league, but we're now down to an 84, 81 offense, 89 defense. It's a bit of a revamped squad. Let's see how we do. Back from start one. Back to square one. Back to square one. It is 5:38 a.m. and I'm playing training camp. Please like the video. So glad I did that. And despite our ratings still going good, the chemistry is not there yet. We're just 2-5. I know we just drafted Rich Anderson, but I'm going to put our 3-star scout on QB. There's 2 top 5 guys and another round 1 talent too. Okay, here's what I'm excited for though. Some development traits. Please give me something special. Priester, I actually just banged. I don't even know why I started him, but he ends up being a superstar. And sadly, the 2 offensive linemen are only star, but that's okay with me. We got a superstar receiver, which is pretty awesome. Defensively, Ulrich is a superstar as well. Awesome. Harris, the guy we traded up for, to #4 to get only star. Dude, I might as well just start this fella then, right? Dang, what a wasted pick. Rich Anderson, how are you doing so far? 21 years of age, 1,500 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I can't say I'm surprised. He's young. It's his first season starting. We kind of threw him into the deep end, but I wouldn't mind going for another option if they look great. And with us being bad too, is there a world we move on from Franklin, Craig, and Jalen Peters? Craig just hit the scary age of 30, so like, maybe. Might as well see what we can get for him. This defensive tackle is 29. A good running back wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Julian DeBow is my boy. Up to superstar development now. Tristan Wirfs is 35. Trent Mann is 31. Trent McDuffie's 33. X Factor tight end is pretty cool. These deals are decent. They're just giving me some old players though. Leon Brittingham. And for Jalen Peters, it's kind of the same story, the similar type deals because of the cap hit that he has, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. We got hard decisions to make, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I'm just shopping around our guy Larry Craig here, and look what I just found. How about little David Knott, superstar X Factor right guard here out of Oregon State. Where did he come from? He was drafted all the way back in 2026 at pick 22. Man, I don't even remember seeing him. Hey, that's all I needed to see. But after further consideration, I think I am going to move on from a few players, Larry Craig being one of them. We might shop around for Jonathon, Brooks, and Denzel Franklin too. Maybe even Orlando Crowder, the tight end who only has 1 year left. However, I'm going to keep Jalen Peters just because edge is such a premium position. It's so hard to find good edge pass rushers in the draft. Corners is pretty easily replaceable. What? Look at my guy Luke Dunn up to superstar now? How does that happen? Yo, so I was just checking out the trade block, and the Bengals have this defensive tackle who's only 23. In superstar X Factor. Hey, say no more. They're only asking for really a 2nd rounder or 2. All right, and that was easy. Next year's 2nd and then a 4th this season gets it done. I think I kind of like this deal with the Raiders for Larry Craig. They're giving me an 89 overall superstar left tackle who's still just 27 years old, relatively young for a franchise tackle, right? As well as a 2nd, 3rd this season, and then some day 3 picks too. Larry Craig, it's been real, buddy. He's been the best cornerback in the league for some time now. One of our very own picks too, but his time is up here in Carolina. Okay, I just added in a ton of picks just to see what they were saying, just to gauge it. And the Bills just straight up accepted. Okay, Jonathan Brooks is now gone too. Definitely a legend here. We'll go check out his stats right after. But I'm getting a 1st in 2027, a 2nd and 3rd this year, and then a 3rd round pick next year for him and Crowder. I did not expect that to be accepted, bro. However, Jonathan Brooks' tenure in Carolina is now over as well, and he did not have a single season below 1,000 yards. He was incredible. 19 touchdowns he put up here as well. 1,500 yards, 5.2 a carry with 16 touchdowns. Jonathan Brooks was maybe our best offensive player, like the most consistent as well throughout this entire year. He was a massive piece to our winning ways. 5 Pro Bowls, led the league in rushing yards 2 times, and a 3-time best running back award. And then the last guy I think I'm going to shop around is Denzel Franklin. Let's see what we can get for him. Kansas City's highest overall player is a 97 rated punter. And I'm going to grab myself a future 3rd and 2nd for Denzel. Our roster is completely gutted now. We only have 4 players over the age of 30 now, so the rebuild is definitely on its way. The reason I was comfortable with moving on from a a few of those players, though, because I see some great talent in this year's draft. Dante Leach looks like an amazing running back here, just 28, and elusive back, a little smaller at 5'8", but as you can see, his ratings all around pretty good with great to elite acceleration, great to elite change of direction. But his attributes, I see the A juke move. I love that. B carrying, B break tackle as well. We'll scout him more in the future. As for our player contracts, we now have 150 mil, but Jalen Peters, George Lynch, both our pass rushers need new money. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure Jalen Peters' player motivations were green before I just made all those changes. We'll probably wait till the end of the year to find out what we do with him. George Lynch, however, wants so much money, but I'm gonna give it to him. He's been an amazing player, has developed. How much do you want? I guess we can go check how our picks are doing so far too, though. I almost said the Pacers. The Colts are number 3. We're number 5 right now. The Rams obviously are going to be decent with Bryce Young there now. Not surprising. We have so many second and third round picks, though. I'm not going to lie. I've looked at these QBs a little bit more, and they all kind of blow. I mean, this dude literally has F awareness. But let's, of course, throw one on the running back, Leach. I'm also going to do this receiver who's projected to go number 1. And I'm going to do this right tackle, Emmett Bush, who's projected to go number 3 right now. And why not? We got the capital to do it. And for the first time in a long time, we miss out on the playoffs, only going 5-12. Rich Anderson did not find much success in year number 1, but that is okay. Bryce Young didn't either, and we saw how that worked out. Matt Lacey was also terrible after the midseason trade of Jonathon Brooks. Is he anything special? Nope. Receiving wise, it's John Ellison that led the way. No 1,000-yard receivers, though. Priester in year 1, not bad either, with 750 yards. Flowers, Holloway was the new tight end after trading away Crowder. As defensively, the rookie Cliff Ulrich led the way with 145 tackles. I'm very excited to see how he develops with us. Hankins has broken out a little bit. 17 TFLs for him. Lynch with 16, 13 for Harris, and 12 for Peters there, as he does lead the way for sacks with 7, 5.5 for Lynch. In terms of interceptions, it was just our 2 safeties with 2. We made that trade with the Raiders to get a few of their draft picks. They made it all the way again. But that also reminds me, how did the Colts do? The Colts are not down here in the top 6. It was the Texans, Giants, Falcons. The Colts are going to be, what is that, number 8? This Juan Kraft dude is just the best. Rich Anderson and Trevor Priester end up number 2 for Offensive Rookie of the Year, but look who finishes as the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Cliff Ulrich, the linebacker himself. Dominic Harris gets into the top 5. In terms of development traits, nothing on offense. Sadly, Rich Anderson doesn't go up, but he was not anywhere close to putting up the numbers to go up anyway. Cliff Ulrich did not go up to X Factor, which I was kind of hoping for. However, I see George Lynch did. I see my boy Lamar Mincy did, who we traded for last season, I think with the Giants or somebody too. So you know what? I'm pretty happy about those. Hey, the Raiders and Mahomes lose though to the Commanders. Lamar Jackson wins himself a Super Bowl MVP down here in 2034. As for player contracts, I gotta make sure we get back George Lynch. He is literally asking for 40 a year though on a 7-year deal. I don't know, man. I'm gonna offer it 20 salary, 20 bonus. We're gonna have a ton of money. We don't have a quarterback to pay. Wow. Not gonna lie, Jalen Peters is being extremely stingy as well. There's a reason I didn't trade him. It's because I wanted him back, and he is. All right, let's go ahead and just tag George Lynch then. It's only 30 mil. It's actually cheaper. Our guy Isaiah Reed's also up for a contract. He's back for 5, baby. As we got ourselves about 90 mil to spend here in free agency. Penei Sewell's up here. Kirk Harrington, 33 years old. Jalen Carter, A-Rich. Trent Mann, we've seen a little bit of him too. And not too much going on here, just adding 2 rotational guys, and Mark Shields at corner and JD Mullins on the defensive line. The running back's up to a 95% now. I still want to know his talent though. Same goes for the receiver, Thurman Samuels. And also this middle linebacker, Quincy Scott out of Arkansas, looks outrageous. As the right tackle was actually projected to go number 1. He didn't, D pass block, you can see it there. His ratings didn't look crazy either. That receiver's falling all the way to 11. What picks are we? We have 5 and 9. We can easily grab him then. And then our other pick with the Rams is not going to be for a while. All the way at 27 here. That's kind of... Oh, Dante Leach is the top 5. Dante Leach is the top 5. I wasn't even looking at him. Okay, we got to make sure we grab him above 27. Let's go ahead and start the draft, where we will be picking at number 5. I'm going to sim right to it. And if that receiver does not go off the board here in the first 4 picks, I will not hesitate to take him at this number 5 pick. All right, let's take a weapon though. Thurman Samuels, receiver out of Oregon, physical archetype 6'3". We know he's a true top 5 too, with great acceleration, elite jumping, solid speed, elite strength, actually, pardon me. Yeah, he looks ridiculous. We still are in need of an X factor on offense. Hopefully he can be the one to check that off the board, baby. Hidden dev as well, 96 jumping, him alongside our guy Priester. Hey, the offense is coming back. Felix Bright looks awesome. However, I just don't think we really need a receiver. We're actually pretty loaded in that position, if I say so myself. So I'm gonna go Jason Burton here at pick number 9. Just looks like the best cornerback prospect, and we can just round off our group, have 4 solidified corners, and just have depth in that position as well. So Jason Burton, I should have just freaking traded down, bro. What am I doing? 27 plus a 4th round pick gets us up to 25 with Baltimore. And it is at this pick we go ahead and grab the new RB1 post Jonathan Brooks era in Deontay Leach, the elusive back out of Auburn. Top 5 running back. He's only normal as well. What's going on with the last 2 picks, man? Man, not the franchise-changing draft I was hoping for. However, round 2, now pick 5, I'm going to go with the middle linebacker. We saw Quincy Scott here out of Arkansas. Hopefully, he can follow the same path as our guy, Cliff Ulrich. 2 picks later, I'm going to go with the other corner we had scouted, Steve Miller. I wish I just waited for him instead of taking that Burton fella at number 9, especially. Steve Miller is miles better already in my eyes. Pick 26, I'm gonna go with this tight end out of Mizzou, Bruce Madsen. He looks all right. I don't think he's gonna be anything special, but we just kind of need a body there. As of right now, he ends up only being normal too. Pick 31, I'm gonna bangle the upside with this defensive tackle, Mike Charles out of LSU. He is hidden dev. Thank you for getting me back on track. Physically, this left guard just looks the part, and the combine was awesome as well. Did not finish below 2nd once, so maybe just to add some stability, some depth to our room. I don't hate it. Don't hate it at all. And then trading both our remaining 3rd round picks for a future 2nd with the Bengals. Considering the amount of draft capital we had, definitely wasn't our best draft. I'll be the first to say it. Thurman Samuel, 78. Burton's a 76. Deontay Leach is a 77, which is great. Just that normal dev hurt so bad. Quincy Scott, good. Steve Miller, awesome. 75 overall and hidden there. Bruce Madsen, Mike Charles, we got later on. Chandler Pope ends up being a pretty tidy player himself. Highest rated player in the class is Eric Booth, a tackle that went 21 this corner. Thurman Samuels gets up here. Deontay Leach, of course, too. Can I check out those quarterbacks? Yeah, look at this class, bro. This dude was a 67 overall. That went number 4. The best one ended up being Earl Williams, who's 74 overall. Hopkins went at 16. He's a 72. Earl's only normal, too. All right, just went through like all 1,200 of my staff points. That took forever. Thurman Samuels, we're throwing it on him. As we are yet to get a superstar X Factor on offense, can Thurman Samuels, the man out of U of O, be the game changer? He can indeed. He is buried on the depth chart. He is currently our wide receiver 5. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's make him number 1 right away. We got Priester, we got Ellison here, who's developed into an 85 as well now. Hey, it's not a bad group. We'll start Madsen too. Deontay Leach. Man, I wish you were freaking hidden, bro. Go ahead and start my guy Alma's at right tackle. This offensive line looks actually pretty solid. We got Pope now as a backup too. Now defensively, we look actually like a solid unit. I'm gonna make Steve Miller a number 3 just because he is hidden. We have 5 superstar X Factors, 2 superstars. Let's make Ulrich the number 1 there, as he is the main guy. Baker, I might even make number 1 too. And okay, the new era, the 2nd timeline is starting to find its stride a little bit. 4-3 at the mid-season mark, not too shabby. We're also currently leading the NFC South too. We got some devies to go ahead and check out though. Is there anything on offense? I don't really think so. Why is Madsen not starting? It's because he's at fullback. Okay, Madsen will be starting defensively. We had Scott. We had Miller, who's only a star, sadly, too. Then Charles, we're probably not going to get. Going to offload some dead weight in Cloud and Aldridge here to the Lions for a 3rd. Players on an expiring deal. We have Dorian Scott here. George Lynch, John Ellison, Julian Baker, some big players here who have no interest at all. Gotta resign these dudes at like all costs though. Dorian Scott is gonna be so freaking much. Definitely gonna be the highest paid DB corner ever. DB corner, you know what I mean? 7-year deal though. He's already up to a 95. I'm locked, bro. George Lynch too. I just kind of want this defense to be elite while our offense continues to grow and develop as a whole. Jesus, dude, they want so much though. Week 18 is just about over, and we end up with our first number 1 seed with this new era, new team, finishing 11-6. Not too shabby. Rich Anderson in year 2. It's a big year 2. It's a sophomore leap. 3,800 yards, 31 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. Deontay Leach was not great. Lacey actually vultured a ton of touchdowns. 12 for him, only 2 for the rookie, and just a smidge short of a K. How about the new superstar X Factor receiver though? He was awesome. 91 catches, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns for him. Ellison, Priester, not bad as a 2 and 3. Madsen really didn't do anything at all at tight end. As our guy Cliff led the way for tackles made, because of course. Jalen Peters, 17 TFLs, Baker, 14 there. Sack numbers, Peters with 9.5, 9 for Dominique Harris from defensive tackle was quite impressive. 8.5 for George Leach, who I still... George who? What's his name? George Lynch, who I still need to give his new contract. Nate Burnett and Conley with 2 picks each there. Okay, I like where we are though. Another NFC South title. I don't think our team's ready just to be, you know, competing at the highest level. However, a playoff win would be nice. We lose in the wild card round, sadly, to the Bears. As you can see, our defense is elite. The offense just needs to keep growing and keep developing on the future years. And 13 years down the line, Burrow is still winning MVPs. Thurman Samuels is easily the offensive rookie of the year. Deontay Leash falls to number 4 there in terms of defense. Just Steve Miller inside the top 5. As for development traits, hopefully the QB Rich Anderson goes up to star. How does he not go up to star after that season, after getting us into the playoffs? Deontay Leach doesn't go up either. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough to do it with those two guys under center. I'm not going to lie. They're not really developing as I would have hoped for. Nothing on defense. And here we go with this Juan Kraft dude again. He wins himself a Super Bowl MVP this time around. They beat the Titans. The Cardinals do 28-7 here in 2035. Now, in terms of contracts, I think one of these guys is going to have to walk, and it's probably going to be George Lynch there. I got to sign Scott back at all costs, as he wants just a disgusting amount, but he is going to be the best cornerback in the league for the rest of the video, most likely. So I got to give him what he wants. And it's not like we don't have the money to re-sign George Lynch. I just don't think committing to him for another 6 seasons is the wise move to do heading into the future. He's been an awesome player for us, but I'm going to have to let him go now. Brandon Foreman, the superstar center, let's go ahead and accept his 5th year. And then in terms of John Ellison, Julian Baker, I might re-sign Baker. We did trade for him. He's not asking for anything. I'm going to give him a 5-year deal with that. Kelvin Lucas probably going to go. Larry Clifford, backup center, backup QB. Yeah, probably going to let these two walk, which kind of sucks. We have a lot of money, but nothing really appeals to me in free agency. Just going to get a backup linebacker. Okay, we have the projected number 5 pick, and I did fully scout this Anton Christmas dude. He is a top 5 talent. Both these guys looked awesome. I literally just gambled with this guy, and we hit the jackpot. What we do have this year is a million 3rd-round picks. Only 1 second-rounder there, but like 6 thirds. We're here at number 5, though. Let's go ahead and take Anton Christmas, hopefully the replacement for the outgoing George Lynch, who we were not able to re-sign in free agency. This guy looks like a demon as well. Just a carbon copy of him. Only 22 years old, out of Michigan. Anton Christmas hopefully is as special. Also, this quarterback class, one of the worst I've ever seen. Our second pick in round 1, I'm gonna go Tyler Eldridge, a tight end here, 22 years old. He has elite speed, elite acceleration, ran a 4.54, 7.03 cone drill too. He just looks like a beast. I'm just banking on the upside, and the freak athlete that he is. The guy we have at tight end currently is only normal. So Tyler Eldridge, it'd be hard to be worse than that. Hidden dev, baby. He's our starter day 1. Round 2, center Miguel Ramirez out of Bama, 21 years old. Just adds some more insurance to our offensive line as a whole. He actually looks pretty elite, if I say so myself, and he ends up being a cheeky hidden, you know. If I had $1 for every center I've drafted in this video, I'd be a rich man. Round 3, like I said, we have a million picks, so why not just take some shots here? This physical archetype receiver out of Georgia. Looks like the BPA. Only normal, which seems to be a common trend with these freak athletic physical type receivers down the board. Pick number 6 now. I have had my eyes on this power back out of UTSA. He's around 3 to 4 projection. He has elite strength, good acceleration, everything else there not really great. He is a power back though. We just can take the gamble with him and bank on the upside, hopefully. And he's a hidden dev, so it's already higher than our guy Deontay Leash. I'm just saying. 88 speed, 91 excel for a power back is actually 85 agility too. Whoa. Kenny Ballantyne? Dude, I'm not gonna lie, there just has not been any good punters. I think the top of this draft we did really well though. 77 and Anton Christmas, not bad at all. Tyler Eldridge is 74, Ramirez 73, Sutton 73, Ballantyne 73 too. Anything wild in this class though? 280 overall receivers, nothing we really need. 3 receivers top of the board there. Anton Christmas was the 4th highest rated player in this class entirely. In terms of revealing, I have checked out my squad a little bit. I think Anton Christmas, I'm gonna start right away over Daniel Wall. Wall just really isn't that guy. I think I'm gonna throw this on Kenny Ballantyne. If he is a good dev trait, he's gonna be our RB1 right away. And let's go check it out right here. Running back Kenny Ballantyne is a star. I'm not gonna lie, year 14 now. I'm gonna start a speed run this thing. I just want to get this thing over with now. And we're back in familiar territory. I believe exactly where we were last year, 11-6, top of the NFC South again. As I believe we have won the division 7 times now, which is pretty cool to see. Number 1 offensive yards was not. Oh, we may just be back. We may just be back. Rich Anderson, 4,500 yards, but only 26 touchdowns. A little low there, 9 interceptions. Not a bad year, but nothing spectacular. Please go up to star. Please. Did we have a lot of rushing touchdowns then? Not really. Deontay Leach was pretty mid, to be honest with you. I mean, nothing here was that good. Oh my, okay. Thurman Samuels put up 1,600 yards, 124 catches, 10 touchdowns to add on to that. Priester gets into the 1,000-yard mark as well. Flowers, not bad. Elridge, only 1 touchdown, 565 yards, but is a star dev. Our defense was awesome too, though. The combo of Scott and Ulrich is really carrying from the linebacking room. 18 TFLs for Harris. Christmas had 15 TFLs, 10 sacks in his debut season for us. he's only a star as well. That draft had so much potential, but really nothing was too special. 13 sacks for Jalen Peters, 2 picks for Ulrich, Scott, and Conley. Hey, our team put up some numbers this year, though. Number 1 in total offense and defensive yards given up. We win the first playoff game in this new era, and now look who we play. A 93 overall Los Angeles Ram, Bryce Young here, headed to SoFi Stadium for the revenge game. I kind of wish I hopped in, but no, I didn't, because we just smoked him, and that would have been bad, because we would have witnessed Bryce Young's funeral from our very 2 eyes. We're in the Super Bowl. We're in the Super Bowl. We beat the Bucks in the conference championship, and just like that, this new squad with Rich Anderson under helm, a pretty completely new, revamped entire roster is back in the Super Bowl just a few years later. Love to see that. Earl Duffy wins MVP. Who? Mahomes is on the Commanders now. Bryce Young still going strong. Oh, Richie made it in here, top 8. I didn't even see him. Thurman Samuels is your offensive player of the year. Who else would it have been? Anton Christmas, D-Roy, okay. Like Rich Anderson, I can deal with him being a normal for now. He's gonna go up, but we need that stud running back. That is the game changer in on simulation, as Anderson goes up to star, but Deontay Leach does too. For what? How did he get a dev trait increase? I don't really know. His participation award for being on a good team, because that brother didn't do much. I'll be the first to say it. Samuels has 2 upgrade points. No other upgrades on offense by the looks of it. Pope's only star. Don't know Ramirez yet. Defensively, we see Anton Christmas go up to superstar dev. We see both our linebackers go up a dev trait too, which is awesome to see. However, that is all we got. However, I'm cool with that. 2036 now. What is this Browns roster looking like? Avery Nash, Devon Moore looks awesome. They have this superstar X Factor right guard. It says superstar there because he doesn't, he can't get abilities, but he is an X Factor. They signed Jane Daniels now as an X Factor, 91 overall. Jeremy Aldridge. They got a good team. I remember making a few trades with them, getting their picks when they were really bad, but it seems like they have bounced back. And let's get things going. I believe we're here in AT&T Stadium. 2036 Super Bowl. We actually lost our last Super Bowl, but that was with completely other team. Bryce Young, all those other guys still here. 17-7 in the second half now starting off. Our offense has not been able to do much. However, it is a 3-point game now. They go up by 6. We take the first lead of the game here. The Browns are driving with under 5 to go. As long as we keep him out of the end zone here, I wouldn't be too mad about it. Remember, we still have our boy Isaiah Reed as well, who is no doubt one of the best kickers of all time nowadays. They get a first down. Inside our 5 now. Jane Daniels lining up and empty. Seems like he has put on some muscle to him, but it's not enough to evade the sack from Dominique Harris from the interior. Huge loss of 8 yards for this Browns offense. Jane Daniels steps back to pass again. Finds their tight end there for a gain of 7. And now it's 3rd and goal. Just keep him out of the end zone, boys. That is the name of the game. Jaden Daniels rolls out left and gets sacked by the rookie Anton Christmas, chosen at number 5 overall, comes through in the biggest of moments. As the 2-minute warning has now passed by, the kick is up. It's a chip shot. The kick is good, but with just a field goal needed to take the lead and potentially win us our 4th Super Bowl, can Rich Anderson show us something? Show us something special here. Drops back, passes it into the flat to Deontay Leach. It's a good 3-yard gain, I suppose. As the clock continues to tick down, under 1:30 to go. We do still have all 3 timeouts, so no real rush here. And what an absolute brick there by Priester. What was that? Are you actually kidding me? When the lights are too bright, he folds. He folds. He's scared of the moment. He really is. Steps up into the pocket. It's Rich Anderson, the new star dev. And he gets well more than a first down. He has 60 rushing yards on 8 attempts. I kind of forget the freak athlete that he is, the speed that he put on, the testing that he did in the combine. He's a hell of an athlete himself. Just overthrows it there. You know, not to say anything bad here, but, you know, you see a guy like Rich Anderson, you kind of think he's just a pocket passer, not much movement to his game, but this guy's got some wheels to him. No doubt about it. However, it is 3rd and 12 now. Not looking good at all. We're at just about the midfield, so we have a long ways to go before we get into field goal territory, and it's none other than the Oregon standout receiver, Thurman Samuels, I believe it is. Just kneel the ball, boys. Oh my God, he's having a monster game. Just kneel the ball. Deontay Leach, do not get into the end zone. Come on. Come on. What a freaking drive by Rich Anderson himself. Okay, we're on to the 3 now. Cleveland has used their final timeout. We're getting awfully close here. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you at least give them a chance? I don't like it. We find the end zone there to take, what is that going to be, a 4-point lead, which I guess is fine, but they have a chance. If we just kick the field goal, ran the clock out, they wouldn't have had any time. 5-point lead. I cannot do math. My grandparents are not smiling down on me. 41 seconds remaining for the Cleveland Browns to drive down and find the end zone to take the lead in this game. However, Is that Anton Harris or who? That's the right tackle on the Jags. Anton Christmas with another sack here in the dying minutes of the fourth quarter. The clock keeps ticking. The clock is on our side. Under 25 seconds to go. Jane Daniels steps up into the pocket. As long as we can keep him in bounds, I don't really care. You can run all you want, buddy. Man, no more Bryce Young. Xavier Legette, George Lynch, Jonathon Brooks, Larry Craig at corner too. All of those pieces have been moved on, but we have made our way back to the Super Bowl in 2036 after some good draft picks, good decisions being made, and just overall development from our team. We're back to glory, baby. Let's see if we can go back to back again. As our guy Richie didn't have the best of games, only 1 touchdown, 250 yards. Deontay Leash was just okay. Rich Anderson had a great game on the ground, though, as well as finding the end zone. So he could definitely be Super Bowl MVP. However, Thurman Samuels might just take it from him. This has been maybe one of our best draft picks all video. Him, Larry Craig, Jalen Peters, 12 receptions, 159 yards, and found the end zone. And let's not forget Anton Christmas as well, who I wouldn't be opposed to winning Super Bowl MVP. 3 tackle for losses, 2 sacks in the last like 4 minutes of the game there. Honestly, those 2 sacks could have won us that game because the momentum shift from those 2 sacks were honestly monumental in the way that game went. However, the Super Bowl MVP does end up going to the new quarterback, Rich Anderson. He gets one under his belt at just age 23, 24. Awesome to see us back though. However, player contracts, we have Lamar Mincy. We have Kai Kears, who we traded for. Trevor Priester, that bad drop in the Super Bowl. Dorian Conley here. Dominique Harris. Rich Anderson already has a 5th year. How time flies. Let's go ahead and accept that, though. He is now starting to develop a little bit. Oh, actually, it's a 5th year for Trevor Priester. Yeah, let's go ahead and accept it. Dorian Conley, I have enjoyed his time here as our cornerback number 2. I think I'm going to lower the years to just 2, but bump up the money a little bit. Okay. Dominic Harris has a 5th year. Let's accept that too. Jalen Peters' deal is up. He's an 84 overall now, but as long as he's in the league, I want him on our squad. Kai Kears, I think I'm happy with giving him a 5-year deal. He's a superstar X Factor, still just 26. And then Lamar Mincy, who we traded for a few years back, is asking for a bit, but he's an 88. He's 26. He's an X Factor too, so let's keep this dynasty rolling. But Conley, Tevin Winters, our backup safety, Daniel Wall, who was just a bust for us, Cooper Fullen. I'm going to let all these guys go. Ramirez is a superstar. That's why you keep drafting centers, baby. I'm probably going to move him out to right guard and play him right away just because of that Jev trait. Ooh, there is a superstar X Factor left tackle here chilling in free agency. What did I just do? Matt Carrington here. I feel like I gotta get him on the team, huh? I'm giving him a 5-year deal. I don't care. I'm gonna move him out to right tackle. Hey, there's the second X Factor offensive lineman we've seen. I was hoping to find at least one in this 20-year span, and we've seen 2 of them. Contracts have been reviewed, and we did not get the left tackle. And he went to the Falcons instead. You can go kick rocks. I got a backup linebacker and a mentor quarterback. We actually don't have the most money anymore, so I'm gonna save it for next year. A receiver is the #1 rated player in the class, Dalton Edwards. What are the odds I jump up and just grab that absolute demon, pair him alongside Thurman and Samuels with Richie Anderson? Can there just be a generational running back, please? Have we seen one this whole video, bro? I swear we haven't. I'm gonna throw it on Junior there. Hell, I'll throw one on Dalton Edwards too. And with Conley now gone, we need DB help. Gabe Pinkins here out of Mizzou. Dalton is indeed a top 5 guy. And the running backs round 1. His space stats don't look anything special though, you know? As we have picks 32 and 29, kind of pain. Nothing else? Dalton Edwards projected to go number 4 though. How does he actually look though? Playmaker, 6'3", 201 out of the U. Elite acceleration. Everything there else is good to gray-ish. I'm tempted. So we have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and then a 3rd. After that, we're pretty much back to regulation. Oh. Did I mess up? I'm trading up to 3 here. I'm giving away our 2 firsts and then just a 2nd, and they accepted that. I did not expect that to go through. What? Did I trade for the right one? I'm kind of scared now. Imagine the Eagles just take him at number 2 here. Well, okay then. We've hopped into the top 3 after winning the Super Bowl. Let's continue on building this dynasty with Dalton Edwards now, who's going to be our wide receiver 2 right away. Him, Rich Anderson, and of course, Thurman Samuels. Good luck guarding that, whoever you freaking are. Welcome to the Super Bowl champs. As of right now, I think our roster's in a great spot, so I didn't really mind trading up that capital just to grab him. Ooh, Jerniel Virgil is still here, but I feel like I just keep taking these mid running backs that aren't anything special. You could also say the same thing about tight end, and you know what? I'm going with another one. Pick 3 here. Look, we have so many picks. Our team is already great. I don't even know what to do, what to even look for. Matt McIntosh looks like an amazing tight end prospect. Please just be superstar. You did not see that. Cut that out. This corner at the end of round 3 has elite acceleration, great speed, ran a 4.41 as B-man F zone. We're not going to worry about the F zone, though. We're going to worry about that hidden dev, baby. Draft recap. And the man we traded up to number 3 to grab, Dalton Edwards, is an 81 overall. McIntosh is a bum. Jermaine Brown, Charles Meadow is actually kind of good. I cannot believe I went with that tight end in round 2. Dalton Edwards is the highest rated player in the class. That's all I need to see to put a smile on my face. Virgil went round 2, pick 12, does end up being hidden. If he's a superstar, I'm genuinely going to slap myself. Okay. And before we go ahead and check out the squad, you know the vibes. Dalton Edwards getting revealed, as we will be revealing his deepest and darkest secrets. Dalton Edwards. Wow. Traded up to 3 to get that. Trading up to 3 to get a Devontae Parker regen is crazy. Trading our right guard Klein to Chicago for 2 third-rounders this year. Because, of course, I'll be starting my guy, Superstar Dev Ramirez out there now. We are officially into year 15, I believe, an 89 overall squad around and fresh off a Super Bowl. And defensively, after losing Conley, I thought we'd be a little thin at corner. However, we have drafted good in the past, and guys like Burton and Miller here who can step up and start as long as we have Dorian Scott. Cornerback really isn't ever going to be a problem, right? We have 3 superstars, 5 superstar X Factors. The defensive unit is a hoss. Whoa, new record, 12-4-1. We drew a game this year. We're at the day and age now where all the top performers are who's, except for my guy Thurman Samuels. Richie, though, another good year, 4,200 yards, 31 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Have we found his peak already, though? I feel like he's been putting up these numbers for a few years now. I want some crazier numbers, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, probably not going to happen when the run game isn't anything special. Thurman Samuels, another good year, 12 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Priester, 1,100 plus, 6 touchdowns for him. Dalton Edwards in year 1 was just all right. Same with Elridge. I am still upset I drafted this dude in round 2. You know, every team could use a tight end 3 here and there. Cliff Ulrich, of course, leads the way for tackles made. I feel like he's led tackles for like 7 consecutive seasons. He has been a monster. Jalen Peters, 12 sacks, 12 TFLs for him, 10 for Christmas and Dominique Harris. However, the sack numbers were quite low this year. 8 for Kai Kieris leading the way, and 6.5 just for Jalen Peters, Dominique Harris. Anton Harris, or I keep calling him Anton Harrison. Anton Christmas only with like 2 there. 6 picks for Nate Barnett though. Ooh, we have a one last hoorah. Oh, it's going to be for Jalen Peters, the very first pick of this video, and has arguably been the Carolina Panthers' best ever player in franchise history. He is on to the one last hoorah. Flirting with retirement now, he is no doubt going to go down as one of the best pass rushers the league has ever seen. 34-14 win against the Seahawks. Now we have the 12-5 second in the NFC South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the divisional round. We smoke him out the park. 42-7. Now the 13-4 Packers in the NFC Conference Championship. Don't spoil it. Bro, this squad is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. We've had 2 timelines, 2 juggernauts, 2 dynasties with completely different rosters, sort of. Jalen Peters, though, a part of them both, and can he end off with 5 Super Bowl rings? Team just turns it up in the playoffs. Jane Daniels just keeps moving around the league. We keep playing him in the Super Bowl too. We played the Browns last year where he was their quarterback, and he keeps winning MVP as well. Richie, top 3. Richie, though, best quarterback. That may just be a superstar dev, which would be awesome. He has taken a while to develop, but is now starting to find his feet a little bit. Shout out to my guy, Nate Barnett. You know, the quarterback position, it's so volatile, right? Sometimes you got to let these people grow and mature and, you know, just develop. Just develop, right? Similar for Bryce Young in real life. Richie Anderson is now up to a 96 overall with morale. Superstar dev. No other devies on the offense by the looks of it. Defensively, man, it is just gorgeous looking over here. Nate Barnett, superstar X Factor. Chargers got themselves a pretty nasty squad here. Now, one of my main goals off the checklist was 4.5 Super Bowls. We're currently at 4. We lost 1, so is that 4.5? I don't really know. Let's just win 5 and call it a day, hey? 2 baby blue teams going at each other here. We're up 17-0, though. Our defense is absolutely torturing the Chargers and Jaden Daniels. It isn't even going to be close here. It is a blowout in the Super Bowl in year 15. That is number 5. Richie Boy had a good game, 23 for 28, 265, but didn't even throw for a touchdown. We had 3 on the ground with 1 from Matt Lacey, 2 from Deontay Leach, as Deontay Leach also had 7 receptions for 50 yards. Is he about to take Super Bowl MVP? Anton Christmas is just a playoff performer, bro. He had 4.5 sacks in the regular season, and in the Super Bowl alone put up 1.5. Jalen Peters is going out strong in potentially what may be his last ever game from us, a Carolina Panthers lifer. That is back-to-back Super Bowls now, though, which is crazy. The second time we have done that in this video. Deontay Leach ends up being Super Bowl MVP. That's pretty cool. But I guess the big question is Jalen Peters gone? No, he ain't. And with 5 rings later, you wouldn't have blamed the guy, but he said, I want to end my career off on a three-peat, baby. Just want to check out his stats, though. He is past his prime now, and before he magically disappears or something, he's been awesome for us. Started off a little slow, only 5.5 sacks, 4.5 sacks, but after that, in year 3, 2026, he really started to bloom into one of the best pass rushers in the league. There's 16.5 sacks, 15 there. He was best linebacker a few times in a row. We saw him make big plays in the Super Bowls as well. Awesome player. And the very first player we drafted in this video, round 1, pick 1 in 2024, I believe he came out the gate as a superstar X Factor, 83 overall there. Look at all these awards. We have players to negotiate, and we have 2 mil, 2.2 mil. Thurman's here, Allridge is here, Brandon Foreman is here, Deontay Leach has a 5th year. Wait, why do we have no money? Your boys are trying to three-peat out here. What is causing the ruckus? Nate Barnett, Levi Jordan getting a bit. We can't really save much anywhere. Rich Anderson on that 5th year option is eating up 55 mil. Dorian Scott is also getting a ton. We had to pay him a ton of money. Oh God, am I screwed? Freaking Isaiah Reed, bro. Every time I look at his contract. I should not have re-signed a few players last season. I'm going to accept the 5th year on not just Deontay Leach, but Thurman Samuels as well, of course. And out of all the players we have, I got to keep Cliff Ulrich. He's been one of my favorite players we've drafted. A middle linebacker in like day 2, day 3, who has now developed into a monster. He's still just 25. I'm tagging him. I don't care. Okay, let's offer him the most disrespectful deal of all time. And I'm going to go ahead and tag him for 16 mil, but that means we're going to lose out on our superstar center, 90 overall. Brandon Foreman. David Almas is going to be gone too. Our right tackle, our left tackle. Am I even going to have an O-line next year? Oh, Jalen Peters. No. Oh, no. One way or another, I will get him back on my team. We got a three-peat with him. Okay, we have about 5 mil. Let's go ahead and find our guy right away. He does not have any offers, and we have just enough to give him a contract. Didn't even look at anybody else in free agency. I got my eyes on one guy and one guy only, the Panthers legend. But okay, though, in terms of the draft, receivers were chilling. We're loaded there. O-line, though, this is why we drafted a guy like Pope. We have 270 overall tackles. It's not great. Hopefully I can draft a solid one in the draft, and we should be fine there defensively. Man, it still looks beautiful. Who is this? Didn't I draft this dude, Jermaine Brown? Didn't I draft him last year? He's a superstar. Oh. Well then, I mean, look at this defense. It doesn't need any help at all. Not gonna lie, looking at it now, I probably shouldn't have re-signed Mincy, our free safety, somebody on the defensive line too, because damn it, your boy got no money now, bro. I'm pretty terrible with cap management, to be honest with you, because all the players I draft, I have a special connection to, and I never want to let them go, you know? That can come back to bite you a few years down the line. What picks do we have? Just ours, 3/3. I'm gonna throw one on Dre Melton here out of Georgia, right tackle. Wait, there's a running back, top 5 projected, Rashard Jenkins. Oh God, is this what I've been looking for? I don't have the capital, but like, ooh, I'm gonna scout him just to see. And I'm gonna throw in another tackle, Corey Schaefer here out of Notre Dame. We already have him at 65, so that should go to 100. Man, did Deontay Leach just win Super Bowl MVP? And I'm contemplating the thought of trading into the top 5 for a running back to replace him. A little bit, just a little bit. Deontay Leach was also top 5 though, don't forget that. Oof. The other right tackle looks kind of good. Wow, we had the Bills pick last year and they were like 29. Now they're number 1. That's kind of annoying. Who am I getting though? We're not trading into the top 5. We are kind of in cap hell now, so the more picks I have, the better and easier it'll be in the future for me. Oh my God. Chargers. Are you kidding me? That's exactly who I was about to go. Yeah, I remember last year we're in round 2. I went with a 3rd string tight end instead of finding a lineman. Pick 32, I'm going to go with this right guard, Stephen Gray here. He's a round 1 projected guy with elite strength, elite change of direction, has some tackle flexibility too, whether it's the right or left. We kind of need them both. He's hidden dev though, so he will play. Not gonna lie, round 2 now. This safety just looks kind of awesome. Antoine Cooper here, 22 years old out of Cal. He might be the BPA. He has elite strength. Ran a 4.51. I kind of like what I see. Until then, with our first 3rd round pick, I'm gonna go left guard Paul Green here out of Ohio State. We got our tackles figured out already. Pick 27, I'm gonna go with another Ohio State member, Jay Huntington here, left outside linebacker, looks like a demon. We need depth there is all I can say. Guys, it may have happened. Nathan Anderson, 24-year-old punter out of Oklahoma with elite acceleration, change of direction, kick power, great speed with that A awareness and A kick accuracy. We found ourselves a hidden dev punter, baby. Draft recap time. Gray ends being a 75. That's good. Paul Green, 71, as well as Cooper there. 77 for the linebacker. Jay Huntington, maybe flirting around a top 5 talent. Nathan Anderson, 76 as well. You love to see it. Ooh, highest rated player in the class was indeed that running back that goes number 3. There was just no way in hell that we could trade up to 3 to grab him. Oh my God, imagine I did. We would have drafted a poor man's Deontay Leach. Okay, actually, who I'm curious about is that right tackle. The freaking Chargers sniped right in front of me here. Dre Melton, kind of annoying. He's only 21-2, hidden dev. Okay, I ain't too mad. The 2 guys we got are hidden too. Year 16 now. We're coming off back-to-back Super Bowls. Can we three-peat though and do the impossible? Do what the first timeline, the first era, the first squad we had could not accomplish. And what also may be Jalen Peters' final season in the NFL. Can he end it off on the highest of highs? The Panthers' best ever player, I'd say. I mean, 5 Super Bowl rings, multiple double-digit sacks, and best linebacker awards later. How can you argue with his resume? Did we just miss the playoffs? What happened to our defense? We just missed. We went 10-7, which isn't terrible, but we just missed out. Look at the AFC too. The 9-8 Broncos, Dolphins, Patriots, and Colts all made the playoffs, and Chargers, but we go 10-7 and miss out. Wow. After back-to-back Super Bowls as well as crazy, we were the #1 offense in the league. I don't know what happened to the defense. Did I lose anybody like particularly big? I don't know. Rich Anderson had a pretty Rich Anderson type season, really good. Oh, Deontay Leach is now developing into a monster. 12 touchdowns, 5 carry, 1,300 yards as he is up to a 94 overall. No, the offense wasn't a problem. Thurman still put up a K, but not the usual Thurman Samuels type numbers, right? Priester, Edwards, all good. Same with Eldridge, 13 touchdowns there. Might be a superstar dev. But defense, what happened? We had 4 players with 100+ tackles. That's crazy. 17 TFLs for Anton Christmas there as he leads the way for sacks with 11, 9.5 for Dominique, 8 for Kearse, and Jalen Peters, unfortunately, is just kind of on his deathbed at this time of day. That's crazy, though. We just missed the postseason entirely. We didn't even get a chance, right? Ooh, what? You see how this game makes no sense, though? We just missed the playoffs, and Rich Anderson wins MVP. Yet when I was 16-1, won the Super Bowl, I think Bryce Young even put up better stats than Rich. We never won one. I guess I'll take it, though. That should be no, what? That should be X Factor. This dude, Kevin Blackburn, wins Defensive Player of the Year every single season. A player missing out on the postseason, though, should never win MVP. That is just crazy. Ooh, Anton, again, best linebacker. Could get a few Debbys on offense, QB and running back. We do. X Factor now. A superstar for Deontay Leach and a superstar dev for Eldridge. Unfortunately, Gray and Green only end up being star devs at our tackle positions. Now, defense, I don't know what happened, y'all. Look at this defense. How could this be anything ranked under 10? But we were freaking 31st, which is crazy. Maybe one of the best Super Bowls of all time. Patriots, Eagles. Patriots get the revenge, though. 47-41. Awesome game. James McManus is the next Mac Jones, they say. Is that game better than the Big Dick Nick 2017 Super Bowl performance, though? Let me know. Boys and girls, he is officially gone. James Smith has retired. Who? Now, in terms of contracts, though, we have 85 mil. Richie is here. He has no interest as well. Aldridge, Anton Christmas has a 5th year. Trevor Priester is here. Nate Barnett, Quincy Scott, some big starting guys. Rich Anderson is no doubt going to eat a chunk of this, isn't he? And he has just no interest, which is so... You just won MVP in this scheme. Why do you not like it? I'm going to re-sign everybody else and then tag him. Honestly, I feel like that's the wave. Aldridge, I love too much to not give a new contract. 26 years old, 94 overall. He's back for another 6 and for the rest of the video. Anton Christmas, 5th year option, absolutely. Wait, did I mention he went up to X Factor? I don't really know. Priester, we're probably going to have to let walk. Same with Nate Barnett, who's been one of my favorite players in this video. I don't know, just something about him. He has a great first name too. I don't think we can give him this money though. We're kind of running thin nowadays. Quincy Scott's a superstar as well, but with no interest, we're going to have to overpay a lot to have him back. Dominique Harris, Steve Miller. Man, Tyler Eldridge is here, 5th year. I'm going to decline that and just sign him next year. Maybe just draft a replacement. Who knows? I have a million tight ends that suck. Jalen Peters, as I mentioned, he will never leave as long as he's here. Chandler Pope wants little to nothing in terms of money. I'm going to give him a 5-year deal then. He can stay and be our starting guard for the rest of the vid. And then I guess I'll try to offer Rich Anderson a contract, although he is just not interested at all. It's going to be a cap of 70 mil in 2044, which is wild, but he does... What do you mean we don't have a... What do you mean we don't have the salary cap room? Yeah, we do. We have 3 mil. Okay, I guess I'll bump it a bit, though, which just means... I literally just cannot offer him a contract. Okay, there it goes. Whatever, we'll just end up tagging him then for a measly 61.3 mil. There goes all our money. Nate Barnett, 16 teams interested in free agency. Go get your bag, my boy. Go get your bag. All right, free agency, we got a new right guard, defensive tackle, depth, and then middle linebacker depth too. That is all we can really afford. Round 1, pick 18, I'm going with this speed rusher, Jamie Tracy. We are in desperate help to find our next Jalen Peters. Our defense struggled massively next season. Hopefully, Jamie... Oh my god, these outside linebackers have been killing me all video. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever, we just kind of have to pray that he takes a George Lynch type jump. These are some crazy looking players here in round 2, you know. Especially though, Shamir Tarrant, a cornerback out of Georgia Tech. He's only 21 as well. I may hop in, trade up back into the second round to try to grab a safety because we have a hole there with no more Nate Barnett. Shamir Tarrant though is gonna help our DB group as a whole though out. However, I do have my eyes on Craig Dockett here out of Florida State. He's number 9 on the big board right now. Trading a current third and a future third and a 4th and 6th to move up with the Chargers here to like 21. Just a few picks later, we are back on the clock and going ahead and taking Craig Dockett here, the strong safety prospect out of DBU, Florida State University. We do not have Nate Barnett anymore. His ratings don't look the best. However, banking on the upside with this one, normal dev. Normal dev. As Tracy ended up being a 75. However, Shamir Tarrant, 77 plus a hidden dev. Dockett, 72. Not bad. He's probably going to have to start right away. Shamir Tarrant was literally the only hidden development I got, so let's reveal him. And yes, into year 17 now, I cannot be asked to spend my 1,400 staff points anymore, as Shamir Tarrant going to end up only being a star dev. We'll make him CB3 right away though. Just realized the vertical zone run is now down to a 48%, so that has gone down a wide margin. We have a few 60%ers, which looks like it's going to be the highest. I guess we'll end up going West Coast power run. And with that, let's go with the Kansas City Chiefs offensive playbook, West Coast power run as well. Hopefully that can bring us back to our glory after missing the postseason last year, weirdly. Week 18, bring me back. 14-3. Okay, the defense actually struggled a little bit. However, our offense heavily carried. Shout out to the Chiefs playbook. Although the Chiefs have been weirdly struggling and really bad in this rebuild. We haven't seen them in the playoffs like at all. Rich Anderson, 4,500, 28-4. Just a good year. Oh my god, what the heck? Okay, Leach had 12 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, 4.5 a carry, but Ballantyne as our power back, our goal line back, put up 17 touchdowns. He was a fantasy monster. Dalton Edwards, almost 1,300 yards, 6 touchdowns, leads the way there. Tyler Eldridge, of course, the tight end's getting a little more involved now. However, seeing Thurman Samuels as our wide receiver 4, it's not what you want to see. Giving that man the ball. Kind of annoying. Aldridge, of course, leads the way for tackles made. 20 TFLs for Anton, Christmas, Kyrus, and Julian Baker. Their monster numbers, as Kyrus also put up 15.5 sacks in his first season starting at rush defensive end because of the low-rated and aging Jalen Peters. Now, it was him and Anton Christmas, so Kai Kyrus maybe is taking that job onto himself. Shamir Tarrant and Dorian Scott, 2 picks each. We only had 5 as a team, though. And with a 14-3 record, we now have 4 number 1 seeds in the NFC and 9 NFC Souths won, so 1 more in each and we fill out those nice. I guess I can maybe give us the MVP as well. We won it with Rich Anderson. Bryce Young we didn't have for the longest of time, even though he definitely got snubbed a few seasons, if I say so myself. Let's make it back to the Super Bowl. Why not? Thank you very much, dude. This squad, this roster, this franchise is absolutely inevitable. Got the 11-6 Ravens. Richie won MVP last season. We didn't even make the playoffs. We make it this year. He puts up better numbers, I would say. He ends up being number 3. Looks like Burrow's gone. Hey, another coach of the year, though. That may be like number 3, number 4 for us. I haven't been keeping track of that. Richie, oh boy, again. Kai Kyrus, D-Poy. Love to see that. Yep, just a classic offensive player of the year, but doesn't win best quarterback. Anything on offense, perhaps? Eldridge goes up to Superstar X Factor. That is the only guy I was looking at. Edwards doesn't go up despite being our leading receiver, weirdly. Defensively, there's X Factors everywhere over here. It really is beautiful, ain't it? But we didn't get one. All right, let's get this on its way. In terms of the checklist, we're actually checking a few things off. I've completely disregarded the Newton challenge. I literally didn't find one like the first 8 seasons. That was crazy. 16-7 in the middle of the second quarter. Ravens driving down, get a field goal. We kept them out the end zone here, and we equalized with a touchdown of our own at the end of the first half. They're 23-17, 24-23. They take the lead. We have a 2-point lead now in the middle of the fourth quarter and end up getting a touchdown from Deontay Leach, a 66-yard rush. He has really developed now into one of the best running backs in the league. He was a top 5 talent, but the upside was never crazy as he was only a normal dev. 2-point game now. We have the ball. And you know what? 17 seasons later, let's go ahead and hop in and try to finish and ice this game out ourselves. We've already hit all our goals with the Super Bowl, so I can't screw us in any way possible. Although, if you know me, I'm probably going to screw this one way or another. Let's just be honest with ourselves. We got a wide open Thurman Samuels, the main man out of Oregon himself. Huge first down. Just like that, we are in a prime position to take this game to the very last seconds. And now just a first down here and kill all of their timeouts, and this Super Bowl should be ours. Blocking isn't great there. We still managed to get 3. 2nd and 7, another handoff to Deontay Leach. He finds a hole and gets us a first down that should be wraps. Year 17, and that is Super Bowl number 6. Now we'll go ahead and run the clock out here. Just kidding. Play action, baby. We ain't ending it just like that. It's Edwards into the end zone. Call it a wraps. Ice the game, baby. Super Bowl Lombardi number 6. Monstrous performance from our team once again. They actually scored there and made it a game. We only won by 2 there, 38-40, but a W was a W. But maybe not a W for whoever had us minus 2.5. I'm sorry. Roy Marion had himself a freaking game, but Richie Anderson was great as well. Deontay Leach was also awesome, though, with that massive 66-yard run. Touchdown, 8.7 a carry. And look at this. It was Jamie Sutton, our leading receiver with 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think our wide receiver 3, the physical archetype receiver I drafted a few years ago out of Georgia, is now getting his start because of no more Priester. So that's pretty cool to see. Next man up mentality. Julian Baker and Kai Kearse there with the sack each. They had monster seasons. Dorian Scott with the pick. And I believe it was 3 Super Bowls with Bryce Young. Now it's 3 Super Bowls with Richie Anderson himself. Gets himself number 2 for Super Bowl MVPs. Remember, Deontay Leach won the other one. Let's try to end off this video with 1 more, hey? Now, why not 2 more? Why not 3 more? Let's go back to back. Surely somebody retired on our team at this day and age, though, right? No. This guy, Jalen Peters, is just the most greedy dude of all time. He just can't stop winning. Look at him. He wants another contract. And he knows he's going to get one, too. He's kind of holding us hostage here, but come back. I don't care what rating you are. My goat. Okay, though. We have 70 mil. Rich is here. Thurman is here. Deontay Leach is here. Eldridge is here. X Factor. Miguel Ramirez is here. Dalton Edwards, 5th year. Oh no. I mean, if I re-sign Richie back, we're kind of screwed after that. And I really want Deontay Leach back because you guys know how hard it is to find a good running back. And Thurman Samuels is just my boy. I don't want to lose him. Oh man, tough decisions. We got to get Richie back though. At the end of the day, the franchise quarterback is what you need and everything else follows. Really? Leach wants a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it to him though because we've waited all this time for him to develop now into a 91 superstar dev. So no way. Isaiah Reed is here again. He's 39 years old now. I'm probably going to let him go, but he has literally been here from year number 1, I believe. Absolute Panthers legend. The best kicker of all time. 6 Super Bowl rings later. I can't talk anymore. We're in year 17. Give me a break. My God, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know what to do. We're kind of stuck in a tough spot now. Big money. Lamar Mincy has screwed me. I'm not gonna lie. I should not have given him that contract. We got Cliff Ulrich making a bid too. That was my guy. I did that with my head. No, I did it with my heart instead of my head. I'm gonna unlock Richie again and give him a new contract. I don't want to lose our guy. You know what I mean? I restructured a few contracts so we have a bit more money now. If he doesn't accept this deal with an 80 mil cap hit in 2046, I don't really know what to say. Okay then, I see how it is. He just wants to... What the heck? Why does literally nobody want to rejoin us? I'm gonna accept the 5th year on Dalton Edwards just to feel something. You know, I wanted to continue this dynasty with Rich Anderson, but I guess his mind's in another place, so I'm gonna let him go. We're gonna restart again. I'm gonna tag Deontay Leach. Rich Anderson does not want to be back here. I'm gonna try to get Thurman back in free agency and just kind of reset at the QB position, I guess, because Rich Anderson and us just kind of fell apart. Thurman Samuels wants so much money. It's not even funny, but we're going to have a rookie QB. So bring the boys back. Thurman Samuels, Tyler Eldridge are back. We get ourselves Corey Thierry too on a cheeky 1-year deal. And interestingly enough, the CPU actually drafted me a quarterback last season in round 4. Levi Hess here. He's already 24, but he is star dev. He's only 5'11", but we've won 3 Super Bowls with a guy that was 5'10". There's some crazy pass rushers in this class. Justin Perry, Allen Gaines. I'm tempted, man. We can't do it, but I'm tempted, man. Mike Jensen, day 3 projection, but his base stats have round 1 true talent all over him. And what do you know it? We need a center. John Eaton. Justin Perry's projected to fall to number 7, but he is actually only a round 1 talent, despite looking like the best one out of these guys. If he was a top 5 talent, maybe I would make the trade up, but right now we have a lot of fixing to do with our squad, so I'm gonna keep our picks. Round 1, I'm gonna just go BPA, and it looks like it's gonna be Sean Randall here, left end out of Stanford. Still just 21 as well. Key ratings look awesome. Elite strength there is what you'd like to see. Our defensive line is pretty filled out. However, it's not getting any younger, so Sean Randall should help us moving onwards into the future. Now in round 2, I'm praying that center is still there, and he is. John Eaton, AABB out of USC, and hit a development too. Center 1 right away. And you know what? Round 3 now, the receiver is still here. I guess it's good value. He's around 2 to 3 talent out of Georgia. Mike Jensen here. Why not take the gamble with him? He's a hidden dev as well. Our offense is back. Although we have like a 69 overall quarterback, so who knows how far he can take us. But overall, I think we had a successful draft. 72 for Randall, 75 for Eaton, 72 for Jensen as well. All hidden devs though, which I'm happy with. Oh, CPU, talk to me. Nice. And I'm really only intrigued in Justin Perry, who ended up going 4. Imagine I traded up to 7 to grab him and they just sniped me like that. Your boy, 17 years down the drain, would have been heartbroken. Superstar dev. He's all right. Wow, 82 overall left guard, 80 overall right guard. One of these guys should be X Factor, right? Jerry Marshall, the #1 dude. Superstar. Sean Randall is getting revealed, and 18 years later, this is gonna go on auto. I have been using them like every here and there, but obviously got to a point where I was like, I can't really be asked anymore. Hess is gonna be our starter now. Who did I reveal? The left end. Nice. Levi Hess, do you have it in you to be the franchise QB of one of the most historic champions of the last 2 decades? 6 Super Bowl rings in total. Now have you as the main guy. Did I just witness us get a bye week with Levi Hess under center? Yes, I did. Yes, I freaking did. That is actually wild. We lost 0-14 in week 16. However, we kind of won out in the final 5 games of the year. We got hot at the right moment. How did our guy do though? Levi Hess, have a day. These are the same exact type of numbers Richie Anderson was putting up. I'm just saying. And he costs about 60 million less, so you just gotta love to see it, right? He was a product of our system. What can I say? Deontay Leach, 1,200 yards, 4.5 a carry, 6 touchdowns for him. Donald Hatchett with 14 end zone touches, yeah. And Thurman back to his best after getting himself a new deal. 13 touchdowns, almost 1,500 yards. Eldridge good. Jensen year 1, not bad. 847 yards, 7 touchdowns for him. Completely outperformed Dylan Edwards, but is sadly only a star. Hey, we found ourselves though our little Julian Edelman, Hunter Renfrow, Cooper Ulrich for the 39th season in a row. Leads the way for tackles made. A lot of TFLs here for Baker, Thierry, Kears, Anton Christmas, who had his highest sack total by far for us with 18 there. You love to see that. Kai Kears with 9.5. Thierry with 9.7 for Julian Baker there. Cliff Ulrich also gets 3 interceptions. That's why we paid him the big bucks. Wait, do we have a kicker? Oh god, it's Nathan Anderson, our punter. I forgot about kicker. I've been so accustomed to just having Isaiah Reed on our team already. We got the 9-8 Rams here in the divisional. Bryce Young may be retired in this day and age in 2040. Levi Hess had a good regular season, but when it came to playoff times, he folded, but that's okay. His first season as a starter. Although the team around him is pretty crazy, right? We have a pretty good reputation in this day and age. Did he get in the top 10? He did. Number 7. As Anton Christmas is now your defensive player of the year. He's been awesome for us. Whoa. This was the guy we used to have behind me. He was backing up Richie Anderson. He now just won best QB, a part of Philly. I'm trying to think of like a comparison for that. I can't think of anything. Shout out to Anton. I don't know, maybe the picture of just when KD won MVP and Russ was in the back like side-eyeing it. He was like, I'm gonna win that one day. I guess sort of like that, right? Eaton's a superstar, by the way. Mwah. Beautiful stuff there. Hess does not go up to superstar after a pretty solid season all around, but is now up to a 79 with morale, of course, so not bad at all. There's so many colors over here. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Dockett is up to a star, I believe. That is all. The Bengals end up getting their revenge on the Rams, though, like 2 decades later, 21-7. This Jack Nelson dude has been going crazy. Look at the MVPs. He won 2 MVPs in a row as well. Retirements. Dude, Jalen Peter. He absolutely bamboozled us with that one last hoorah like 4 years ago or whatever it was. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, where is he? Wait, where actually is he? Is he gone? When did he leave? Wait, what? Did I forget about him last year? I may have, honestly. There's so much going through my head nowadays. So many players, so many contracts, so many everything now. I am overwhelmed. We only got a few years left, though, so let's push through. Anton Christmas, to be honest with you, I would give him the entire world and be happy with it. Deontay Leach, I just have to keep. I know it's crazy paying a running back that's 27, but on Madden Simulation, a good running back, aka 90+ overall, is vital for success, and it takes forever to develop him to get him here. I'm tagging him again. I don't care. Mincy, we're gonna have to let walk. 93 overall now. He's been pretty good for us. Same with Jermaine Brown. Stephen Gray's a 5th year. I'm just gonna wait on it. Julian Baker can probably walk nowadays. that's probably it, huh? We'll go ahead and franchise tag Leach, and let's go to the offseason. Who's this? We have another rando that's superstar. Our rando that we chose in the first round is only star. Bro, who? CJ Samuel, Mitchell Nowak. Where were these guys? I've been looking for punters every year. Hey, we just went 4 for 4 though with players added. Tyler Clifton, right guard. Luke Smiley, backup linebacker. Free safety backup, and another corner. I'm at pick 28 now. I'm not gonna lie. There's quarterbacks falling. Kenny Westbrook is 21. Scrambler out of Syracuse. Ratings, bro. Elite acceleration, strength, the roll power, looks like an amazing prospect. And I know my boy Levi Hess wasn't too bad last season, but the fact that Kenny Westbrook has kind of fell in our lap here at 28, if Levi Hess would have gone up to superstar, maybe I would have kept him, but Kenny Westbrook is going to be our new QB1, and hopefully he takes us to back to the heights we once were in these final few seasons in this 20-year rebuild. I genuinely didn't plan at all there to go for a quarterback, but I didn't expect them to fall like that. Jerry Dyson looks really good. However, there was a corner that I was looking at too that is going a little bit earlier in Dion Biggers here out of Kansas. 6'4" man-to-man archetype as well with elite acceleration. Oh, I'm sold. You do not have to ask me twice. Hidden development as well. This is another franchise-altering draft. I'm just saying. Did I just see we don't have our third? We don't. What the hell? Trading up with Buffalo, some picks, yeah. Look, it wasn't a whole lot, okay? You didn't miss out on much. Jerry Dyson, can we make it 3 for 3 in this draft class? 3 amazing quality, maybe even starters right away. Yes, we can. 3 hiddens, baby. How the ratings looking, though? 74 for Westbrook, 75 and 75 for Dyson and Biggers. Not bad at all. Kenny Westbrook just 21 years old with 94 throw power, 85 throw on run. Short accuracy is already up to an 88. His physical ratings look awesome as well. 87 change of direction, 91 excel, 86 agility. He's going to be QB1 right away. Love the number 0 too. That is who we got instead to be our new franchise guy. He's the same rating as Levi Hess, but a few years younger if I'm not mistaken. We don't have to start Dyson this year, I guess, because I did sign Clifton. But yeah, this offense looks ready. Hopefully Kenny Westbrook can just keep it afloat. Defensively, we're a little all over the place now. Biggers, I'm going to make our CB3 right away. We have this Roberson guy. I think the CPU drafted him last year. Randall is going to be starting. Kai Kier still going strong. Tracy as well. Safety group, we drafted this Cooper guy a few years back, so with Mincy now gone, hopefully he can step up and be the guy. Ooh, and with the same squad around him, if not even better, Kenny Anderson leads us to just an 8-9 record. We miss out on the playoffs entirely. That is not what we expected from our new QB1. The Levi Hess truthers are out to get me right now. Kenny Westbrook, only 3,600 yards, only 23 touchdowns, 5 picks. Not a terrible year 1, but kind of expected more. Deontay Leach really wasn't great either, though. Only 4.3 carry, under 1,000 yards, 18 touchdowns is awesome. And the receivers are not happy with Kenny under center. Thurman only with 770 there after getting paid $35 million a year. It's not looking good, ain't it? Always is away for tackles made. Did you guess that? Sean Randall, 19 TFLs, 18 for Kai Kiers there as Anton Christmas leads away for sacks with 10.5. I cannot talk anymore. 8.5 for Kai Kiers, 7.5 for Devontae Roberson, our new defensive tackle, as Dorian Scott, the main man himself, gets himself 5 picks. But overall, an extremely disappointing season when you consider the fact that we have a 91 offense, a 91 defense, a 91 overall. Kenny, I wasn't asking you to blow the roof off. This dude is literally Joe Burrow on crack. Like, where the hell did he come from? Kenny Westbrook, offensive rookie of the year. Despite us being bad, he did still put up relatively really good numbers for a rookie, you know? So, we'll take it. Line. This was our center dude from a few years back. I swear that's happening with like multiple offensive linemen we used to have. Now, Kenny Westbrook is now up to superstar. So, you know what? Now it looks like the right decision. I thought Eaton was Dyson. We haven't got him yet. Nothing else on offense by the looks of it. That is okay. Defense, we got ourselves. I was hoping Randall would go up. Biggers is only a star. Nothing over here. Oh, no. Dockett goes up to superstar. Now he's starting to develop a little bit. And tell you what, 2041 now, I'm kind of losing track of like how old our players even are anymore. Dorian Scott is now hitting 30. Same with Kai Kiers, who we traded for. All right, we're still relatively in a good spot. Nobody's really over 30 at all, so should be in their prime still. Guys like Christmas, Ulrich, of course. As America's team wins it all, 24-14, beating Tennessee there. Carlos Moore, middle linebacker, wins Super Bowl MVP. Deontay Leach, Dorian Scott, speak of the devil. Dalton Edwards now here, 91. Kai Kiers, Stephen Gray, Huntington's here. I mean, we can afford to re-sign everybody. We have Kenny Westbrook now on his rookie deal, so we got the money to. Bro, what is wrong with Deontay Leach? This dude just doesn't like us. He just doesn't like it here. I don't know. I mean, we kind of saw similar things with Dorian Scott earlier too, but I had to throw him the bag. I'm gonna have to do it again for him to just stay one more year. Dalton Edwards, honestly, I'm just gonna try to keep everybody around. We only got 2 years left, I think. 1 year left. Jesus, 35 mil you want. You got it. Our punter needs a new deal. Deontay Leach is getting tagged once again, and we move. New kicker, right tackle, outside linebacker, and safety to be starting for us probably right away. Sitting pretty at pick 13, and I got myself a new blind side protector, and Jermichael Hatcher out of SDSU here looks like a beast. We have him 90% scouted, and we know he's generally pretty good. I don't like D run block finesse. I don't really mind anymore. I don't care. That draft screen and just overall scouting is going to be in my nightmares for the next month after this video. My alarm clock is just going to be this sound. As I've just stumbled across this beast, Tremaine Knight, strong safety out of Michigan State, 21 years old. We need help at safety as a whole because we've just been losing R's left and right. And he's a hidden dev. He'll help out immediately. Not gonna lie, these last few draft classes for us have been really good. I'm gonna go with a backup corner here because I think we're missing a fourth one. JJ Felix out of Oregon State. Shout out to the freaking Beavers. We've been on fire. Oh, not the best ratings though. Only 71, 74, and 70 there for Felix. As here we are finally. Year number 20. Our squad's definitely not the best it's ever looked. We should be able to at least make the postseason, hopefully, under Kenny Westbrook. Now up to a superstar, should develop quicker. The defense still looks really good, though. Dorian Scott's still here. We have Biggers. Felix now is our number 4. Defensive line is decent. Allridge and Anton Christmas still going strong. It's still a good squad overall, but definitely not what we once were. But hopefully we can end it off with some sort of bang. I don't know. And that will, of course, be to win a Super Bowl. And you know what, for this final season, let's just go ahead, go week by week. Year number 20, just raw, uncut, straight vibes. Let me know in the comments your favorite player that we may have drafted, or your favorite moment, favorite anything. I'll read all the comments. I'll respond to you as well. We don't start off hot though. We lose to the Bengals, who have a super team with that quarterback as well. They just found themselves a Joe Burrow regen, sadly, but this has been a beast to record. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember the last one or any of my 20-year rebuilds ever taking this long, but this one took a fat minute. We get another week 2 W there against the Falcons, 23-20. I don't even have inputs on the game anymore. I don't know who's good, who's bad, but we're 1-2, so things are not looking too great here. Kansas City up next. They're 2-1. They haven't really been great this video, and we're 1-3. We're 1-3. This is not good. Can we? I want to at least make the playoffs because I'll probably try and play and at least get us to the Super Bowl. Our wins have not been convincing though. I believe a combined 4 points in total we've won by, so make it 5. Week 6, but a W is a W. That's all I can ask for right now. We're joint top of the division of the NFC South with 3 wins with the Falcons bye week in week number 7. Get that out of the way. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching to this point. If you're still here, really do appreciate that. That is real. That is real for real. 2-5 Saints up next here after our bye week. We had an extra week of preparation, and their only points they got was from a safety. So you love to see that. Our defense absolutely clamped down, and we're kind of on here now. We have a breakout running back. I can't be asked, dude. Week 10 against the Steelers. We're finding a little bit of a rhythm now. 6-3, top of the division. Atlanta Falcons up next. Big divisional showdown at home. We give up 28 points. If we had 3 points, there would have been at least some sort of life, but unfortunately, we put up zilch against them. Beat the Giants 27-11. Another NFC East team up next, and the Philadelphia Eagles, we beat them too. 31-21. Where is your boy going? I don't know. The Ravens, only 4-8 nowadays. I believe we played them in the Super Bowl 2-3 years back, and they beat us. They beat us, because of course they did. Now we have another North member in the Browns, who we beat in the Super Bowl as well when they had Jaden Daniels. We beat them 24-25, week 16. 28-7 against the Niners there. We're on fire. 10-5. I can't complain. Top of the division. If we beat the Bucks here, we will pretty much clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC South, that is. And we do. 12-5. We're into the wildcard round, and we got the Falcons to show up for it. Not bad at all. And Kenny Westbrook, 4,200 yards, 37 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. A really good year. These are the same type of numbers Rich Anderson was putting up when he won MVP. Deontay Leach just getting a little up there in age now, starting to regress. Only 6 touchdowns, 1,100 carries. Nope, 1,100 touchdowns. He'd be dead. What am I saying? 1,100 yards. I'm saying every other stat but the real one. 4.3 a carry. Not his best season, but he's old now. Thurman Samuels, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns for him. And Mike Jansen, the Georgia slot himself, 1,050 yards. Dylan Edwards got a lot of money and didn't really put up the numbers for it, but that is okay. How the offensive line doing the last season? The rookie Jermichael Hatcher was terrible. Oh my god, 22 sacks. That is wild. Ulrich, I literally am not even exaggerating when I think ever since we've drafted him, maybe 2 years after that, he has led us in tackles every single year. Whoa, we had an insane season on defense. 20.5 sacks for Kai Kiers, 12.5 for Anton Christmas there. Sean Randall, Roberson, pretty good too, as Ulrich gets himself 3 picks. Same with Tremaine Knight, the rookie, not bad. Biggers and Scott. Tremaine Knight ended up only being a star. Guess we can check out Hatchett's 22 sack allowed ass as well. No surprise. All right, year 20 though. Let's go ahead and hop in all these games and hopefully will our way to the Super Bowl. I want to end it off with a bang. The Falcons are in 85, we're in 89, and we're in Carolina. So we're probably the odds-on favorite to come away out of this game with a W and advance to the next round. However, the Falcons start off with a touchdown. We equalize. They drive down again. Second half on its way. The Falcons have a 7-point lead. We're kind of struggling on offense right now. How did we not get any points there? All right, we got 230. What the hell was that runoff? First and 10 on the 35 though, down 7 points. If we score, I wouldn't hate a little 2-point conversion to take the lead. What a screen, what a blocking from our team. It's a huge first down. We're already inside the 10. I think we run true clock here. I got faith in us to get into the end zone and at least tie up the ball game here. Go down, go down. I tried to go down. Now do I go for 2 or not? I don't know. There's so much time on the board. I'm not going to. We're just going to kick this here. Oh my god, this meter is so slow. And hopefully clamp up the Falcons offense. And after that 3-yard gain, doesn't look like Atlanta's going to use a timeout, weirdly. Not sure why they wouldn't. A lot of time in the pocket for their QB here. Nothing's really open. We got everything clamped. Where is the... Oh my god, we made him fumble. That was a user strip. User strip. Oh my god, that was sick. That's the most annoying Madden play ever, where there's just no pressure. The QB has 9 years in the pocket and just throws it downfield like that. But we get a user fumble, a user strip. That was actually sick. There a chance we get into field goal range here. 37 seconds to go. Run a little play action. A is open. A is open. It's Elridge. It's Elridge, the tight end we re-signed a few years back. We're already in range, baby. Actually gonna call our first time out just to be safe. Now the game plan's simple. Run out the clock here. Kick a field goal with our superstar kicker. And we're chilling. They're not even gonna call a timeout for some reason. And with 2 seconds left on the clock, the wild card round, we will be advancing. Carolina Panthers, baby. All right, divisional round now. We have the 12-5 Commies. They're an 87 overall squad. Once again, though, heading to Carolina. So I'd say we're favorites here again. I don't know who Earl Williams is their new quarterback. Remember, they had like Lamar and Jane Daniels back in the day. They have like a 6 squad. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, is it any match for Kenny Westbrook and the boys, though? We'll find out. We'll find out. We start off with 3 points. Unfortunately, cannot find the end zone, but neither can the Commanders. We get the first touchdown of the game at the end of the second half, but they tie, or the second quarter, and they tied the ball game. Go up with 3 points now. They get a touchdown to go up 4. We get a touchdown to go up 3. Fourth quarter's on its way. We're up 10 points. 2-possession game. We should have this one wrapped up with a 17-point lead, and we're headed to the the NFC Conference Championship. Kenny said, I got it. You don't even got to hop in. And would you look at that? We have the Chicago Bears in the final NFC Conference Championship of this video, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way, of course. The Bryce Young trade, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, of course. There's a lot of storylines with this one. Let's beat them to the ground. All right, let's go. And despite us not finishing as the #1 seed here, the NFC runs through Carolina as we're home. Once again here, 7 all, middle of the second quarter. We drive down again, score another touchdown. The Bears cannot equalize at the end of the first half. However, second half started. They get no points there. We take a 2-possession lead into the fourth quarter. 14-21. We have the ball here. We can ice the game, but we just punted them the ball. It was 4th and 14. Now, they only have 1 timeout remaining, so let's see what they can do. George Winters to Rashawn Kelly, literally who? It's 4th and 8. That's game. They only have 1 timeout left. It was a 1-yard rush by the QB. We're back in the Super Bowl here. Year number 20 under Kenny freaking Anderson. As Kai Kiers and Anton Christmas put up a combined 5.5 sacks. I mean, 7 with Sean Randall too. As I believe this one would be for Super Bowl number 7. We're going to be playing the 12-5 Houston Texans. We got some history with them too. And I suppose we can go check out some Devies real quick. Kenny Westbrook. Up to Superstar X Factor. That is pretty awesome. Nobody else on offense by the looks of it. Defensively, I believe Tremaine Knight, after winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, goes up to Superstar, unless he was Superstar, but I'm assuming he was Star and went up. That is all. The team is looking nice though, hey? But how about the team we're going to be facing? The Houston Texans, formerly with CJ Stroud. Of course, the 1 and 2 pick. A lot of history between these two, 20 years down the line. Their quarterback nowadays is right here. His name is John Carden, superstar dev. 26 years old, 94 overall, looks like a beast. Justin Perry, I remember this edge rusher. I think he went like number 4. They have a lot of great defensive players. It looks like Nicholas Skandrick, a superstar tight end too. Their squad is loaded, for sure. Is that our guy Ballantyne? He's over here now? Wow. I kind of love seeing all the players we drafted onto other teams. Now the Texans have themselves an 86. We are a 90. Can we end off year number 20 with a Lombardi? And let's get things on the way. We have been an absolute postseason juggernaut. Every time we just get the chance to simply compete in this time of the year, we go crazy. 3 field goals to start off the game. The Texans get a field goal themselves. No touchdowns yet. 3 field goals later and a touchdown. It looks like we have 15 points. It is 15-3. Our defense is absolutely clamping the Texans, as it is going to be a 22-3 W. Very odd scoreline there, but we take them in however way we can get it. And this is the 3rd quarterback we have done it with now too. First Bryce Young, then our guy Richie Anderson, and now Kenny freaking Westbrook. And this was a dominant display from our defense. Larry Cunn had 4 sacks for Houston there, but Kai Kurtz with 2, Devontae Robertson in the interior with 2, Anton Christmas with 1.5, Sean Randall with 1.5. Yeah, the defense definitely won us this game. However, Super Bowl MVP still goes to the new QB1 here in Carolina, Kenny Westbrook. And here we are 20 years later. This is officially the final squad. I would probably call this my most successful rebuild ever. When you look at it like pound for pound, I guess you would say that doesn't really make sense, but you know what I mean? 20-year span. We won 7 Super Bowls. That's a pretty good ratio if you ask me. I feel like once this team hit the postseason, we were just a beast. We were on another level. We were feared upon. We were inevitable. We just turned it up another gear. That Lombardi likes being in Carolina. Kenny Westbrook, the man we chose at pick 28 in 2041, after I believe we used Levi Hess for a season. Richie Anderson kind of left us in the dark, and with nothing, right? He just declined our offer, so we couldn't even trade him and get value for him like we did with Bryce Young. Kenny Westbrook, though, just 2 seasons in, has already a Super Bowl ring and a Super Bowl MVP. His career could not have started any better. And hey, I'm glad we took a gamble on the Syracuse man. I believe he was only normal coming out as well, up to an X factor already. Statistics look amazing, put up awesome stats every single season too, and hey, couldn't have done it without him. And also Deontay Leach, who's been here for 8-9 seasons now, 29 years old, superstar dev. He was a top 5 talent in the class, I will never forget, and came out as normal development as we grabbed him at pick 25 in 2035. I believe we had to trade up for him as well, but 4 Pro Bowl appearances later, and he's going down as an absolute legend here in Carolina, and definitely going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. First ballot. It started off rocky though. Obviously he was a low overall, you know how the Madden simulation works, but bang, 88 plus right here, 4.9 a carry, 12 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Put up a K pretty much in every single season, bar this one, but he did have 18 touchdowns here. Deontay Leach was a monster out of Auburn, a gem that we found in the end of the round 1. The receiver corps changed like every single season. My favorite one, though, is definitely going to be Thurman Samuel, the Oregon man, of course. Ducks. He came out right away, I believe, as superstar X Factor 2. Catching traffic, deep route, spec catch, medium route, short route, release, jumping, all 98 plus there. Yeah, this dude is an absolute demigod, and his stats absolutely matched it too, as he started off his first 4 seasons all with 1,000 plus yards. Year 2 put up 1,600 there, 1,200 here, 1,000 here. I'm not sure what happened. This was the year he was like 4th leading receiver for whatever reason. 1,500 yards, 1,300 yards, and we grabbed him at pick number 5. I think he fell to us, if I'm not mistaken. Led the league once in receptions, best wide receiver, some offensive player of the years, offensive rookie of the years, Pro Bowls 5 times. Definitely going down as a legend too. Jansen, the slot receiver out of Georgia, contributed in like the later 5 to 6 years of this video. My boy Don Edwards as well, but we had so many awesome receivers. Chester McKenzie, I think the Priester dude was good. We had Xavier Legette, who was a monster at the beginning. Who was alongside him? I think Jonathon Mingo was okay for us, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think so. There was somebody else alongside Legette. It might have been Chester McKenzie, to be honest with you, but shout out to those guys too, as well as Eldridge. We had 1 million tight ends in this video alongside wide receivers. I just kept on drafting them until we hit on a good one. Eldridge was okay, but he has developed now into an awesome tight end, superstar X Factor, 94 overall. An offensive line too. I can't recall the names I drafted. 1 million centers, 1 million guards as well, a few tackles here and there, but this is the one we end off with. We had Luke Dunn here who developed into a superstar center. We saw a few X factors in this video too. 2 superstar X factor offensive linemen throughout this whole thing, but The line was cool. We never really had a big problem. The drafting was always pretty A1. Defensively, though, is probably where we had some of our best draft picks in, of course, Jalen Peters, the very first player we drafted in this video. He was incredible, put up amazing sack numbers, and arguably is going to be the best defender of all time, especially when you look at his resume. Ulrich was awesome, 99 overall, X-Factor middle linebacker who I drafted way later on. Yeah, in 2034, round 2, pick number 22, and he literally led us in tackles, I believe, every single season. Yeah, his first season, he had 145, so I genuinely think that's a feat he accomplished. Anton Christmas has also been incredible for us, a perfect replacement for the outgoing Jalen Peters from retirement, of course. He put up big numbers for us every here and there, 10 sacks here, 11 sacks here, but 18 and 16 TFLs there in 2040, 10 and a half, 12 and a half, but he was also a big time performer late in the playoffs. We saw him come through big times in the Super Bowls in the dying minutes for us to pretty much win the game, ice the game out for us. This is a man who we also got to pick 5, 2036. I think that was the period where we started to revamp the squad, start to rebuild again, reset everything, traded everything away, which was actually really fun. I liked that shift in the middle, later half of the video. Just kind of spiced things up a little bit. I believe we had George Lynch, the Oregon outside linebacker. We had some other people. I missed on a few too that I chose in the first round. In terms of cornerback, Dorian Scott has been the best corner in the league for like the last decade now. We locked him down to a massive contract, and he has paid dividends out of Iowa State. 32 years old now. Of course, Larry Craig was also here, who developed into a 99 X-Factor off rip. I believe both of them were, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we get Dorian Scott in like round 2, round 3? Yeah, we got him at pick 30, round 2. He's only made 1 Pro Bowl. What are you smoking here? He was great though. We had biggers this year. Toronto actually developed really nicely at the end of this video. JJ Felix, only star. We had JC Horn, who was here and great for a long time as well. Sandridge, the superstar guy, got very early on. We locked him down to like a decade-long contract. That was pretty cool. In terms of defensive line, Derek Brown was a huge staple of our team for like the first half of the video. Kai Kurse we traded for and has been a monster nowadays. I feel like we had a ton of defensive tackles, left ends. Carlos Nickerson, I remember. There's definitely a ton of other names I'm forgetting too, but our defensive line was pretty beefed out this entire vid. And the safety groups were good as well. We had Lamar Mincy over here at free safety for the majority of it. Dockett has now developed into one of the best in the league, superstar, 87 overall. Tremaine Knight too. He's only in year 1, I believe. We also had my boy Nate Barnett, one of my favorite players we drafted. He played in the nickel a lot for us, and it was incredible. And then in terms of punters and kickers, we got my boy Nathan Anderson, who was our franchise punter. We had Isaiah Reed for like 15 years in this video, and then I drafted that, I think his name was like Archer, at fullback very early on. So we did get all the 3 positions that I wanted to be hidden. As I would like to just find out Richie Anderson himself. I know his name's Rich, but we call him Richie around here. 99 overall, is on the Cleveland Browns nowadays, but he was one of our very own. However, after this season, we proved we could do it without him, right? He started off rough, only normal dev as well. I think I chose him maybe in the 20s, I believe it was, out of Nevada, and then he started to boom a little bit. He was awesome in the playoffs as well, put up some great numbers, won an MVP, won some Super Bowl MVPs, if I'm not mistaken. It was 2 of them, but he now finds himself in Cleveland. We just didn't end off on good terms. Just didn't see eye to eye, really. Yeah, pick 21 in 2034. I think that's the year we had like 5 first-round picks. He made a few Pro Bowls, won a few best QBs, that MVP as well. As the talent around the league is one of the best that's ever been. A lot of 99 overalls there. Justin Perry, Jack Nelson, this guy we've been seeing around. Cliff Ulrich, of course. I think we got 2 guys in there with Anton Christmas as well, and I'm pretty sure my boy the corner, I forgot his name, that's crazy, Dorian Scott was in there as well, but 32 years of age now. He's starting to regress a little bit. Ooh, and look at that. For the legacy leaderboards, 20 years later, we find ourselves number 1 on the all-time coach list, I think it is. I don't even know. I mean, it's legacy leaderboard. I guess that's what it is, ahead of guys like John Madden, Mike Tomlin, Andy Reid. This dude. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. 7 Super Bowls, 8 NFC Conference Championships. So we went 7-1 in the Super Bowl, which is actually crazy. I believe our only loss came to the Jaguars, and then I think that's 3 Coach of the Years. And for the players we still have, we can check out their all-time stats here. Kenny Westbrook obviously only been here for 2 years, but it's off to a good start. Deontay Leach has found the end zone for a total of 71 times, 4.1 a carry, almost 8,600 yards now on 2,080 attempts. In terms of receivers, Thurman Samuel is obviously the main man. 705 receptions, 500 yards shy of 10,000. There's 73 touchdowns too. He was a monster in the red zone. Eldridge is our number 2. Dalton Edwards after that. Mike Jensen. I'm very curious to see where like Xavier Legette would have been. Chester McKenzie. All the guys we had previously. Defensively, and oh yeah, Cliff Ulrich, 1,116 tackles made, by far the most. Anton with 500. 784 for Dorian Scott there. In terms of TFLs, it was Kai Kurse leads away with 112. 107 for Anton Christmas there, as Kurse leads away with 82.5 sacks. 73.5 for Anton Christmas. I would love to know what Jalen Peters was at too. I did show his stats though, so maybe somebody could do the math and leave that down below. Dorian Scott, 16 picks, 13 for Ulrich. All right, but yeah, obviously we had so many other players we can't see here, sadly. Wish there was like an all-time Panthers list. That would be really cool. In terms of NFL records, we can skim through these real quick. Mahomes is second in yards now, still trailing Brady though. JJ McCarthy has now broken inside the top 4 ahead of guys like Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, and Joe Shiesty himself. Here's this Trevor Hoskins fella who was a beast this video. Passing touchdowns is still Brady, Mahomes number 2, Burrow, JJ McCarthy getting here though, and Hoskins and Josh Allen, I assume. As it's Bijan now with the most rushing yards ever, and is that Jonathan Brooks at number 2, one of our very own, of course. Really cool to see his name up here. Pacheco has the most rushing touchdowns ever with 203. Look who's number 2 though. Jonathan Brooks has now developed into an all-time first ballot Hall of Famer. Catches go to Jeddah with 1,594, and it looks like he remained in Minnesota all this time as well. CeeDee Lamb gets in here, Jamar Chase, Keon Coleman is cool, JSN as well. However, all-time receiving yards is still Jerry Rice, CD number 2, Jeddah number 3, Jamar Chase number 4, JSN about number 6 there, Keon Coleman, Amon Ross, Smitty. All-time sack leader though is now Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett right behind him there. TJ Watt gets in here, Nick Bosa gets in here, who ended off on our team, so it says Panthers there, which is funny. Max Crosby as well, Aiden Hutchinson, Greg Rousseau, Will Anderson. Wow, a lot of new age names here. In terms of a single season, nobody broke Peyton Manning's passing yards with 5,477. Same for touchdowns, which he did in the same season, which is ridiculous. Dak had 52 though in 2023. What the hell? Rushing touchdowns, Pacheco got 25 in 2028. Jonathan Brooks had 24 in 2032, and then Pacheco, and Barkley. And no receivers broke over 2,000 yards in this video. Jeddah got close there. I think that was in real life though. 2025, CeeDee Lamb though put up 1,769. CeeDee Lamb got in here twice. Receiving touchdowns stay with Randy Moss though. Ayuk gets in here though, and Jamar Chase, Ayuk again, CeeDee Lamb. Then we got this new guy, Myers had Ayers in 2041 had 20 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb as well. As Myles Garrett broke the sack record with 29 in the season, also put up 23 in 2024. 2042 is this dude on the Rams, Denard. I think we saw him in the 99 overalls when we checked it out. Myles Garrett in here again, and then Melton on the Bears. As the end is finally here, this 20-year rebuild, I think it took like 3, 4, 5 recording sessions, about 12 to 15 hours in total, and the editing session is probably going to take a similar amount as well. So if you're still here, I really do appreciate you watching the whole thing. That means the world. Of course, leave it a like too, as that is the best way to show your appreciation for me. And of course, comment down below Carolina Kenny for our GOAT, Kenny Westbrook, if you made it to this point in the video, and I will shout you out in my next video if you commented before it. 7 Super Bowl rings later though, I would call that a success, hey? For every player we drafted, we picked up in free agency, we traded for anybody that was on this Carolina Panthers franchise for the last 20 seasons, I got endless love for them. Honestly, it was a hell of a journey. One of my favorite videos I've done yet. So I'm going to end it off there. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.